What's the word? It's your boy Rashad back, back at it again with another episode of Things of That Nature, episode 172. Gots to get to it, man. Fists in the air for y'all for showing up. Who we got? Memphis, Lucky, Kenya, uh, Chunky, I don't even know. Atkins, I'm gonna call this nigga Atkins. Ronan, Audra, one under the bed, man. Feeling good. Fists in the air for y'all. It was a lot of shit going on yesterday on the timeline. Lord Jesus. It was a scrolling fiesta, content creator's dream. Can't wait to get to all the shit that we see, man. But before we get to that, repost the space, repost the space, repost the space. Let's get some folks in here to have some quality conversation like we usually do, man. And then before we get to that, the Patreon is in the jumbo. We got a free tier. We got a $5 tier. We got a $10 tier because the podcast is coming fast. Can't wait. Me, Kenya, 10, Jonay on the production. The Nature of Things podcast, man. We got to get to it. Got to get to it with the quality content, man. Let's see what's going on in here. Let's see what we got going on. Got Memphis. What's the word? How you feeling?
What up, what up, what up?
Another day. Another day on the right side.
Another day, another dollar, another night to make a whole holla. Hallelujah.
Hey man, fix it there for that. Listen,
Come
never
on
heard
now.
that one.
You ain't never heard that? That's a three. Is that a 3-6? Or
I don't. That
Good
gotta be.
morning. Happy Sunday.
What's the
A-Ball
word,
MJG?
Kenya?
What is a Memphis lyric?
I'm about to say that got to be a Memphis thing. Never heard that one.
Oh,
Never heard that one. How you feeling though?
I'm good. I'm great.
Pouring
Hey,
up this
Kenya
first cup
Bingers.
of coffee.
Hey, girl. I'm tired.
Listen, I'm
I had a
still laying in
long
the
day
bed, but
yesterday.
yeah.
A long day of what?
A long day. I went out with my friend. We took Gabe. She was child free, but so I just me, her, my baby. We went out to eat at this like soul food restaurant. Lamb chops, greens, yams. It was so good. And then after that, we went to another like chicken and waffles place so I could like get chicken and waffles for later that night when I got hungry again. And then after that, we went and linked up with her friend, um, and like had drinks there. Gabe started acting up around that time, so it was given. I'm dragging it. Let me go back home. So yeah, got back home by like literally like 9:30. Just a very long, full day.
Fellas, listen, and
Hmm.
ladies too. She said she went to three places of fun. Three places of fun. She got food, then she got food again, then she had a few drinks, and that equates to a long day. You can't make this shit up with Kenya. Can't make it up. I thought she was about to say work.
I live a
I
hard
thought she was about to say
Child,
something
dragging a
strenuous.
baby around is tiring.
Thank
Shit.
you, because I didn't even bring
Brother,
the stroller either, so he was in my hand, so my
Oh
arms and
no,
back was
you knew
hurting.
better.
brother,
You knew
stop
Okay,
it.
better.
Listen, Kenya,
right,
you
I
can't
did.
fool me, fam, with that. I got two of them. You
It's
can't
a
fool
hard
me.
life, Rashad. Rashad,
You can't
you.
fool me with that. I got two.
Uh-uh.
That's not how it goes. Nasty. Listen, Lord, Kenya, life of luxury. We gonna get to life of luxury later in the space too. Life of
Absolutely not.
luxury. I'm not gonna hold you. That's crazy. I had what did I do yesterday? Watch some college football. Listen,
Oh my God,
Ohio
football
State,
is
when the
back.
Ohio State game is on, I don't need no talking. None. I need the house to be quiet. I need the house to be silent. We not doing none of that. So I watched the game, edit some videos, and just relax. Got me some beers, you know.
Beers.
Listen,
Yeah, you be drinking brews. What beers
gotta
you
get a
drink?
You know he
case,
gotta have his 40s, child.
gotta get a case of the Bud Lights to watch the game.
Bud Light. Ugh.
Yeah, and I don't need no talking. I don't need no jumping. I don't need no running. Don't ask me no questions. We gotta watch the game. Okay, so that's my vibe on the Saturday. We whooped them boys 70-0. My dad is a Michigan fan. He texts me. He mad. I don't even know why I do know why he mad. But that's another story. Yeah, I felt good, man. Felt good, kind of refreshed. I slept in this morning. and then I felt bad about sleeping in.
What's sleeping into you?
Uh, I got up like at 9. Yeah, I got up at
That's sleeping in?
yeah,
What?
yeah. I felt really bad about it too. I'm not gonna lie. I felt really
Getting
bad.
up at 9 on a Sunday, you felt bad about.
Yeah, I'm an early person. This was kind of instilled as a youngin. You know, in my house, if you was still in the bed at 10 o'clock, you was doing the wrong thing.
I mean, I grew up like that too, but I think that really made me cherish rest as an adult. So I don't think like that no more.
Exactly, because if I want to lay in this motherfucking bed all day, I'm doing that, and I don't give a damn.
Yeah, that's the
No,
attitude.
don't.
That's the attitude my girl got. That was
Yeah,
an
maybe it's
adjustment.
I don't know, maybe it's a women thing.
That was an adjustment when we got together. I'm not gonna lie. That was
Yeah, because you're
definitely.
not. Yeah, because don't put your like judgmental feelings and eyes on me when I'm still laying here. I don't. Now you just ruining my lay-in vibe because I feel judged silently.
Get your ass up then.
No, see,
No,
that's
I don't want
no.
to do shit. I don't want to do a fuck thing, and I'm gonna lay here, and you're gonna be okay.
Talking about and get your ass up. No, you get up and go do what you do. Leave me be.
Nah, it's too much shit that we gotta accomplish, man. Listen, it's too much shit we gotta accomplish. Get your ass up.
uh,
Nigga, the house is
ridiculous.
clean. There's
Do you
groceries in the
understand that women
refrigerator.
have hormonal cycles, Rashad? So
Do you
sometimes,
understand? I don't care about that.
Nigga, the
and
house is
and therein lies the
clean.
problem.
The
Right,
house
that's
is
the problem.
clean. The goddamn dishes is done. The clothes is folded. There's groceries in that refrigerator. Ain't shit for me to fucking do. But lay here and watch my goddamn Lifetime. I left you alone to watch your funky ass football yesterday. Leave me alone to watch my goddamn Lifetime, okay?
Nah, we got some properties we gotta research. We
You
nah, I
don't
mean,
need
we
me
got
for
some
that.
homework we gotta finish. We got shit we gotta do.
That
Girl,
all
Gotta
sound like
get
bye.
stuff
up.
you could do though. That don't even sound like stuff you really need me for.
That is not a team
That's
task.
not my
Get the fuck
picture.
out of here.
Shit. We got shit we gotta do. It's time to get up.
Mm-mm.
I ain't never
Mm.
seen a listen.
I'm not living with no man that's running that damn house like a drill sergeant and I'm in boot camp. Man, no.
Hey man, it's time for us to get things together, man. I ain't gonna hold you. Nigga trying to get rich out this motherfucker. I ain't never seen a nigga sleep and rich at the same time in the beginning. Never
In the
seen it.
beginning. I'm about
Never
to say, yes,
seen
you
it.
have.
You gotta do one or the other. You gotta sleep or you gotta get rich. And we in the space of nigga trying to get rich, man. Am I crazy?
Nah, you're not crazy though.
Come
I
on,
feel
man.
you.
We got it.
God bless
That
you
was
and your
something.
hustle, baby.
Listen, we definitely had a good old back and forth about that early on in the relationship. But then I
What, hustle
realized,
culture?
huh?
What, hustle culture? Getting rich?
No, just my outlook on sleeping.
Oh.
Past a certain time.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna lie. We did have a good old conversation about my outlook on sleeping very early. So yeah, but we got past that shit. It ain't that big of a deal. Listen, I know y'all seen yesterday, my guy, Thugger. Listen, one of the most quality,
That's so good.
one of the most quality pieces of content that I have seen in a long time. I'm not exaggerating. That shit was amazing. The way that Big Bang conducted that interview, let Thug get off all of his shit. Because at first, I was like, God damn, this nigga
He
talking
said
in
he talking
circles.
more.
Yeah, he talking more, he talking in circles, but as it went on, I was like, this nigga really got some shit that he want to get off. And Big Bang sat there and he let that nigga talk. He didn't interrupt. He let him get it off. And then he asked him tough questions. This was not no cupcake, no pushback type shit. No, this nigga asked about the inconsistencies. He asked about thought processes. He basically told the nigga, grow up. None of this shit don't mean nothing, nigga. At the end of the day, you was blessed with a second chance. Why the fuck you came out of jail acting crazy? He really was on some OG vibes type shit, trying to get Thug to understand, but allowing a young nigga to be a young nigga and get his shit off. I definitely appreciated that shit. It couldn't have went no better. Right? I think if you watched that and you were objective, then you probably left with a better understanding. of what Thug was doing and why he was doing certain shit, because I definitely did. But I wanted to know how y'all felt about that shit.
I thought it was so
Know how y'all felt if
hilarious.
y'all seen. You
I didn't
thought
watch
there
the
was some
whole
funny ass
thing
spots.
through, but it was some clippable moments, man. I just keep, eh, baby, please. I just keep telling my son, I be like, I made you. Well, God made you. But I helped. Okay. Man, I think that honestly, it takes a certain kind of person that when you do like sit down and like tell your own story that it's palatable and like it does give people a better level of understanding instead of like doing the opposite. And I think that is what that did. Cause I felt them. I felt a lot of the stuff he was saying. I was like, oh, okay, okay. I mean, I could see that. I think there is something to be said for the whole, like, everyone turning his life into memes and jokes. And he was like, no, I was in that freaking cell, like, fighting for my life, you know? And that's not really something all y'all can relate to. All y'all are regular civilian people that will never have that experience or know, like, the kind of headspace that you'll be in when stuff like that happens. So I give him a pass for being a little chatty patty. I do. I think I forgive him.
Uh, nah, I didn't go that far. But go ahead, Memphis. I want to see
Okay.
how you felt.
Oh man, listen. What I got from that interview is we all a little fucked up, G. Like, I understood him. I understood him a lot better than I thought I would. And some of them principles he hold on to, I'm not a street bitch. And I have those same principles. So when I say I literally was sitting there like, damn, we all a little fucked up. We all need to kind of rid ourselves of that type of loyalty and bond and street culture because it don't leave you nowhere but hurt. And to see that man cry, even though he kept putting them glasses back on, but that man sat up there and cried. I ain't never think I'd see that. Like it
It was
really,
so real.
really, it really, really made me soften to him. When those jail calls were actually making me be like, "What the fuck is this nigga on?"
I think that one, it was clear to me that them niggas need to have a conversation because they playing telephone as far as, somebody saying something, then they getting it somewhere else. Because there was a few parts where Thug was just absolutely wrong. Gunna didn't take the first plea. That's just not factual, right? I think it was DK first, or somebody else, but Gunna didn't do it. That's not facts, right? So that was one. But when he was explaining the Pee Wee Roscoe shit, I gotta revise my stance. I don't think that Thug snitched. I think I get what he was saying, right? Because they're saying that Pee Wee and Wayne are beefing, and Thug was in there saying, no, Pee Wee sell this nigga weed, as in, these niggas are cool. Why would he be selling this nigga weed if they beefing? I don't think that that's snitching. So I did have to revise my point or my stance on that. He added some clarity. He talked about the fact of, telling the woman officer that he was going to give the number to her. He said he was just flirting. Listen, Thug ain't never lied to me. I just take him on at his word, right? If he was flirting, there was another situation. What was the other situation? Um,
Hold on, before we talk about the next situation, can I intervene on the gun and shit?
Go
The
ahead.
gun and the plea. So there's nuance here. The nuance is if Duke and Yak don't have the situation where Yak tells on Duke, you don't get the racketeering. They don't get the racketeering charge. They only get their aggravated assault and the firearm. So yes, technically they did take the first plea. But if they don't never have the snitching part of their situation, then they don't get the first plea. You get what I'm saying? Because their
Yeah.
charge was never racketeering. So when he says that Gunner took the first racketeering charge, Gunner was already charged with racketeering. That was his only charge. So do you get the nuance in that?
Yeah, I get it.
And so he's not wrong. He didn't not say it right. He said it exactly right.
But he also said that the plea Gunner would have took the stand, which in Gunner's plea, it says that none of the stuff can be used against anybody in the case. Out of all of those,
It's
like Thug said,
at the
out of
at
all
the
of the,
bottom of that plea. It says that he could be called to testify, and he has the right to assert his Fifth Amendment and not self-incriminate.
yeah, and so that is language, legal language.
It
But
is, but it's
the truth
legal
is,
language
he
that
wasn't
could
gonna
be
do that,
used.
huh?
It's still it is it's regular normal legal language, but it still could be used.
But what
It's
I'm
there
saying is,
because it still can be pulled. It still
but
can
what I'm
be
saying
done.
is, if anything could have been used in that case, they would have brought it up, right? And they never even did in the case, like throughout the whole shit, because it was really nothing there in the first place. And so that's where I feel like, Gunner did want to get home. He was tired of sitting in that jail cell eating that food. But at the end of the day, there was nothing there. They just wanted to embarrass him. But I don't think that would have made them go to jail. But let's get Hotep in here. Hotep, what's the word? How you feeling?
What's the word, Rashad? You good? You hear
Yes,
me?
sir.
Happy Sunday to everybody. What's going on,
Hi,
everybody? Hope
Hotep.
everybody's good. What's up with it? So yo, check. I'm not gonna lie. This is the most humanized I've seen Young Thug. And like you said, Big Bank carried this interview very, very well. I appreciate that he didn't throw like those soft punches just to keep, Thug in his good graces and shit like that. He like, nah, bro, you was wilding on some shit. But I do want to speak to a couple things. One, the first set of questions, the Lil Jeff segment, that spoke to me. Not gonna lie. As I have friends who are trench babies, just like Thug and shit like that, and being one of 11, and his aunt not wanting them around, and the first memories he had with his brother burning down the apartment, the first sign of betrayal of the aunties, the first happy moment of him moving out of the projects, like his brother dying in front of him, and him blaming his brother's friend and all this other shit. And like, that was a real eye opener to just, speak to his background. And it does when he's talked about, like, he never really sat down with his feelings ever. He said he blames God for like keeping him happy all of the time. That also spoke to me, because him sitting in that cell was probably the first time he was ever sat down with his own feelings and his own thoughts. And he talked about, I can't talk to Savage and them on the phone like this, because who know, if I talk to my brother, like he say on the phone, the judge just body slammed me. I had a terrible day in court. And then if I hop on the motherfucking line and my nigga talking about drills and all this other shit, nigga, on a recorded line, that might fuck my case up even further. Like, so I'm going to talk to Mariah. And I already told y'all, when I've taken jail calls pretty much my entire teen and adult life, you feel me? I always get an inmate call from somebody or whatever. So knowing all of that, this nigga was dead ass. This is the first time this is the first time I've ever pillow talked or, expressed my feelings in this way. Cause this nigga has always been like, I guess, a happy go lucky hood nigga. You feel me? So I did lend a little bit more credence, to that part. But when it came down to, I think Ishu was just talking about it, I was blown the fuck away that this shit was it started off with illegal possession of a firearm and driving without a license. And now, because this nigga Yak said what he said, now we dealing with racketeering. Now we dealing with a RICO. You could have just took that motherfucking charge or whatever and all of that. Like he said, I guess the nigga Duke ran and he stayed in the car and all this other shit. I didn't even watch the whole thing yet. So I'm definitely gonna be hearing things that I didn't hear yet. But for that small ass shit, as far as street shit goes, that's some small ass shit. For two niggas to get booked and then it ends up with 30 niggas on a RICO, my nigga, off of just a note driving without a license and a possession of a firearm. You told the police that y'all was gonna go kill some niggas. Like, why the fuck would you do that, nigga? Like, what the hell? And so that's where I'm at with it. I felt that shit was absolutely insane.
I think what happened, I think that it started with Woody, and then that trickled down to Duke getting beat up in Magic. Because
See,
I think that because he said Woody started it all. Woody stole Nut jewelry out the car. And then he called Nut and was like, somebody else stole your jewelry, but I got it back for you. And
oh
then
yeah.
he was
Also, since I got some down south people here, and is he? Am I hearing the name right? Umfu? Is it?
Funk.
Unfault.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
oh,
Funk. Yeah.
because I was hearing that, and I'm like, what is he saying? Umf? Is that an African
Baby,
name?
listen,
Like,
I don't. They got the
Listen,
weirdest nicknames in Atlanta, baby. Them nicknames
that's
is
this
something different.
that's how we get out. But yeah, Woody stole the jewelry. Nut was like, y'all niggas playing, because I guess they found out, and Thug was like, he was trying to calm that shit down, but eventually they was like, nah, we ain't calm that shit down, so they beat up Woody on one time. And I think that all of that, everything started from that instance of Woody breaking into Nut's car and stealing his jewelry. Now niggas dead. That's how him and Lucci start beefing off of that shit, which turned into other people getting killed, which turned into Duke getting beat up. And then Yak, like, it was all
Yeah,
because Woody stole the jewelry out the nigga car. And then Thug was like, how the fuck you start this shit with stealing, and then you turn around and be the first nigga to start telling? We was helping you, we giving you money, we putting your family up in hotels, so shit, and you the first nigga to tell? Like, what the fuck is going on here? So that, I thought that shit was interesting. Go ahead, Mushy, what's the word? How you feeling today on this Sunday?
Yo, good morning, good morning. I got 3 points, my nigga. As a nigga that been did 23 and 1, I can understand him talking, but when I was on 23 and 1, when I got on that phone, I'm talking like Casey and JoJo to the girl. I ain't gossiping. I don't want to hear shit about them niggas and shit. That's one. So I understand him, you know what I'm saying, on that shit. It's really pillow talking, like he said. At 23 and 1 to get to a nigga, bro. You sitting in that shit all day with another nigga. Ain't shit y'all can talk about. Or you get the radio, or if you got the bread, get you a TV and look at that shit. You know what I'm saying? Two, I can understand him. I can understand why people calling him a rat with the police interrogation, because my homeboy went through the same thing. His co-defendant got 99 years for murder and shit. And goddamn, the police try to do the same thing to him. Bro, already locked up. They go and get him a little statement or whatever. And goddamn, everybody started calling him a rat and shit. You know what I'm saying? Three, I can understand him with the gunner shit and like, you know what I'm saying, his feelings, you know what I'm saying, because I got a homeboy that told, you know what I'm saying, and we can't fuck with him no more. Like, he ain't telling on us, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying, like, it's fucked up when you ain't got your people around you no more. Like, in my case, that's why, like, one reason why I got the fuck from where I was at, because niggas was telling. So it's like, damn, like, you go from this brotherhood, you know what I'm saying, and you thinking niggas as real as you, like you said, like, nigga, I took you out the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing you don't do. Like, as a code, if a nigga put that money in your pocket, that's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know some people don't understand that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, people that live that civilian life. Like, but if you in it, you in it. You know what I'm saying? If you with me on this shit, nigga, we together. So, like, when it comes to like an ass situation, like, I told my homeboys, he ain't telling you, you still don't want nothing, see nothing happen to him because you got love for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't be around the nigga no more. So don't be around here like, oh, this nigga senses. Ain't no need for all that, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Just let him go ahead and live his life. He did what he wanted. He felt like he had to do. And you know what I'm saying? If you ain't got no animosity because you don't want to see him dead, you know what I'm saying? You can see that shit in Thug. Like, this shit fucked him up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt them on that shit because it fucked me up when I found out that paperwork on my homeboy. So it's like, God damn, dog, like, what the fuck is you doing? You know what I mean? Like, we don't do that shit. Like, we never did that shit. Nobody, like, out of all this, like, you the one who tell? Like, what the fuck is you doing? So it's hard to see that shit from nigga that you be with every day. Like, niggas be with, like, niggas know, niggas, the girls always say, oh, you always around your niggas all day. Like, that's a brotherhood that people don't, you know what I'm saying, that people have. Like, that's how that shit is. You know what I'm saying?
I thought it was interesting when he started talking about his mindset versus Gunna's mindset, and where I seen when Thug would go back to the things that he did, for people, I seen it as him talking from a place of loyalty, right? And him expecting that loyalty back. So, Jig put a comment, yesterday. He said, Young Thug must have not had a father, cause ain't no way you walk around expecting so much out of other men like they your
No, he
daddy.
said he had a
I,
dad. Like
I don't,
his dad came
yeah,
to
and
pick
I
him
think
up.
that he was saying these things out of like real, like, I love these niggas and I am loyal to them, and at every situation I have thought about y'all first, and
Right,
then as
like,
soon as you get into a situation, you think about yourself. And so let's not forget that I thought about you in these instances in which I didn't have to
And
do,
and
and I
look,
think that
yeah,
was like, that hit me, because it was like, I can feel that,
yeah,
right?
because
As
like,
opposed to Gunna, where he said, Gunna just think about the next move. He thinking about the next strategy. He thinking about
yeah.
what's gonna make him look good.
Yeah, like me and my niggas started telling each other we love each other at 15 because we had one of our friends died fucking 15 from gun violence and shit. Like niggas don't some people just don't understand that bond. You know what I'm saying? Like I always tell people like this shit ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Like when Africans or when niggas was using spears and shit, what you think they had? Like we all watch Sparta and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas have that motherfucking camaraderie with each other. You know what I mean? And to see a nigga just go against that shit, it's gonna fuck you up.
yeah, and like when it comes down to, can y'all hear me? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. But when it came down to that's the reason why like those first set of questions, that Lil Jeff segment meant so much. Like it really set the foundation of understanding how he thought and how he behaved. Because he talked about, I got, 11 brothers and sisters and stuff like that. But the trauma that I went to, and I don't even want to use trauma like that, but the bullshit that he went through as a kid, it pretty much was like, yo, that's what he said. I used those experiences shaped me to want to find love and camaraderie amongst boys in my community, men in my community, even ladies and shit like that. So when you coming from his pops and his mom's telling him like, yo, y'all don't be as siblings, y'all not supposed to be beefing at all, and all these other things, and how the sleeping arrangements. And so when you go outside, and I can relate to this, like when you go outside, that's like one of the best feelings ever, to have a crew, to have a bunch of kids like that think like you, move like you, and y'all locked in lockstep. Because we know that feeling in the 90s, even on some suburban wholesome shit where we all got our bikes and we 15 deep, 20 deep with our bikes and shit. Like there's no better feeling than that. You can ride your bike on your own, but the fact that I got 18 other niggas with me on bikes and we riding through the neighborhood and shit like that, that shit feel good. And you will be the butt of the joke. You will, go to the store for niggas. You will, lie for your niggas. You will do all of these things just out of the love for that camaraderie. That shit feels so good. So as an adult doing street shit, you carrying those principles along in the hood. Like nah, I'm not about to throw my nigga under the bus, bro, because I want to be able to kick it with my nigga tomorrow. I want us to be able to click up again when we go to the skating rink or when we go to these different places. You feel me? So that camaraderie, like I can't knock him for it, bro. And like when he talked about, the difference between what he said in the interrogation room, and he was just flirting with the cop, versus what a nigga like Yak or a nigga like Gunner was saying in there. It's like, yo, I didn't offer these niggas no new information. These niggas know Guwap is a fucking megastar. I just said I wasn't signed to Birdman, and I am signed to Guwap.
Hey,
I didn't say Guwap was in any type of street shit. I'm just letting these niggas know. But then you got a nigga like Yak talking about, nah, we was going on our way to a murder. You got niggas like Gunner saying, no, YSL is a criminal enterprise and it needs to be
when
stopped.
when big
Those are
when Big Blank said, "What's the difference between you and Yak?" That nigga said, "The difference is Yak was in there telling." Boy, I was like, ah,
like, yo,
bro, that shit was crazy.
man.
Bruh, that nigga is just so funny, and he ain't even trying to be. That nigga had some quotables in that bitch. Hold on, let's get to Joe Day
Yo,
real
the
quick.
way he kept taking off and putting on his shades, nigga.
Man, that nigga had me on the floor. Go ahead, Joe Day. What's the word? How you feeling today?
What's going on? Happy Sunday, y'all. I was very much so tapped into all 3 hours, Rashad. Do you hear me? Three of them things. That was a long ass interview. But I enjoyed it like in a major, major, major way. First off, like Hotep, you said when he start, I knew where he was going because again, I'm big civilian in every sense of the word. I ain't never been in the streets, but I have, as we all do as Black people, you know somebody and or it's close proximity or whatever, right? So when I saw Yak Gotti talking to Thug, it just reminded me of like my cousin and his journey, right? Like he used to have OGs that used to try to do the same thing to him. He didn't do it. And then now he became the OG and he went through getting locked up, and getting locked up in the defense. My cousin got locked up on like gun charges back to back, right? And all of his gun charges was in defense of others, right? And his mentality was, I'm always defending, quote unquote, my brothers. And then when I get locked up, no commissary, no calls, no situations. They ain't really looking out, and it's painful. It is the betrayal. Or he had one time very similarly where there was somebody that he looked out for, and that person ended up being someone that was working with the local police and put his name in something and blah blah blah. My problem is this. It's not a problem. It's just something because first off, Jeffrey needed to cry for sure. I don't care. More men need to cry. I tweeted about it because he got a lot of stuff pent up. Jeffrey had a whole daddy. So it says a lot about just like self-esteem and young men in our communities more than just having dads. It's like, cause he had one active father actually. My thing is this, right? Thug is mad and angry and sad. But I also feel like if you have OGs, and that's why the young boy OG relationship is so important when you're in this. And Mushy, give me 100, so I know I'm not talking wrong. You got OGs to keep you aware of this is how this shit go. I know you're gonna be mad. I know you're gonna be sad. I know it's gonna hurt you. But you don't get in the game of criminality thinking that criminals are not people with bad behavior. You get what I'm saying? So to expect blind, extreme, never cross me loyalty from a nigga that crosses people for a living, it's almost kind of like you have to understand that everybody is not you, number one, but also this is what comes with this. I want to know of any of us, anything we ever saw when it comes to some street shit, a hood tale, drug lord stories. It's always someone close. It's always someone close because there's either jealousy. If it's not jealousy, it's they're not as in the situation as you thought they were. And when you have OGs around you, you got people that's gonna say, "Hey, listen, you need to tighten up, or you got to do this, or you got to do that." I think Thug was struggling with a little bit of arrogance. He thought he was the king of the hill for a long time because he was, from what I've been hearing, even in spaces and a lot of people tweeting, Thug was him in Atlanta for several years. He talked a lot about all the people he birthed. I birthed you. Well, God made you, but I helped. And like that, like hearing him say that, it's like, yeah, he was really invested in a lot of people. But to like what Mushy and Hotep and you're saying, Rashad, is like, that be the thing with young black men. It's like, y'all got to realize there needs to be a even expectation for when you in that shit, there's always that risk. And it's not about not trusting nobody. It's just, you will get your heart broke fucking around thinking that can't happen to you when that's what y'all do on a daily. And I think Thug, that's why I think this interview was so critical. Cause Thug is saying, I'm noticing this shit right now as we talking. Like, I didn't even realize I was still feeling like I just thought it was woo woo woo. And he's like, now I'm realizing right now. And so I really think like we need more OGs like what's his name, Big Bank, to have conversations like this. And in just being in the mix, you know what I mean? I don't know what's going on, but I loved it. I think if it wasn't 3 hours, I would watch
Yeah.
it again, but it's too long for me to watch again. But it was a really, really good
I
interview.
I
It's
think that
really it's
one second,
really it's
Hotep.
a
I think
comment.
that
My fault, guys.
that with the OG type shit, right? It's different on that level because more and more niggas respect money,
That's true.
right? And so if I am, 10, 20, $30 million up doing it my way, what can you tell me,
That's
right?
true.
Until you
Mm-hmm.
have a situation like this and where you got to sit your ass down for 3 years and now shit looking shaky when you get out of jail because everything leaked and niggas playing on your name like they
Mm-hmm.
never played before. Now you got to humble yourself and say, you know what? Let me go talk to some niggas now, right? But
Yeah.
when you in it and you up and you having the time of your life and you feel like, can't no niggas say nothing to me, nigga, you broke. Right? That is where the disconnect is, where I think that there should still be, the dynamic of, nigga, I don't give a fuck how much money you make. Like, if it was your mama and your mama and daddy don't care how much money you make. You still my motherfucking son, nigga. And so that dynamic isn't as prevalent, in my opinion, in these urban neighborhoods, because we look at the people who made it out as them ones, and they know the way, and their way is right. And so even the old heads kind of like fall in line. Well, this nigga did get out. He is rich, and I think that says a lot to just like the dynamics in our community, and where the young folks got to listen, and the old heads got to get off that bullshit and be like, "Hey, young boy, let me holler at you." And I think that I really was just like impressed because Big Bang talked to that nigga like a man. He didn't talk
Yes,
to
he
him like no
did. He
fan.
did.
He didn't
He
talk to
did.
him like a bitch. We are men in this motherfucker. I don't give a fuck about how much money you got. We men, and I'm gonna ask you these tough questions, and I want answers to it, right? And then at the end of the day, I'ma still love on you. I'ma still hug on you. I'ma still big you up. I'ma still give you your flowers because you are a phenomenal man that has built himself up. But in these certain instances, you bullshitting. In this instance, you playing with your blessing. You playing with your second chance. But over here, now I mean, I can still give you love. And that part of the interview, just like that dynamic of the back and forth, and where you seen Thug upset, and you seen him crying, and you seen him really just like wanting to find the answer, and Banks just letting him talk. Get your shit out, nigga. And then when you finish, all right, cool. Now we can have a conversation. I just love that
And
dynamic.
that was my favorite part. I give you the space to be vulnerable. I give you the space to truly express yourself because Young Thug was like, he said like, damn, I may be fucked up. Like I think that and listen, just like Rashad said, Thug ain't never lied to me, so I'm taking him at his word, face value. This might have been one of the first times, if not the first time, he sat down and thought to himself like, damn, I'm listening to these fucking phone calls back. Like, damn,
I
I
no,
may have
no,
been
I
fucked up.
believe it 100% because that was to me as a person. I like to read body language. He was going and going and going in his head, and you could see in his head him processing that
In
shit
real
in real
time.
time. Like I know what that
Yep.
looked like, especially like because even the tears. Because remember, one of the things I kept asking myself was like, "Damn, he keep bringing up Gunna in his situation, because that's the shit where the pain point." You get what I'm saying? And he finally,
Mm-hmm.
because Big Bang brought up the Gunna thing, and then he started having questions like, "Damn, I never saw the paperwork, so I don't know if his plea the same as my brother's." Damn, but nah, I'm still mad. So you get what I'm saying? So then it goes from he can't even call me to he never called me, and he should have said something, even if I didn't want to hear it. And it's almost like I don't know if you noticed this, Hotep, but as the conversation went on, by the time it was in almost hour 3, he was back to, I'm not willing to forgive you, but I might be willing to hear you. From the beginning, he was
Well,
on that I used to hate this nigga kind of thing. And I think this
yeah,
that is
I
that is
didn't
a
even
process
finish the
thing.
whole
Oh
thing
my
yet.
God, it's
I
good.
didn't
It's
even.
good. You gotta watch to the end. It
I
is
think I
good.
only watched about half of it, like a half so far.
Oh no, that second half, no, you got it, because he gets real emotional in the second half. You got to watch
For
it.
sure. And that's what I was saying. So he allows the space to let, Thug speak and shit like that. But also because I respect you the way I do, and because I love you the way I do, and I'm not fanned out like Rashad said, I'm not over here trying to get, clicks or clout from you, nigga. I'm Big Bank, nigga. I'm confident in who I am. I don't need to, glaze you to be able to be in my position, nigga. You wanted to sit down with me because I'm a real nigga from the turf. And so it's like, yeah, I give you your space. But as your OG or as in OG, I'm gonna let you know, bro, you was still on bullshit. I understand where you coming from, but understand he asked him like, yo, how would you feel outside looking in? If you were, you was just on the sidelines, you was just watching the nigga do the same shit you was doing, how would you take this shit? Cause he's still, Big Bank has to still keep the frame of, I understand you, but nigga, this is based upon me talking to you. These people, they don't understand why the fuck you was doing that shit. They don't know that you got mental health issues and none of that shit, nigga. They just seen Thugger being a nigga that ain't never did none of this shit, hating on a fucking laundry list of people, Glorilla, Future, Kendrick, all these different fucking people, nigga. Like, do you understand how crazy you look right now, nigga? Like, I'm glad he held him accountable with love.
Go ahead, Mushy. What's the word?
I know, hey, they just laid it out. I guess for people who don't know who Bank is, like Bank is that dude, you know what I'm saying, in Atlanta, he like one of them OGs and shit. And if you look at Bank process, like this was, you know what I'm saying, like he said, he cried when bruh died, you know what I'm saying? Like Bank been through a lot of growing and shit. He done left this shit alone, the streets and shit alone, so he can see it. on both ends and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga is super, like, bro used to be in them trenches. So now he on this side. So like, both of them just say took my points. You know what I'm saying? So I just, when you can have a conversation, you know what I'm saying, as men and get this shit out and see it, cause, you know what I'm saying, like I say, they spun a narrative on this shit. All us was guilty of this shit, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, he a rat, yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying, like, so to hear this shit, to have this conversation, they won't know bullshit ass fluff interview, you know what I'm saying, like Hotep said, like, it was right, it was up, and I had to have a conversation like that before, you know what I'm saying, like, with one of my niggas. And, you know what I'm saying, we ain't agree on shit, on some shit, but as men, you have to do that shit. And I'm glad that they showed this to the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you got a problem with your homeboy and shit, bro, just talk that shit out. Y'all ain't gotta agree, I ain't gotta go, you know what I'm saying? Like, shoot each other, fight each other, none of that shit. Like, but as men, you gotta have those conversations, hold each other accountable at some point, you know what I mean?
Do y'all think that this helped the image, Young Thug's image? Did it put
Yes,
some of the fires out?
100%. I know
Yeah.
a lot of people ain't gonna think so, but if you watch all 3 hours, first off, if you like just being a human, number one, because he gets into his background, his POV. And the biggest thing for me that allowed me to even hear anything that Thug said, he gave no excuses about them phone calls. None. He says, "Nah, I was tweaking. Like I was in a like what she mentioned is like if you know anybody that's ever been locked up like that and they in a 23-1, I mean, just in case no one knows what that means, that's 23 hours isolated, 1 hour out. You think you do that for 3 years and you ain't gonna need somebody to talk to and you kind of get outside your body and outside your mind. I think he was just honest. Like I ain't gonna say here and lie and say I wasn't violent. I was. I thought I was looking at life in here, and
I
that's
did
and
23-1 for a year and a half. I was writing letters like a motherfucker, man.
exactly, and especially listen, if you know anybody that been in jail, they ain't got nothing but time. Okay, nothing but time to call you. So it's like to me, it definitely fixed to not fixed. No, I ain't gonna say that. It helped to bring some understanding to the jail calls. Now the other
And,
stuff
and,
is
and
still an argument, but I feel like the jail calls to me is just people like I get it. Most people, I feel
yeah,
like
like
anybody
dead
will
ass.
understand.
Like, and that was one of the things that I said. I'm like, yo, listen, bro, like, even if I still disagree with it, because one of the things that Thug did say is like, yo, I said this shit to these niggas' face. I said this shit to 21. I said this shit to these different people, like, directly. So it's not like they don't know what the fuck I said. So that was the first thing. But the second thing, what Jonay said was like, yo, he didn't sit here and try to make excuses for that shit. You feel me? He's like, yo, nigga, I'm not making excuses, but yo, dog, I never did this. I never pillow talk. I never talked about my feelings like that. My pops taught me. He had 11 kids. He had 11 kids with my mom, plus his other kids with another woman. This nigga had 15 people that he had to think about at all times. Nigga could not sit down and fester in his, he kept saying dwelling. Instead of dwelling, he kept saying, he wasn't dwellers. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't ever dwell, and he never had the time to just sit down with his own thoughts. And now he finally had 3 years just to sit in his own mind. So yeah, Glorilla ugly. You know what? Fuck it. Glorilla ugly, Gucci soft. Like, fuck it. Like, these are all thoughts that I've had over the past, 3 years and shit like that. So, yo, I understand it. Even if I disagree with it, yo, the nigga kept it all the way funky, bro. Like, and he right back. And I fuck with the
He
song that he
did.
dropped too. So it's just like, man, shout
And
out to
to
Thugger,
your
man.
point, your hotel, like you said, these cars was leaked. You know what I'm saying before. So now you can see now it's just like somebody playing with bruh name at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like we all been saying, like who the fuck releasing these cars? Like they playing with his name, and it could be, you know what I'm saying, like the DA office. You know what I mean? That's doing this shit
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't spank their ass with this shit. You know what I'm saying? So now they just trying to stir shit back
Tarnish
up.
his name.
Yeah, tarnish his
Yeah.
name, stir shit back up because you see all these niggas back on the internet talking shit. Like that's one thing I don't agree. Like y'all, like Banks said, like y'all got out this shit. Now y'all back to being fuck y'all internet and y'all doing this shit on the internet. And I hate that shit about like the what the internet that did to street culture. Like you know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't used to take pictures. Now niggas just on this bitch goddamn talking about street shit
What up, y'all?
like it's regular on the fucking internet. Like what the fuck is y'all doing?
Listen though, but for a nigga who say he not chatty chatty, you sounded real comfortable being chatty chatty. Just saying.
Yo, nigga, have you ever held in your emotions for half your life or most of your life and finally was like, just let it all out, nigga. I think as a man, now that was relatable. As men, we walk around and like, yo, we can't fester. That shit resonated with me so much, bro. And I'm an expressive nigga. I'm a communicative nigga. And I speak about my feelings, but I understand. Like when it come to my friends, I got a lot of ex-con friends. So when it come down to these niggas, bro, like these niggas is not about to be vulnerable with you for real, bro. And in the minute that I had my toughest, roughest friends be able to be vulnerable, my nigga, these niggas be hurt, my nigga. They be hurt. And
Yeah,
so
That's facts.
they
but
finally
wait though,
get the
wait,
fucking outlet.
wait.
Like they got a girl. Hold on. They got a girl that cares about him and shit. Mariah been there and doing whatever she's been doing, holding him down. He feels that's a safe space for him. And now, yo, fuck it. Let me tell you about all of the shit that I never even thought about. I really truly
But
believe,
that's
Thug,
not
when he said,
true. That's not
I
true. You don't have
I
all
believe
these thoughts
Thug.
out of nowhere, my nigga. These shit's been in your brain and you've been telling niggas and you finally just got recorded on the phone, man. Let's stop.
Bro, that's what he said. He said that. He said, yo, his whole thing was that he doesn't dwell on it. So he may have felt it in a moment, but he says that he's always happy. He's always thinking on just moving forward and shit
Bro, all
like that.
right,
And
let's not take everything he says at face value and let's just break it down and think for a second.
I don't know that nigga not to, bro.
A nigga that's always happy ain't always trying to get niggas out the way. That's not a nigga that's always happy.
Who has Thug been trying to get out the way?
Word.
From what is said is he's the reason why Atlanta is the way it is. He's the
No,
reason why.
I think that was the biggest disclaimer, right? When he went down and spoke, like Thug ain't lied to me. I said this earlier, so I got to take him at face value. When he broke it down as far as the beef with Lucci, and he was like, "That's my only beef." When in reality, that really was Thug's only major beef, right?
But
When it
then
came
tried
to the
to turn
street shit,
around and blame it on somebody else though. No accountability.
because that wasn't, but it really
Bro, I
wasn't
don't
Thug's
know,
beef.
bro. I don't know if we watched
It
the
really
same
All right,
wasn't
Jersey
his
so
gang.
beef.
so so again, are we winner? I'm with you, right or wrong. You my dog, you my nigga. We taking it up in the streets. We going to war, or that's his fault. I mean, I shouldn't have been in that shit. I
No, no,
mean, that come
but he
on,
said that though, because he said that at the end of the day, Woody started it, but I'm still gonna pay for his
nigga.
family to go
That
to
in
hotels.
itself is fucking dropping dimes and snitching. You pointing the finger
That's
at
not snitching.
another,
It's already
bro.
out.
Oh my god.
It's already out. How's that snitching? Woody told
Oh
it. If
my
you
god.
say something on the internet and I repeat it, I didn't snitch on you. You said it about yourself.
Man, street niggas, this shit look complicated. I'm glad I was never one. Oh my god. It's like that nigga was doing pleonometries up there talking about Gotti and Dukes.
Hey,
P agreement.
that was one of the
That
funniest parts of the interview when he was talking about Yak and Duke. I was dying laughing.
hey, that nigga was up there looking like Soldier Boy, like on the couch and shit, telling that whole story. That shit
But I
was
mean, it's kind of, yo, if
crazy.
you could, I don't know. I'm not super street nigga, but I'm from where I'm from.
Me neither.
But,
Me neither. I won't even
but
act
when it
like I
comes,
am.
nah, it's cool. But when it comes down to the explanation, bro, I can understand it, nigga. Boom. You get jumped on in the club. I come pick you up. Or no, I don't want to even put myself in the shoes of
No,
the
but put
snitch
yourself
nigga.
in it though. Put
But
yourself in it though.
That's what
fuck it,
that
fuck it.
nigga was
I put
doing.
my shoe, I'll play Yak Gotti, pause, right? I find out you get jumped on that magic. I pull up on you in a car with no license and a grip. You got a grip. And we agree that we about to go slide on these niggas on the other side. I personally don't know why they didn't just shoot the niggas at the club. I know that sounds dangerous and stupid, but listen, fuck it. You go to these niggas' hood. The cop, you pass by the state troopers. You speeding past the state troopers. The state troopers hit the berries and cherries on you niggas. You feel me? Then you take it on you. Now you doing the race. You crash while you doing the race, right? You hop out the car, run, leave me with the guns and shit in the car, and I sit in the car instead of running with you. That was already crazy because I agree with Thug. Everybody should have ran and got on foot. If y'all both get caught, y'all both get caught. Anyway, when you get in that motherfucker, all the cops know is that we have a car with no that this nigga bought, and they probably don't even know that yet. But we in a car, I don't have a license, and we got guns. And then I proceed to tell the police, oh yeah, the guns were for a murder. We were on the way to commit murder. That completely blows up the case, because at the end of the day, how many niggas get in a high speed chase with a gun on them, do a couple years and come home? Now we facing racketeering charges because you told these niggas that we went to go kill niggas to further the gang, nigga. And then the only thing that the other nigga did, Duke said, well, because of his plea, was like, yo, everything that the Yak Gotti nigga said is true. That's not the same thing as snitching. Because as a matter of fact, the nigga snitched on me. So I'm just agreeing to it. I'm just agreeing to the plea.
I
That's the
mean,
difference.
I'm not arguing that. Fair. But what's the
So
difference
that's the
between,
difference. I can tell the
but
difference between
wait a
Yak
second.
Gotti and the Duke nigga.
Wait a second. What's the difference between Thug saying, you know, we ain't shoot at that nigga. We selling weed a little bit. That's
The
fucking
difference
Yo,
the difference in
ratting.
that
I can
is
tell you.
hold on,
I
wait, wait,
can
hold
tell
on.
you
The
because
That's
I've
difference
done
in
that.
ratting.
that
I've
is
snitched on myself.
because
When I'm in the
hold on,
I've been in
hold on,
interrogation.
1 second.
My fault. My fault.
The difference between that is he was trying to make it seem like Pee Wee and Wayne have a good, friendly relationship. So what he was saying
Understand that,
was,
but you don't tell
there's
a
no
nigga
reason
I'm
to shoot
committing
at him if
another
he's selling
crime
weed.
with another crime. Nigga, you telling the police I'm still committing
But he
crimes.
never
That's
That's
got.
it.
not
I don't,
true.
to
Check
my
this
knowledge,
out.
he didn't get charged or go to jail for that crime.
That's
Right?
what
It
I'm
was
saying.
only for shooting the thing up, and he's just trying to
Yo,
establish a friendly
So
we
relationship.
snitching
all seen
only
Paid in Full, right?
so
We all seen
snitching
Paid in
only
Full, right?
counts if someone gets in trouble.
We
You
all
can
seen
tell them
that
any
light
other
skin.
information as long as they don't get in trouble for it. It's not snitching. If you
No,
talking to the cops,
We
what he
we
was
all
saying was
saw
he
the
was
nigga
trying
wearing
to
the
build
yellow
up a foundation
jumpsuit
of relationship.
hey, stay in school,
and say,
kids.
I'm
Read your
dropping
books.
dime on these
Listen to your
niggas.
parents.
We saw that shit.
Yeah, the rules is too confusing. I'm gonna be honest.
There's
Like,
no
as a
rules.
girl, I'm
Yo,
so
They making
confused.
shit up
Who's
on
Hold on,
the
wait, one
snitching?
mic.
Who's
fly.
not,
hold
bro?
on,
This
hold
nigga
Man,
on.
said there
fuck
was
it.
five number one rules, five number one times. Like,
For
what
the
do you
record, I'm
mean?
telling, nigga.
Check this out. I just want to tell y'all real quick. So if you get arrested in a murder case, right? You get arrested in a large robbery case or something serious, right? And you are explaining yourself to the police, which I suggest nobody do. Get you a fucking lawyer and shut the fuck up at all times. However, when it comes down to that shit, I've been in interrogation rooms where motherfuckers is trying to hit me, trying to get information about a murder or a robbery or some shit. And I'm just telling the detective, because you know how it is. If you in the hood and you outside and shit like that, you know the detectives that be chasing y'all niggas down. So I'm in the interrogation room like, man, I'm like, yo, man, y'all know I just sell a little weed. Because y'all niggas is not here for me to sell for selling a little weed. Y'all niggas think I have information about a murder. And I tell you niggas, you know, I'm just a weed man. That's what that is. It's just letting y'all know, like,
Yeah, but
I'm
Hotep,
just a
we
weed
Yeah,
man,
both
bro.
know
snitch
I
on
don't
though.
somebody
fucking know
else.
nothing
But
about
One
no
mic,
Hotep,
murder.
one
hold
mic.
up.
He didn't say him.
But we know that telling them I just sell a little bit of weed don't make it just not keep their eyes on you now. You are still on their radar for other things now.
But
You are still putting yourself in the line
Bro,
of
send me
hold
fire.
to
on, wait.
jail for the
But to what
weed.
he
I don't
said
care.
Dude
As
though,
long as
locked
you're
up
not
though,
sending me to
bro.
jail
hold
for
on,
that
hold on.
murder, send me to
To
jail.
what he said was that we are fucking superstars. I'm Thug. Wayne is Wayne. Gucci is Gucci. They already have a public falling out, and where Birdman is saying this and Wayne is saying that. So it's no radar for me to put them niggas on. They are already doing this shit in public, and then somebody got shot up. So I didn't help shit. Niggas know
Oh,
about
so
this
now
shit.
you're just solidifying the conspiracy.
No, it's not because Pee Wee didn't go to jail for weed.
Solidifying that
100%.
I'm not in the
Because
conspiracy. Yes, yes, I am. What are you talking about?
no, you're solidifying that there is nefarious things going around and amongst this crew. Whether it's about weed, bitches, money, y'all niggas are shooting at each other. And what you have done is gave the police a potential reason of why these motherfuckers are shooting at each
No,
other.
what he said
Oh, he
was he
just
was
sell a bit
throwing
of
them
weed.
off. That's
Listen,
why.
bro. All right.
That's why
I'm
Bank
gonna just
said.
say this. I'm gonna just say this. If me, you, Hotep, Kenya, and we ever go do anything stupid, don't tell them anything else that I do.
But see that, that was why Bank was saying, why do young niggas think that they can
Definitely
spin the
don't.
police? Because what Thug was doing in his mind at 25, 24 years old, he felt like he could spin the police. And so Bank was like, why do you think that? You can't. These niggas are smart. You should have just shut the fuck up. And Thug was like, I don't know. I just thought I was
Movies.
helping my mans.
That nigga said movies.
But why is
Yeah,
it?
movies.
But
So
why
he
is
the
it
only
Like
one
like
that can make a mistake.
sometimey? If the rhetoric is you're in the streets, you're doing street things, we don't talk to the police. We don't tell. We
Thank you,
don't
Kenya.
not help them. We don't help them. We don't try to trick them. We don't not try. We don't say anything. Everybody becomes mute when the police gets involved, and whatever happens, happens. That's what I thought it was. So now the new
It
Mm,
rules
is. It
is
is.
it's
mm,
okay sometimes, and you could.
No, it's because
mm.
we like the motherfucker and it's
Oh,
okay.
Exactly,
right, right. Okay, that's
exactly.
fair. I
I
agree.
think
Listen,
that
That's
man.
fair.
like I said, I think that he probably had good intentions. He thought he was smarter than the average bear. He thought he could spin the police and go in there and slick talk, and it
Flirt
came
with the
out
cop.
but I don't think that I think that he was just trying to solidify a foundation between the two groups as far as, no, we don't have no beef between each other. Actually, we interact with each other all the time. My man even sell him weed, so why would the weed man shoot the tour bus up? That was what he was saying.
Chad, Chad, you accused of pimping.
Huh?
Somebody, you're accused of pimping. Somebody dies in the situation. I say, no, 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 no. He don't be doing no pimping. He just sell a little bit of
I do
weed.
that all, listen,
You are not gonna
I,
like that. You are not gonna
I
like that, bro.
listen,
I'm not gonna
when I
hold
was
you.
getting in trouble, I did I did that. What you talking about? I only do a little bit of this. You gotta give him something. You can't go in that
Yo, that's
See,
motherfucker and
what
y'all,
say
no,
everybody
no,
innocent.
you don't. No,
Hey
you
man.
Yo,
don't.
okay, so we all agree. We all agree that you should not say a motherfucking word to the police without a lawyer. You shouldn't say at all.
That's the only thing on TV that's real. Give me my
That's a
lawyer.
fact. Now, when it comes down to we've already chosen to speak and defend ourselves in the interrogation room, this is already breaking the rule, or not even a rule, because it is a rule, but it's just good advice. We already
Support a
not
rule.
taking the good advice. When it comes down to, I can tell you in real life. So when a cop is looking for a gun and they find a half a ounce of weed on you, they're going to let you go, fam. And that's how they're processing it. They pull up on you looking for the gun. They go in your book bag. They see you got a fucking ounce of weed and you got baggies. They know you are selling weed. I promise you. I watched it out my window, my nigga.
All right, cool.
They're
Hold on, wait,
going
let
to
him
OJ,
let
finish.
you
Let
let's
him
go.
go
finish real
if they
quick.
don't
Let
have a gun. So
okay.
if you're in the interrogation room, like, man, I just sell a little weed. Y'all know y'all, especially because y'all watch me. Y'all know I only got a little weed. Like, that's it. That's good, nigga. I'm going home. I don't have nothing on no murder. I got nothing else, nigga. I just sell a little fucking weed. That's it.
However, the next time they pull you over, they gonna be looking for weed.
They don't live in Miami. It don't matter.
My nigga, they don't give a
They
fuck
don't live in
about weed,
Miami.
bro.
Niggas is from Atlanta. We in a different town.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that the thing that they looking for matters. I'm saying that the next time they get a chance to put their hands on you, they're gonna remember the last time you got
Bro,
away.
do you know
And I
how,
think that's the biggest
son,
issue people are having is you okay, yeah, y'all got out of this situation, but you just made another situation for next time.
bro,
That's
if
it.
you lock
When
me
they
up
got
for
into that
weed, so
incident with the
what? I'm gonna
Dolph
do
shit,
8 months
they
and
got
come home.
arrested.
I don't care. I sell weed. I break the law. I go to jail for weed.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
the
Nah,
mindset is next
fuck
time I
that.
get caught, I'm gonna just shoot him another lie. Because you are like
And
that's
you
the
might
mindset.
tell
It's not
them,
a
You're
situation
doing a
where
lot of
but
you
here's the
talking
set
to the
me
thing,
up.
police
you
now.
I'm gonna
might
just
tell
lie
them.
again.
You might tell them I only sell weed, and that's the only thing you know that I do. I might do more than that.
I don't think that Thug feels that way, and
Ah, we
Roscoe
got him.
said that Roscoe don't feel that. I think that these niggas was just, let me shoot them something so they can stop looking at the
And
murder.
Roscoe is living in the nigga's house.
I
Sorry,
think that
Rashad.
he was like, let me shoot him something, and so that these niggas can get off my case, and get off Roscoe case. I don't think that. Listen, y'all can't spin the police. Anybody who out here doing crime, you can't spin the police. Don't even try.
Don't
Just get a
try.
lawyer. But I do think that he
Yeah,
had good
don't try.
intentions. I'm not gonna hold you. I think Thug had good intentions. But speaking of Thug, I wanted to get to the conversation, the 28-minute leak that happened yesterday when Thug was talking about Drake and Metro. I think a lot of people were wrong. A lot of people were right when it came to the beef with Drake and Metro. I heard that shit. I heard the scenario and what Thug said. I heard what who else talked about it? Fuck, it was in my head. Oh, Metro talked about it. Metro talked about leaving Drake off the song before. That was real nasty by Drake. I can't even make any type of excuses. That was real nasty, in my opinion. I think he tried to weaponize his friendship with Thug to kind of strong arm Metro into Metro giving up his song. And I thought it was weird. And this took me back to Joe when Joe had a couple clips and he was like, this isn't necessarily about Drake being the hottest nigga in the world. He probably doing some foul manipulative shit behind the scenes. I would chalk this up to one of those instances in where he was doing foul manipulative shit. But I wanted to know how y'all felt about it. If y'all heard it, what was y'all view? Av, you with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really defend it. I could see how it looks away, definitely for sure. If my mom was murdered, I forgot she was murdered. I thought she had died until like Thug really brought that back up again and shit. So, um, Yeah, no, that I can't really defend the boy on this one. I mean, but still, Iceman come soon.
Nasty.
That's
He was
crazy.
promising other women babies. Oh, poor Mariah.
Look at you
Man.
taking it somewhere we ain't.
Oh,
Did you
yeah,
did
yeah.
you see the did y'all hear the scenario? If you didn't, it Metro had a album coming out. I forgot what it was called. And
Oh,
he
I like
had the
them
song
heroes and villains too.
huh?
Heroes and villains
Yeah,
too. I think
Heroes
it's the
and
song
Villains. He had the
Trance.
song Trance on there. And it was already finished. It had Young Thug and it had Travis Scott. He was playing songs for Drake. Drake said that he wanted to get on the song. Metro, from the beginning, felt like, this song's already finished. Adding another verse is going to make the song really long. On top of the fact that this is just my song. I don't want you to have it. Right? So Drake calls Young Thug's management and says to Young Thug's management, hey man, can you see if you can get that song up off Metro? I'm trying to put it on my album. It'll be a good look for Young Thug because Young Thug in jail right now. So I want to give him some visibility. So he really like spun the narrative and tried to pull on the heartstrings of the manager. And he knew that he was going to relay the message to Thug in jail. And so he tried to make it seem like he was doing this to give Thug visibility instead of I just want this song on my album because it fits the honestly never mind track listing. And so I thought that was nasty. I thought that was ridiculous. You you don't do that. You don't do that. You running around acting like I'm Drake. A nigga should just move heaven and earth for me. And I seen a lot of people on the timeline yesterday and saying, "Oh, Metro just wanted to try to shit on Drake, and everybody else got cleared." Nigga, this is my fucking song. You're not entitled to my shit. I can say no, right? And then I don't have to give you an explanation on why I'm saying no. I could just say no and then we could just move on, right? A lot of people, oh nigga, your mom died 3 weeks. How long you gonna mourn your mom? Like, huh? Like the stands was going crazy. I felt like that shit was crazy. And it just it just, goes to the narrative of there might have been a lot more manipulative things behind the scenes and where niggas was just like, hey fam, I ain't fucking with cuz. Right? 3 weeks or not. This my shit. You trying to do backdoor. You trying to set shit up. Like, nah, this mine. How you feel about that, Hotep? Hotep 1. Go ahead, Mushy.
I was about to say,
Damn,
that,
nigga, I can't
go
even get
ahead.
3 Mississippis, nigga. Goddamn.
Go ahead, Hotep.
Nah, it's definitely some fuck shit, but y'all know how how I feel about this shit. The nigga really don't give a fuck. The nigga has his own agenda that he wants to push, and he didn't give a fuck about Metro Mom dying or being dead and shit like that. Motherfuckers, that was the most egregious part, Rashad. When motherfuckers was like, well, he like in his defense, he did wait a few weeks. It's like, nigga, excuse you? Like, what the fuck are you niggas talking about? And so, like, I don't fuck with that shit at all. I think it's very clear and cut when it comes to this shit. This was some fuck shit on Drake's end, basically trying to use the fact that he had that relationship with Thug and shit to parlay that shit to get more good graces with other artists. And it's something that I think that he's been notorious for since the very beginning of his career. Like that's what he does. Like he leverages relationships with the culture. On it, like that, he did it with Wayne. He did that shit with Big Sean and that flow that he took from him. Like I've seen him leverage all of these different relationships to be able to pretty much capitalize on his relationships. And I just never respected that. I feel like that was some fuck shit for real.
And then the response to be shut your whole ass up and make some drums. Like the response to me not feeling a way because one, I don't think you sincere. You know when a nigga call you and they want some money and they
Mm-hmm.
chat you up like they never chatted you up before. And it's like,
Gang.
this
I
is
hate that
weird.
shit so much. Cause I tell niggas all the time, this is my personal rule. I don't give a fuck about your sob story, bro. Either I'm going to give you the money or I'm not. I have told niggas no when they hit me with the sob story, and I've told niggas yes when they was like, yo, bro, I'm just trying to get an ounce of weed, bro. Can you send me $100,
But
$150?
see, but niggas know when this is kind of weird and not sincere, right? And so you
Exactly.
hit me up on some humbug, like Thug said, you hitting them up on some humbug probably sent something that wasn't sincere, and then you let a couple weeks pass. Hey man, we still good with that beat? Like, fuck, nigga, you don't leave me alone. Like, niggas can pick up on that shit. And so if I feel
Nah,
a way about that this nigga wasn't sincere, I'm going through the worst possible thing that anybody else can go through, and you trying to do something on your time. Like, no, man. And then your response be, nigga, shut up, make some drums. Like, wow.
I don't hold y'all. I know it's cliche at this point, but I was saying that before it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a fucking a backpacker when it comes to calling Drake a fucking culture vulture, bro. Like I told y'all,
Oh,
like the nigga,
brother.
he's a sycophant. I'm telling you, he's a sycophant. The nigga does all of this shit where he gives all of this copious amounts of praise, tells J. Cole, I love you, thank you so much, you shaped my career, goes to the UK, says UK rappers have the best lyricists in the world. Like that's what he does. Like this nigga love bombs the culture and then has everybody enamored with him, and then he's just using these niggas, bro. Like, yo, he has slaps. I have Drake songs that I am a fan of and shit like that, but it doesn't stop me from knowing that this nigga's a culture vulture. As a matter of fact, I told y'all the best culture vulture would be the nigga that makes y'all dance. Y'all niggas be looking at like motherfucking people like Miley Cyrus and shit like that, but those people are obvious. Y'all gotta understand that Satan is not an ugly devil red person. Satan is a beautiful songstress, my nigga. If he were to come to earth right now, y'all would be enamored with him. Y'all would love him. That's what the Antichrist is. I'm not saying Drake is the Antichrist, but I'm just saying when it comes to this type of shit, y'all gotta look past the slaps.
I think
Gotta
that
look past the slaps.
Drake, his thought process, when I heard Thug talk, it sounded like they had the same thought process of, look at the things that I've done for you. There should be a level of loyalty for me. Right. And so when you hear Drake talk and he talks about, the culture vulture aspect, and he was like, I'm not doing that. I'm just putting niggas on. Or when you hear him, when he said Rick Ross, your only number one was with me, nigga. Like, I think that Drake plays in that loyalty game of, I'm going to do these things for you. I'm going to fly to you and give you $1 million when you get out of jail. Right. So that's in your mental. So now when I need something from you, then
You can't tell
come
me
through,
no.
nigga. Or,
Yeah.
or different situations of, getting people into, the country. 21, he couldn't get into Canada. Drake pulled strings. Hey, remember this, right? Remember when I put you on tour, right? And I don't think that is, consciously that he does that with a hidden agenda. Maybe he does, maybe he
You don't
doesn't.
think he's doing that consciously?
Nah, we just gave
Uh,
Thug the benefit
I
of
don't
the
think
doubt of
I don't
him
think Drake is doing. I think in
understanding.
some place,
Shit.
right, Drake does have a good heart. I don't know the nigga, right, but I think in some ways he does have a good heart. But I also know that from what he says, the bottom line is very important to him as far as making money. And so he does do things because he really wants to put people on. But I also think that he's well aware of what, the implications are, and maybe he might need something in return down the line. Is it malicious I don't think it's malicious, but he's not stupid either. And he knows, his name holds weight. So that's why I'ma call Thug's manager and give him this fucking skewed story so that I can pull at these heartstrings on top of the fact that I'm Drake. Right? And so me pulling at your heartstrings and I'm Drake, nigga, you need to move heaven and earth to get me what I want. He not dumb.
And that's my thing, because if you don't do it, then I'm about to hear a fucking bunch of passive aggressive balls about, I never got no help. Niggas don't really fuck with me for real. Niggas is fake. You know, this other shit. It's like, it's only because I didn't do what you wanted me to do, bro. I thought, like, if you gonna do it, do it. Like, I don't do things for people with the fucking hopes of, or with the ulterior motive that, yo, down the line, I need you to do me a favor and shit like that. It'd be nice if you thought of me genuinely, but I genuinely did that for you. I'm not looking for a repayment or anything like that. I did that shit out of the kindness of my heart. You feel me? And that's the difference. Like, if it's business, then let that shit be business. Like, yo, I'm giving you this verse. I'm giving you this hook. I'm giving you whatever it is. And I'm doing that in exchange for you to do the same thing for me. That's still square business. No robbery.
But
But at the end of the day, you buying, didn't he buy 21 Savage a Ferrari for his birthday and shit like that? Like, when it comes down to this shit, bro, it just looks like you are adorning these niggas with gifts to be able to cash in on something later down the line. And that's
see,
disingenuous
I
to me.
think that we're gonna get to Mushy. Mushy did have his hand up, and then Mick Gotti. I think that we get up here and we've talked about contracts and we've talked about business a lot. I think the more that we listen to these niggas, because I think we speaking from a place of assumption and we don't know. So obviously everybody's paying for verses and spending money and no, these niggas really be fucking with each other. And there is a sense of I love you, I vibe with you, I want a certain sense of loyalty among us. Even Thug said, I still ain't took no money from Gunna. Even after I feel how I feel, I've never got no money off of this nigga. Right? Because that's just not who I am. I want Gunna to prosper. He said he got 50-50 splits in the contract and never seen a dollar. A lot of these niggas don't be operating off of we sticking to this contract and this is a contract and this is how we gonna go and we ain't doing it. These niggas don't really move like that. Right? When Thug was on the phone talking to Kendrick, talking to his manager, trying to get Kendrick on the phone, on the verse. One thing he said that stuck out to me, he was like, yeah, Kendrick don't accept no money for no verse, do he? And his manager was like, nah, he don't. Meaning, nigga, if I'm gonna get on your verse, I'm gonna get on your verse because I fuck with you and I fuck with this song. It's no amount of money or contracts that you can send to entice me to get on this motherfucking song. I'm Kendrick Lamar. If we gonna do it, we gonna do it. We'll figure that shit out. And so a lot of it, that's why I was speaking from that space of when we had these conversations with the Monique and Tyler Perry situation, or we had conversations about other things. These niggas not moving like that. I think we assume that shit because we don't know. But more and more these niggas start talking, you see that. Go ahead, Mushy. Mushy, what's the word?
Oh no, I was ready to say from the beginning, it just sounded like his currentism and his white privilege coming out. But it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel bro on this situation of not like talking about his mom and all that shit or whatever, but I think he does do those things to have something, you know what I'm saying, on people. You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing this for you, I expect you to do it back. You know what I mean? And that's probably like why we hear so many of his raps like or lately have been like niggas betraying him and shit because he just looking at it like a business aspect, like I did this for you, you know what I'm saying? Anybody would feel like that, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know no person, but is it genuine? You know what I'm saying? Like, or you just trying to make money out of this shit and be who you are, you know what I'm saying? Like, but he got both ways to him, so I don't know. I ain't the biggest Drake fan, so I ain't gonna sound like I'm uh, bashing him or nothing, but everybody will feel like that, but.
Huh.
Go ahead, Mick Gotti, Avd, and KL.
What's good,
What's the word?
Rashad?
How you feeling?
Shit, I'm feeling all right. I am glad to see that these niggas finally came out and said what the issue was. If a nigga hit me up 3 weeks after my mom died, not even dying, being murdered, and asked me about a beat, fuck nigga, you not getting a fucking beat. It's really that simple. It's too much life shit going on. It's mad emotional shit going on. Like, like niggas really think the world revolves around them and what in their album or their rollout. Like, dog, if Drake is the nigga that everybody pretends or tells me that he is, this guy with a good heart who just wants to help and put people on, then nigga, you should know, hey, maybe right now ain't the time. I got Boy Wonder in the studio. I got Tay Keith in the studio. I got 40. I could get another hot beat. Right now, my nigga Metro dealing with a lot. And then for you to run around after that and diss him and then wonder why future niggas wasn't fucking with you? Come on, man. Like, niggas gotta grow up, bruh. That shit is not cool. Nothing about that shit was cool, and it was nasty. And now, that whole Metro shut your whole ass up and make some drums, nigga, do not hit to me. That shit is nasty.
Yeah, that's nasty. I'm not
Disgusting
gonna lie,
behavior.
that's nasty. Go ahead,
Yeah, that's
Av.
nasty.
KL can go. Her hand was up first.
The biggest K, what's the word? How you feeling today?
Hey y'all,
Please
happy
be on the right
Sunday.
side of history.
No, I just came up here to ask a question about Thug and Gunna. I ain't doing this shit with y'all today. Anyway, so is how can someone explain to me how Gunna could be on Thug's label and Thug say he ain't made a dime off him?
Because it's up to Thug to enforce it. I don't have to
So
enforce
you're
it.
saying Gunna is generating revenue right now under that label and Thug ain't received any of it?
Yes.
Ain't no way in hell. All right.
It's like I said, it's up to because Thug is the CEO, so it's up to him to enforce whether I'm gonna take some bread. And
What do you
so
mean enforce? It's coming to you based off of based off of his contract. He said in the next breath, it's 50-50. If it's 50-50, that means you made money off of him because you're getting half.
no, he's
No?
saying that he has on paper it says 50-50. He's never enforced it though. That's what he said. On paper, yes,
And
I
y'all
have
believe
some money
that.
that I could go collect, especially after all of this fuck shit, but I ain't even gonna do it.
And that's,
Who
we
cut
going
this
with that.
man?
I
I'm
mean,
just
the other
asking.
I
nigga
think
is
Gunna
running
said it as
around.
well. Gunna co-signed.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Gunna said it as well. A lot of niggas.
Mm.
That's why Thugs said that he told Baby not to sign with P because a lot of these niggas be moving off of
That was some hating shit too.
huh.
But
Yeah,
go ahead.
that was hate. He was
That
hating.
was some hating ass
But
shit he said. But
from
But
Thug's point of
didn't
view,
P sell his catalog? So
but
anyway,
from Thug's point of view, right? If we supposed to be those, brothers or, especially the relationship that P and Baby has, how you gonna take all of this nigga masters? This is the only way that niggas make money. Besides this and shows and endorsements, you gonna take all
Rashad,
this
that's
nigga
in
shit?
hindsight though. That's in hindsight. What did P do off top to make you say don't sign with him? Like what was that
No,
about?
that was because he found out the ins and outs of. He said he found out how the Migos deal and the ins and outs of they deal, and he didn't want Baby to sign and get into that type of deal where all your masters is P, because that's the only way artists make money. And so if we cool or if we have this type of relationship coming from the streets, you gonna take all my shit, nigga? Like, god damn. Like, so that's why
that
he
don't
said don't
sound
sign
very
with
that
him,
don't sound very P Rashad.
huh?
And let me ask this too. Let me ask this. I'm literally just asking. I don't know nothing about the music business. I don't know nothing about this street shit. I'm just asking questions. I'm trying to figure out. I ain't gonna get into the trial. Go ahead. Just go to who's next. I'm just listening.
I think it was. Go ahead, Av.
Man, I don't really got much to say other than how is it when Young Thug when he talking about he did all this for everybody. I bought your mama that house. I bought your daddy or brother that car. It's from a genuine place of hurt. But when Drake doing this, it's like nah, that nigga a culture vulture. He just trying to manipulate people. I don't understand how we have the same. It's not the
You saying niggas is
it's
double
not the
minded?
same. Yeah, like I don't understand. It's just like it's we picking and
I don't
choosing.
think that
Cause this nigga
Drake is
ain't
doing
from here,
anything
man.
malicious.
Oh
The
my
nigga ain't.
God, we
What do
back on
I
that.
mean?
You
Hold on
right.
though. Are we gonna
He
acknowledge that
he
these
he
niggas
was
knew
paying
each
for
other
Christ.
10 plus years before rap?
Yeah,
Say that again.
Are we
that's
gonna
one thing. And
acknowledge
then
that these
two,
niggas have known each other years before
yeah,
rap?
they have.
That plays a part in this.
But I
Yeah,
don't
like
think
you
that
said,
Drake is
like
doing
you
this
said, true.
maliciously. I think that there is a
Mm,
level of I'm doing something for you, and so when you cross me, nigga, did you forget? That type of shit. I don't think that bringing it up makes it disingenuous. So for me, I think that
I
Drake
do.
is
I don't
also,
know.
hurt, but I think he's oblivious to the shit that he's done that has caused these situations. But I do think that there is a part of Drake that is doing this out of wanting to be down, wanting to be apart, and I truly have, feelings and love for this person, right? I don't think that it's just like, oh
I
no,
I
let
kind
me
of see it
scheme
as
and
like
get this shit going. I don't think that that's the case.
yeah, I kind of see it as far as like he sees it how as a win for everyone in his book. As far as like it does get Thug's name out there, it puts him in a different light where he's not probably rapping about the shit he's getting in trouble for. And I'm I'm just saying I see it how it can maybe he's looking at it from his perspective. Well, I don't agree. I would never ask anybody who just lost their mother to a fucking being murdered for a beat. I mean, I don't even rap, but it's just like I'm trying to see it from that because if you listen to the call, Young Thug even says like Drake kind of think like me. Like, should had he asked me, sure, yeah, like things move on, people keep going. You know what I'm saying? So it's not. I don't think it's just a Drake thing or anything like that. It's just some people are wired differently in terms um of just moving. I mean,
I do.
Kendrick has a
Ab, you
song.
got to keep it a bean.
I'm not,
Drake lied, and
how he lie
he lied, and he tried to
about
weaponize that
what?
friendship. This wasn't about getting the song. This was a finished song that Metro had. This wasn't about getting the song so that he can put it on his album to give Young Thug a look, because Metro was putting the song on the
Then
album as
it
well.
kills. Wait. I say it does multiple things. I say it's where everyone gets a win. That's what I'm saying.
But
I'm
it's going
saying.
to be on. But it's already gone on Metro's album, and it went on Metro's album. So you talking about you want to put it on your album for Thug to win? No, you just want to
Metro
win
not
because
broke.
Thug and Travis and Metro gonna win anyway. You just want to be a
And he
part
knew
of
they
it.
gonna win,
And
but
Metro said no. So now you over here trying to weaponize the friendship and throw your weight around as Drake. Nigga, the song going on the album anyway. That's what Thug said. So what is we talking about? You're not doing this shit for me, nigga, because it's already gonna go out.
And if it was genuine, you wouldn't diss me after I told you no.
Okay, I'm with y'all on the nasty. Drake, disgusting work. I
yeah,
cannot argue.
yeah.
Ab, I don't know what the hell you up here doing. I can't argue against that shit. Listen, Drake, you're nasty. Your timing was off. It was a selfish thing you were trying to do. However, we gotta acknowledge the timeline. He didn't do that and then put this out. No, Metro put them 2 albums out and then that push-up shit came out. Acknowledging that. That's all I want to say. It was nasty, yes, but we try to make it seem like Drake did that and then straight went to dissing. No, that's not how that
No,
went.
I
But
think that
So you
he,
sat with
but
it,
but he was
simmered on
nasty,
it, thought
disgusting.
about it,
no,
then
I think
dissed him.
we there
All
is
right.
some things that
No,
happen in
that's not.
between. What
That's not what I'm.
how would I
Okay,
if
go
a nigga
ahead.
said, hey fam, bad timing, or if I get wind that a nigga feel away, right? And I know that that wasn't my intentions, like Thug said, if a nigga know about it, he gonna say, he gonna deny it. If he don't know, he just gonna say he don't know.
But Rashad, I'm with you though. I'm with you on the fact that, like, regardless, Metro has a right to feel away towards Drake. Like, that was nasty for you to fucking do. I'm gonna make albums about you. I'm gonna let this hate fuel me to put out some fire ass music. I'm with you on that. I was just saying, I'm not saying he's not justified in feeling away. He absolutely is. Like, you played on me. I don't give a fuck how you can't. There's no way to spin it. Drake, you played. Regardless, it was selfish. Your timing was off. It was disgusting. But the only reason why I interjected is because it's like, oh, he went straight to this after that. I don't know. I just feel like the timeline kind of doesn't matter, even though Drake was nasty.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whatever.
I don't think that it went straight to.
He definitely put them 2 albums out with Future, and then the Push Ups record came out after
Yeah,
that.
so we did skip through the timeline, but there was rumblings in between because then it turned into girl shit, then it turned into other shit.
The tweet and deletes, remember?
Then it
Tweet and
turned into the
deleters.
tweet or delete. Like it turned into a lot of different things when it stemmed from this situation. So if I would have
Nasty.
heard
It's nasty.
about this, I would be like, oh shit, my bad. I didn't know you felt like that, dog. I was just trying to boom, 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 work my move to, possibly I would have that conversation. It doesn't seem like there was a
I'm not mad
conversation.
at you. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at
Yeah,
all.
he just seemed oblivious, like, damn, why these niggas mad at me? What I do? I ain't did shit. And that's mostly the sign of a nigga who knew exactly what he did. Oh, like only a nigga who would just deny every goddamn thing. Yeah, you know what you did, fam. Come on, man, that's nasty. And then when you hear Thug like reinforcing it, Thug like, hey, fam, this you shouldn't have did it. Disingenuous. You probably hit him up with some stupid shit, and he ain't fucking with it.
Thug said I wouldn't even play with Metro like that.
Like, come
I
on,
said, I know
man,
that's right.
that's
Man, that nigga Metro still posting his mama right now. Boy, that nigga is not like, come on, man.
Anybody, first of all, as a child, period. But if you really have a close relationship with your mama, I don't think he's ever going to get over it. You know what I'm saying? That's not something, that's just something
Exactly.
he going to have to deal with and try to live through, obviously, in a painful way, but that's not something he's going to get over. So it's like, I have a heart for him with that. And then especially the way in which she passed. That's crazy.
yeah, that was nasty. I ain't all the way around. Come on, Drake. Listen. Come on, man. Then the nigga got on loud talk about the tweet and deleters. I forgot about that. Come on. Go ahead, Ab.
Disgusting.
Oh, I don't got nothing else to
Oh,
say.
he was off mute.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah, nasty. I think
Wait, wait, let me ask you though. So, in terms of thoughts, so are you guys like neutral now? How y'all feeling about like,
That
I
nigga
guess
still a rat.
he's not a
I
snitch
ain't
to me.
calling no,
I ain't gonna lie.
yo.
He's not a snitch to
But
me.
what I'm
Hey,
saying,
that
like,
nigga
as far as
still
this
a
gunner
rat.
shit, do y'all
Yeah.
feel like he moving the goalposts a little bit or no?
Yeah. All right. So I actually do have a question. When he was talking about Woody, he was like, at least with Woody, he not doing the street shit no more. So like, you can rap as long as you change your lifestyle. Is Gunna still living the street lifestyle? Like, I didn't understand that point because when I applied to Gunna, he's out here having walk clubs, doing events for the kids and shit like that. He was an Under Armour commercial and shit. So like, would that not apply? Like, I'm
So
Nah,
not
but he
he
confused.
did
so
come home pretending like he didn't do what he did.
so what Thug said is that he always considered Gunna a street nigga. because he rapped about street shit and he probably was involved in little minor street
And
shit.
he was Crip. Let's add
I,
that in there
I
too.
guess. But so he always considered him a
Yo, I'm
street
gonna be
nigga.
hold up, Rashad. Let me just say this. As a person from Georgia, niggas claiming to be a Crip in the state of Georgia is fucking insane. First off.
Well,
Yeah.
he went to
Please.
Cali. He flew to Cali to
Yeah,
get
he
put on
flew to
Crip, by the
Cali. The
way.
nigga was born and raised in Georgia. Come on, man. Ain't no motherfucking Crips in Georgia. All
Yeah,
right,
it's
all
it's
right,
it's
all right.
really it's
He
not.
flew
Please.
to Cali to get put on
That's
Crip.
why
He
that's
flew
why
to
I was just
Cali. He
like
was born and raised in Georgia. The nigga's not a Crip.
That
it,
nigga, if you got put on Crip, you're a Crip. I don't give a fuck
no,
Oh,
where
I
you from.
no,
brother.
there's
I
a
never
lot
see
of
that nigga wear
niggas.
blue.
There's a lot of niggas out here that are trying to be a part of the in crowd type shit. That and so you that like that's what it is. I never knew somebody who could be in a gang and not do gang shit as in putting in real work. Right? Whether you sticking niggas up, robbing, serving, doing things like gang shit. Like a lot of niggas just be holding that title so that other people, they can be good in certain hoods, especially when you rap it. Like he know what the fuck that is. He's not necessarily in that for real, but he has the title so that he can have like a few passes in a few places. So when they say he's a crip, that's why I say, all right, whatever. Like,
Rashad, you know damn well ain't no Crips in Georgia. Come
come
on,
on,
man.
man. Listen,
Hey man, if y'all want to pick and
this
choose when
shit
niggas
I
are
ain't gonna
gang
phony.
hold you.
members,
It ain't
cool.
really too many Crips in the South, son. Like
And wake it up. Wake
It's
it
not.
up,
I lived
Hotel.
I lived in
That shit's some
Raleigh and it was
bullshit.
nothing but a bunch of blood niggas. Like it was a small amount, a very, very small, minute amount of Crips. It was a very, very little Southern Cripping going on, is what I'm saying.
Gunna the last
Yeah.
one,
I
the last
But
crip.
completely
but
understand what
to
y'all
Kay's
saying. Then he should
question,
have sat his grown ass down and not flew to Cali to get put on Crip. Can we all agree on that?
You saw his flight tickets?
No.
Nah, nigga,
this
I was in
nigga
Cali that
stupid.
weekend and was talking to my Crip niggas.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
you
I
was
don't think he should
there.
have did that. But to answer Kay's question, I feel differently about him. I don't think he's a snitch no more. He convinced me with the interrogation story. Not gonna lie. Um,
Wait.
I don't think he
he
a
he
snitch
convinced
no
me.
more.
Yeah,
He
nah,
convinced me.
But
yo.
let me
Which
just say this. Like, regardless of the snitch story, I'm gonna be honest, to me, I feel like the reception of Gunna is fucking with Thug. Like, I feel like he feels like everybody should feel the way that he feels towards Gunna. He
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't be getting no support. He shouldn't be getting any of this shit, regardless of whether you think he was right, wrong, tricked by lawyers, whatever. Thug is giving, I'm pissed off that y'all niggas is jacking this shit. Not that I'm mad because it's like, I thought this shit was gonna be over for him.
Not jacking.
Like,
Okay, New York.
Kay with the
yeah.
slang.
But I'm just
Not
saying,
jacking that shit,
like
B.
that's just how I feel. Like that's like it gave that a little bit because you're going on these diatribes about I put him on, I put money in his mouth. Like none of this shit is relevant to any of this. Like it's just it gives like you just kind of bitter because you feel like the people don't care about how you feel or the people aren't, I guess, looking at him the way that you do. You feel like he shouldn't still be getting love out here. Like
No,
Now
that's
I
what it
listen.
think it
feels
So
is.
wait.
like.
So
It's
wait. Let me.
relevant because how I process it, right, was Thug is saying in every aspect of this shit, whether it was business or personal, I put you first. I put your family first. I put your relationship with your daddy. I told you go holler at your daddy. I put your mama, getting your aunties and shit. I'm thinking about you all the time, all the way, right? Getting you to blow. And then it's pause. And then as soon as you get to a space and where there's a fork in the road, you choose yourself. And so that shit is hurtful. That shit fucked up. Because I really didn't have to do this shit. I don't have to go half with you on your mama house. Nigga, get your money up and get your mama house. But I'm thinking about you. I'm not taking no money out your contract. I'm thinking about
But
you. So how you
Rashad,
gonna
you
do me
weren't
like that?
thinking about me if you was doing bullshit and you know I wasn't because you did all that shit for me. I gotta go to jail for some shit I ain't do. That's why I don't get the street shit, bro. That's why I
Nigga,
tell you,
you
y'all
was
niggas is
claiming
Yeah.
different.
But Kay,
YSL
what
Mm-mm.
he's
off the
Y'all is
saying
strip.
Listen
is,
to
different.
your
Y'all
parents,
different.
read the book,
but
go to
Kay,
school,
what he's
kid.
Y'all
saying
is
is
different.
the nigga was never going to jail. Gunna was never going to jail. Never. There's no jury in America that was ever going to convict Gunna anyway. So just sit there for a little bit, fam. Cause you're not going to prison, dog. They don't have no evidence on you. He said it's 9 terabytes of shit. They don't have no evidence on you. They ain't got no pictures, no text messages, nothing. So just sit your ass down. You gonna be all right. Go ahead.
And Gunna knew that.
Yes, Gunna knew that. Gunna
Okay.
not stupid.
All right.
He knew he
Y'all
ain't
gotta
going to.
stop babying that nigga, man. He
He
was
not.
dead
Y'all
fucking
Who's
wrong,
cool.
babe?
bro.
I'm not
Thug,
Stop
babying
brother.
that
nobody.
shit,
I don't
bro.
know these niggas.
Hit
Y'all
little
get too
Jeffrey.
Stop
passionate. I don't know
babying
these
these
niggas.
niggas,
Y'all
I
man.
don't know
niggas
I
these
don't even
niggas.
babying
know
little
these niggas.
little
Hold
Hit
on.
them
Wait.
every
Jeffrey
day.
One
now.
mic. One mic.
What the fuck?
I think like to Thug. I thought it was a slight. I'm not gonna lie. He said Gunna smarter than he looked. I was like, do he look dumb?
And do Thug think he looks smart?
Over here crying over another nigga.
No,
I had to find
nigga
different ways
crazy.
to love him.
Yeah, this shit's
Yo,
crazy. But
niggas.
go ahead.
Go
Y'all
ahead,
niggas be
Av, and
crying
then
over way less. I hate that shit, boy. Hypocrites.
go ahead, Av, and then Mushy.
I think I would have respect Thug had he came out like when he first got out of jail. It was like more when he said he was just hurt that I think he would have got more sympathy that way. Had he just say he was just hurt by the whole situation of just gonna not like either hitting him up, not checking on his mama and shit. But him coming out just coming like he a rat, he a rat, he a rat. That shit just backfired. I feel like if he was just honest and truthful on his feelings and shit from the jump, we wouldn't be here right now.
You want niggas to be vulnerable off the rip. Okay, I see
Progressive
you.
boys, we up. Let's go.
Go ahead. Progressive voice. Go ahead, Mushy.
All right. I was ready to say, what K, well, I'm speaking to K point about, he feel that people, should look at him like he do. I think that some of these street niggas gotta understand that this generation don't care about snitching, bro. These niggas will do it in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like tailing off, you know what I'm saying, I said this before, like, I applaud motherfuckers just getting out of the streets. You know what I'm saying? But now a nigga be like, I ain't do this shit, but you with these niggas and you gonna tell, like, nah, nigga, you signed up for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was there. And like, like Thug said, like, it's 28 motherfuckers. You don't know the 28 these niggas. You only know 3. So you gonna put my life in danger and shit, and you don't know the rest of these niggas. You from a whole other side of town. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he kind of feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Cause you speaking on some shit that you really don't know nothing about. And like you said, I looked at him like a street nigga. You know what I'm saying? He said he a Crip. And like you said, K, ain't too many motherfucking Crips in goddamn the South. Like, everybody is a goddamn blood. That's why you don't see them niggas goddamn even repping that shit in the South. Cause them niggas outnumbered. But at the same time, like, niggas just gotta understand that this shit ain't the same no more. Like, you seen it when people was like, I'm still gonna listen to his music. Like, these people don't care about Cincy no more in this shit, bro. Like, cause everybody will be like,
Yo,
go
Mushy,
ahead.
did you see Whack 100's 10-minute video about the new street
Yeah, and
rules?
then the pass of them new niggas.
Yo, son, I ain't gonna hold you for like just objectively speaking, son. Like, it wasn't too like I thought he was like I know he's trolling,
It's not
but it was
egregious.
still based.
Yeah.
It wasn't
It's
crazy.
based
He
on
was
these
like, yo,
times
it's like,
because that's what I'm saying. Like the
yeah.
old law is the old law. These niggas ain't came up since y'all want to play like this. All right, this how we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Because like everybody been saying, you don't talk to police, none of that shit. That was our only fucking rule, nigga. Don't talk to the police. You know what I'm saying? And there was some other things in there, you know what I'm saying? But what he came up with is valuable to today's time because motherfuckers just want to be part of that shit and don't want to be part of it. It's halfway gangsters out this motherfucker these days. You know what I'm saying? Cause niggas gon' do, you see it all the time. Like the people that, damn Julio, in the Julio Fulio case, like Shawty was down with it, but then she be like, oh, I'm abused. Nah, bitch, you got your ass in that car. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody got, and niggas start telling no murders that y'all doing and shit. Like, no, nigga, you was part of this shit. But it's like, I ain't spending money. If you the driver, and now niggas like, shit, I just drove. No, you part of this shit, my nigga.
Let me ask a question. So, because Big Blank, he was like, man, it's folks watching this shit that will think, hey, fam, what you talking about is crazy. And so Thug was like, nah, I don't care. You know, it's men shit. He gave the Elon Musk comparison. And he was like, it don't matter how much money you make, you can't change your mindset. Do y'all believe that? Do y'all think
No.
that?
Absolutely not. New levels, new devils, nigga. Absolutely not. You can
Yeah,
change.
yeah.
You can change. You can change your mind. You must, if you want to stay in the position that you're in currently. You have to, and that's why and that's the reason he can't. The street shit is no longer cool. And Thug holds it to such a high regard. All that bullshit ass loyalty. I'ma do this bullshit, and because you my man, you ain't had nothing to do with it. You should stand tall because of what I done did for you. That shit is no longer cool, and he is having a hard time accepting
Man,
the
it's too
reality that
late.
that is no
That
longer the thing.
Yeah, no, no, that's what I'm saying. K, it's
He's
no
having a
longer the
hard
thing.
time that the
It's too
Yeah.
times are
late.
changing. Like he's
That's
having a
some
hard time
bullshit.
that.
It's no need. Look,
I ain't gonna lie, you
K,
kind of begging to argue. Go
yeah,
ahead.
K, you
What?
right. K, you right.
It's
It's no, it's,
bullshit because niggas love the street shit when niggas is up. Niggas was shaking their ass. They was YSL. They was slack. They was this. They was that. And then when niggas got locked up, oh, I don't know. Oh, I'm a
But I'm not
civilian.
talking about
Oh,
niggas.
niggas
What
is
I'm
we're
talking
not
sucking
talking
dick,
about
about
is,
sucking
them.
shit.
So
but
what I'm
Rashad,
Hey
saying
man,
is,
we
I'm
talking about his
answering
second
Rashad's
chance now. Nigga got a
question.
whole second chance. He need to change his ways, just like Big Bank said. Like when Big Bank was talking about you gotta move on, change your ways, or whatever. I thought of Gunna. Like Gunna, that's exactly what he did. He ain't still running around doing the same shit he was doing before. He got himself healthy. He doing other shit. He not just dwelling on this shit. But I understand from Thug's perspective, like he just getting out. But I don't know. Go sit with the lady, nigga.
yeah,
Shit,
I think
you love to
I
talk.
think that they're um I didn't like that because you can see that Thug is, like Kay said, having a hard time transitioning from folks don't give a fuck about that. I think Tone put in the
Mental health.
comments. Tone, what did Tone say? She said, I get he hurt, but Gunna coming home and being successful probably makes him even more upset because he's
That's
holding
what I
this
said
shit.
earlier. I told
Yeah,
you.
he putting this shit in so high on a pedestal, and it's like, damn, niggas ain't fucking with me. Even when 21 was on the phone, he was like, yeah, you got Gunna career in the palm of your hands. Like, if you come out and whatever you say go type shit. He put the whatever Wham say go. Like this street shit and this street mindset, and then he realized we don't give a fuck about that, fam. We don't care. Where is the good music? And he was trying to hold on to that shit so hard, and Big Bang was like, hey man, listen, this ain't it. I done did some street shit, and I ain't in the streets no more. And then this is what the culture is. This is what the climate is, and Thug just can't wrap his mind around that shit. It's like a level of like confusion. Like, what the fuck? Because this is
I ain't gonna lie. When it came down to what he was saying, when he felt, I think it was after his brother got killed. He was like, he looked up to Wayne, and it was somebody else he said he looked up to,
Michael Vick.
and I think Michael Vick, yeah. So I think he took all of that shit to heart, fam. I feel like, especially that age of rapper, like the Gen X going into the millennial generations, like that whole, like, you have to be, in order for you to be the best gangster rapper, you had to be the best gangster before you became a rapper. And so when it comes down to that shit, a lot of motherfuckers like the Gunners and shit, I don't really believe, like, he was so disappointed, like, you a street nigga, like, you a street nigga, I treat you like a street nigga, I view you like a street nigga. And Gunner's like, nigga, I'm a dope rapper. And I think that's the discrepancy. Like, when you become a rapper, bro, and you start making your first legal paper, bro, you are no longer a gangster. So you could be a gangster rapper, but you got to stop being a gangster, because that shit doesn't bode well for your career legally. You don't gotta be pussy. You can still, follow street rules and shit like that. But you actively committing crimes, my nigga, on the side as a side hustle is the worst shit you could ever fucking do. Who was the nigga? Robert Downey Jr. This nigga was all types of fucked up. The nigga, Tim Allen. This nigga played Buzz Lightyear. This nigga was moving cocaine with the cartel. You feel me? Like, once you stop that shit, my nigga, you have to move on with your life.
I think I
Like, once
found
you
it
become,
very interesting that Thug would call Gunna a street nigga. And
Because it's niggas in Atlanta that's saying he is though.
listen,
But in the same breath, Thug said he didn't know what was going on. So which one is it?
listen,
Which one is it?
Gunna is definitely
Because they from two sides of the
He
fence. That's
playing
why they was
both
saying,
sides. Say
okay.
it, Rashad. Say
I
it with
think
me now.
what we're doing and what Thug is doing is you can be a man of honor. You can be a man of respect. You don't have to confuse that with being a gangster. Right? And I think that he is confusing that shit. And where I can still stand on principle as far as love and loyalty, but I'm also like QCP said, I'm a businessman. I'm a tax-paying citizen. Gonna don't have no kids, but in peace, I'm taking care of my family. Like, nigga, I can be a man of honor and still have respect and don't have to follow y'all rules. Like, why are you trying to put these rules on another nigga? Right? Because Gunna, obviously, you said that he's a strategic nigga, right? And he makes moves based on his, next move. And so if you know these things about him, that's what Big Bank said. You didn't just realize this shit about Gunna. You probably been knew it. So what's the difference now? Right? And so Thug is
And
trying
all
to
that
force this shit on him, and that's not him.
All that street shit be sounding good in theory. It's just like the conversation we were having the other day. Niggas up here talking about how they'll use their gun. Oh, I'm Trump, da 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 da. But when you under that pressure, your ass be shaking like booty meat. You're not gonna bust that bitch back because you don't know what you'll do under pressure. All that street shit sound good until you're actually in it. Now niggas ready to come home. Hello?
Yeah, listen, niggas have a lot of woulda, coulda, shouldas until they sit down in that interrogation room,
That's
right?
what I'm saying. And Thug showed us that, did he not? But anyway.
Nasty. Yeah, I think.
I know y'all.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
My fault. I got a theory, and I know y'all gonna jump me, but I've been workshopping this shit for like the past 2 years and shit, and everybody shits on me. Well, some people, half the people do, half of the people don't. Anyway, so you know how you got your Robert De Niro's, Al Pacino's, Joe Pesci's and shit like that. These motherfuckers are fucking theater kids for all intents and purposes, right? But they played some of the most prolific gangsters that we've ever seen. And anytime that these niggas would ever to do like go out into the streets and shit like that, motherfuckers in the hood would treat them like they are the characters that they portrayed on these movies. How do y'all feel about that being for gangster rappers, where it's like Lil Wayne played by Dwayne Carter, Jay-Z played by Sean Carter? Like these gangsters, these niggas, it's just an act. It's all an act. Like when you sit down with me and we have a conversation, I'm telling you about all the other shit that I'm into, but this is just a persona that I have. Like it's completely separate from my real life. I know everybody that tells me no, it has to be authentic and shit like that. And I'm like, nah, son, it just has to be believable, just like an actor. And I think that creating that separation would allow the audience to be able to enjoy the music and all of that other shit, and then the artist to be able to portray whatever they want to portray without being criminalized in a sense by society. What do y'all think
I think
about
the
that?
I
CIA
think they
got a
need to
hold on
acknowledge
us.
it. They need to acknowledge that then.
Yeah,
I'm
T.I.
fine
was
with
it.
everything you said as long as niggas acknowledge it. And that's my problem. Niggas was gang banging on records, doing all that shit actively, and now all of a sudden they civilians. I don't like that shit. I
Yeah,
don't respect it.
yeah.
I
Listen,
don't. And can't nobody in this room convince me otherwise.
listen. CIA got a hold on us, man, because we see with these festivals and shit. It's all white folks buying these tickets, man. We got to keep it a bean. And they will get in that motherfucker by the tens of hundreds of thousands, rap every single word of the most gangster shit you ever heard, and then go home
And
and
then
be
go
Mac
back to
from private
Mulberry.
school. Right? We are the only
Mm-hmm.
ones that are holding on to, you have to live your raps. You have to be who you say you're gonna be. And why? Why do I have to be a fucking degenerate in real life? Why do I have to kill, rob, and steal for you to go buy my record? But I think it starts. I don't even know where it starts because the rappers hold on to this shit and the fans hold on to it, especially the black fans. White boys don't care. I don't think the women even care. Black or white, they don't give a fuck. It's only black men that really care about, did you really do this shit for real? And that's the craziest thing
Yeah.
to me.
I would
I
prefer that they
really
be
think, I
lying.
do think,
Honestly, I don't want to see none of
yeah.
y'all
Yeah,
niggas locked
same.
up and dead. I'm just gonna be honest. None of that shit don't matter to me. I just don't get it. Like, what is the harm? I guess my thing is, to me, from the outside looking in, having family members, obviously, that grew up and partook in this sort of lifestyle. Y'all know when these niggas ain't about that shit. Y'all know the niggas that's all right. You over here, but we already know the vibes. Y'all know that. Y'all already know that. So then
Yeah.
I don't get why everybody's so shocked and why everybody's so mad.
That's
That's what I
why
don't get. And
everybody
just like I
can't
said,
go. That's why everybody can't
Thug
go
said
with
out of
them.
his mouth, you name these niggas and you don't even know what's going on. So how you gonna say that? And then in the other breath, you know what I'm saying? You knew this nigga wasn't on that shit. You knew it.
Why you only holding one person accountable though?
I'm not holding one person accountable. We're
Yes,
talking
you
about
are.
Young
All I hear out your
Thug.
mouth is thug, thug, thug,
What are
thug,
you?
thug. Nigga, what
I mean,
about
Because is
Gunna?
that not what we're talking
No,
about?
he want
wait.
to hold Gunna accountable, and you trying to hold Gunna accountable is what we talking about.
That's what I'm.
Gunna should be able to rap and say this shit
Thug, your
and do this
cousin.
shit and then still go home and be Sergio. He should be
Then
able to do
acknowledge
that
you
shit.
fucking Sergio, nigga.
What
Goddamn.
you
He
say?
was
I
saying
couldn't
to
hear
you.
you. Say it again.
You talking to me?
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. What you say?
Acknowledge that you fucking Sergio. I'm cool with these niggas acknowledging that they actors. Just admit it. When you ask Robert Downey Jr. and the rest of these niggas who the fuck, I'm an actor. So, alright, cool. Be that.
Can I speak? I just wanted to say that,
Did you just hit the blunt?
nah.
Oh,
Point
that was a
being,
deep
the point
inhale.
I wanted to make was that Jay-Z's done this, where even, when he made the Black Album, he spoke about the retirement of the persona Jay-Z and embracing his true identity as Sean Carter, the businessman. Even to that end, I feel like even how Young Thug navigated that conversation, a lot of it reminded me of a lot of Hulk Hogan interviews where he was, boasting and bragging about
Oh,
Hulk
Hogan.
Hogan this,
Why you
Hulk
bring the
Hogan that.
white man in this? We don't give a fuck about the
I'm
white
bringing
man,
Hulk
nigga.
Hey
Hogan into
man,
this.
not
Let
on
me
my
Racist
answer
Lord
that.
pig.
Let me
Sunday.
answer that.
This nigga.
It ain't no joke. I'm bringing Hulk Hogan into that because Hulk Hogan actually won a lawsuit regarding defamation as it relates to who he is, his real government name, and how that was defamed versus Hulk Hogan, the character, and how those are two different personas. This is law that a entertainer who has a persona, vicariously that persona is not associated with their true identity. So sure, I could see artists, rappers doing more of that, but just as important for the audience to understand the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think. I think that is where the audience won't accept it. I don't think we will allow our rappers to not live their life. It's still it's too big of a detriment in where even now, if you know a nigga ain't that and he rapping about that shit, he fake, he a fuck nigga, he a liar.
Right.
Like we don't let them niggas do that.
Like,
And
okay, so I don't, I have a hard time thinking that any rapper that's talking about selling drugs is actually selling drugs. I'm sorry. Even if they do, I don't care that they did or didn't. The music there's a message, there's art to it that you have to respect. And some people do it better than others. I'll put it bluntly and say, I don't like Freddie Gibbs' drug dealer raps. I've never have. There's
What?
nothing artistically high quality about it. It's redundant and
What?
monotonous.
Go listen to
But
it
hold on, wait,
again,
let him get
nigga.
it off. Let him get it
when it
off.
comes to what the Clips does, everything that they do, there is more nuance to their storytelling and how they deliver their stories that I appreciate as a consumer of the art. Regardless of if either one of them actually sold drugs, I don't care. I just know that this artist I like. It don't have nothing. It should never have anything to do with whether or not they really did that shit in real life.
Yeah, I think that the drug bars and shit is lazy. I don't necessarily listen to Freddie Gibbs. I think that that shit is lazy. But I
And that
think
part, that's the
we
other
want
part.
to.
It's lazy after a while to keep talking, having those same types of that same type of art. It's very lazy.
Wait, but how long Clips been doing it?
No, but they
Who?
do it at a high level. Hold on,
But
wait, wait,
I
wait.
think
Would you
Hold on, wait,
say?
wait. Let me,
Would
let
you
me,
say,
let
Kay?
me, let me clarify what I'm saying. When you are just out here and you saying, I got pounds and I'm selling and like that part of the very, very surface level of the killing and stealing and fucking bitches, that was like kind of my gripe for Offset album, and where it's not even clever at this point. You just fucking bitches every other line. I think that that's lazy. The way that Clips does it at a high level, that's very difficult to do.
All right.
So
So
that's my differentiation.
Even
Just sounds
Freddie
like you
Gibbs's
niggas like it more.
interviews,
I
That's
think
all I
make
when
got
it
for
sense.
you.
comes to
yeah, that's
No,
oh, go ahead.
hey, man, listen, it's
You
I
not the
think
like
when
it
it
truth.
more. It's
comes
It's
to the
okay,
not because I
Rashad.
clips,
It's
like the
cool.
boy. I think that there is a different level of quality in how they do it. Right? You
Mhm.
can draw a stick figure or you can draw a fucking Picasso. Right? At the end of the day, they're both
You is
paintings, but what is more quality?
you is not calling Freddie Gibbs raps no fucking
Yeah,
stick
word, like
figures.
y'all
Watch
niggas
the
be
other
yeah.
wildin'.
columns.
I
I'm
never. I
finna
just
dump
said
him
I
in the
never
Yo,
Google
listened to
Mike
the
Trong.
Gotti
nigga.
is the
I
hey
don't know the
man,
nigga.
cook,
I'm just
bro.
making a point of.
Listen to fake names, crime pays, 24 karat Jesus. I need y'all niggas to put a little bit more respect on
My
Freddie
main
Gibbs'
point
name. But
really
I
with
will.
Freddie Gibbs is that he's redundant and he's done it too many times. The Clips, they only got 4 or 5
But you
albums.
can't make that point
That's
without
crazy.
including the clips if you the same content.
Yeah,
Still.
nigga.
Man, go listen
It's
to
too.
Hey
It's
Practice.
man, get
I
out of there,
thought your
Lucky. They
point
boxing
was,
you up. Get out of there.
yeah,
That's
Lucky.
what I'm
I thought
saying. You
your
can't do
point.
that. And the thing is, I'm on record. Y'all move the goalpost to your face. I do too. We all do it.
Yup.
But because you can't say, oh, that's the same content they've been rapping about. But nigga,
You can't
everybody else
keep
does it, and
talking
nobody.
about selling
There's
drugs
certain
for 15 albums.
My nigga.
Get out of the
So
box,
this is
You
the
yo.
not
thing.
Lucky.
listening
When
to the clips?
You
Niggas
You
You
is
can't
haven't
say
drowning.
listened
listening.
that
to
while
your first
supporting
Clips
niggas who
album?
sell drugs on all of their albums.
Wake it
Lucky,
up.
Your
you
first Clips
drowning. Get
album you
out.
listened to?
Yo, Lucky, what you
No,
got going?
I
I'm
I
think
just
the
agree
smoking
with
a cigarette. That's
I
all.
agree
Tupac,
with the
Tupac.
I'm
Hey,
gonna stick
nah,
to my
yeah.
quality point, right? There is a different level. Like I'm not comparing to Freddie because I don't listen, but there is a different level of quality. Come on, man, from a clip saying something about drugs to one of them niggas that was on the freshman 10 this year. Like there's a different level of quality in art towards how they approach these songs. That's all I'm saying.
I agree that there's a
Yeah.
level of luxury that they've added to their drug raps. You feel me? I do believe that they have a lot of polish on this shit. But one of the most prolific drug rappers of our era is Bodie James. And Bodie James, he like the way he raps is super gritty, is super Detroit and shit like that. But he's very descriptive. He's like, to me, I consider him the William Shakespeare of drug rap because he creates his own lingo. Like it's a completely different thing, but he immerses you in the drug rap. So
You
he got
using
you
a
like he
lot
don't
of
make
adjectives for a nigga talking
Yo,
about
leave
crack.
William out of this. Yo,
You
leave.
talking? This
listen to
nigga
Bodie
talking about
James. I want
crack.
you niggas to listen to Bodie
Hey, if y'all
James,
don't
my
listen to
nigga.
Bodie
Hey,
James, mute up.
this nigga. Hey, hotel. The nigga just talking about crack, man.
Man,
You ain't
But
gotta
you
use
ain't
all these
never heard him
adjectives.
talk
yo,
about
y'all
crack.
niggas, yo, I'm telling you, if you listen to Bodie James, like real niggas listen to Bodie James, you'll know what I'm talking about. But that he actually is a contradiction to what I'm saying because I ain't even tried to put, cause we on record, so I'm not gonna say nothing crazy. But as far as niggas being still active, Bodie James, I would just want Bodie James to be a rapper. That's what I'll say. Because in Detroit, them niggas will call you out if you are not authentic and all of that other shit. But I would just want him to be a dope, prolific drug rapper. And the Clips, Freddie, Griselda, all of them niggas, they are dope. They all are dope. But when it comes down to Bodie, bro, nobody drug raps like Bodie,
He the
bro.
tall,
I'm
light skinned
sorry.
nigga, ain't it? That's him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he the
yeah,
one
Yo.
that be
yeah,
rapping about
yeah.
drugs.
All right, man. Listen, there's no way to have the tall, skinny, light skinned aesthetic and then make me think you doing anything in the street. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah,
Not
bro.
gonna
You
lie.
gotta,
Malice is a pastor and you believe
nah.
them raps.
James
Don't do
Jones,
that.
you gotta,
He approachable
Not gonna
dude.
Don't
lie.
do that.
But I did want to
huh.
get into this other topic, speaking on living, your truth, right? There was a study that came out that says 75% of luxury purchases are made by middle and lower class buyers, right? So when we talking about just living who you are, whether it's rap or whether it's regular people in real life, it seems like there is an epidemic of faking the funk, fake shit going on. And I want to know how y'all felt about this. The traps of buying high end items, especially in our culture. We hold designer clothes and designer shoes to a pedestal that I really think is unmatched when it comes to different cultures. Whether it's down to our kids or just ourselves. There was a situation where a young man in Detroit, he had some Cartier buffs on, I think 12 years old, right? And folks pulled up on him, robbed him, shot him, right? And his mom had bought him that shit. And I was like, why the fuck would you buy a 12-year-old that type of shit? We see a lot of these stories in where, we get into the elitism of our materials. And 9 times out of 10, if you go and look at their life outside of these materials, it probably don't match up. Right. So I just want to know y'all feelings on this. What is the reason? How did, especially us, become so materialistic and holding this shit to a higher standard on a pedestal? Go ahead, Mick Gotti. What's the word? Then we got Hotel.
To be honest, bro, I never really like gave a fuck about designer, but because I was younger and I was in school with niggas, I used to see that shit all the time, right? Like the Ferragamo belts and the fucking Gucci shoes and the Louis this and the Louis that. And I just used to say to myself, like, that shit don't look, when I would ask niggas the price of shit and they would tell me, I would go, nigga, you paid all that for a belt?
And
You
stepped out
paid
of Altima.
$400 for a
Nigga
belt,
paid
nigga?
that and stepped out of Altima. Like, you look nuts.
Like you look, nigga,
Niggas
you didn't
hopped out
eat
of the
breakfast this
Elantra.
morning, my nigga. You had pixie sticks and sunflower seeds before you came to school and the chocolate milk. You trying to fight niggas cause you mad as hell cause you ain't been dieting properly, but you got on a $600 belt. Your hair not cut, your lips white around the mouth. I could for the life of me never understood it. I got clowned for it because I didn't dress like niggas or I didn't think that shit was cool. But like, I really think it's a peer pressure thing. Like, niggas feel like they gotta uphold standards because other niggas around them are living by said standards instead of just like liking stuff because they like it.
Go ahead, Hotep.
Yeah, you know how I feel about this shit. Again, just to reiterate, 70% of all Americans do not have $1,000 saved up for an emergency. Also, most Americans spend about 3 times that in non-essential spending every year, sometimes more than that. So this is, to me, just a case of just terrible financial literacy and terrible budgeting on top of having to mask your poverty, you feel me, with material goods. So you don't feel as poor as you actually are because you got Gucci bags and Louis this and Ferragamo belts, like Son said. Like this is just coping. This is what they call retail therapy and all this other nut shit. It's just bad priorities. It's just terrible behavior all around when it comes to finances. And I really wish motherfuckers would, get up off this shit, because when it comes down to the actual clientele of these luxury brands and shit like that, the people that walk in that motherfucker are able to, shop and spend 20 grand, 50 grand on a couple pieces and walk out that bitch like, like it ain't nothing. Those are the people that these companies actually want to cater to, but they understand that you motherfuckers are so caught up in trying to keep up with the Joneses and shit like that, that they're going to exploit that shit too. And so I just think motherfuckers just got they put the cart before the horse. That's as simple as that. You motherfuckers have terrible priorities.
Listen, my football coach told me, I think he stole it from Deion Sanders. You look good, you feel good, you play good. And so I think a lot of folks get into the bag of looking good, right? And that builds a level of confidence and self-worth, self-esteem. And so I think that there is a positive into, now I don't necessarily think you should be going broke, but there is a positive to feeling good, looking good, and when it comes to business or different situations, you can't walk into certain places and look like you don't belong, right? That you can't do certain things and then look out of place. And so I can understand it from those aspects, but there, in our culture, there is something weird really going on, in where we are, you go down to nigga media, if he ain't got nothing, he ain't flashing no money, or he ain't got nothing, looking like he's getting to some money, then you broke. And it's like, goddamn, how does that add up?
Yo, Shad, you know this more than anybody. I'm pretty sure you know that these niggas talked about it. When Migos, they bought the Audi, they had a bunch of fake chains and shit like that. They were on some fake it till you make it shit. And they said that basically that image, when they was going around North Atlanta or wherever the fuck they from, with the Audi and the fake jewelry and shit, it pretty much had these motherfuckers be treated like celebrities. And that then, of course, then parlayed that to them actually becoming superstars. So I get that part, right? But again, that is a very rare case. How many other motherfuckers bought an Audi that they couldn't afford, and chains and all this other shit that they couldn't really afford, and they still ended up broke? So that whole you look good, you feel good, you play good shit only works if you can actually cope with that shit in the morning. If you can look at yourself in the mirror the next day, knowing that the light's about to go off and all this other shit, do you honestly feel good now? Because you could have spent that money on something better, and you could have just bought nice clothes that are
Within your
cheaper.
tax bracket, exactly. You
Yeah.
can look good
Yeah,
too.
Rashad, it's a dangerous thing when you tying your self worth to things you can't really
I
afford,
to
bro.
to Hotep's point, then we're gonna get to Mushy and Doko. To Hotep's point, it's difficult to get in music without looking the part. And I think even when niggas are quote unquote on, right? When in their down periods and when they're not putting out music and they not on features, what's the first thing that they do? Go show some jewelry off. Oh, I bought a new car because showing the image of, yeah, nigga, I haven't fell off. I just ain't put no music out. That's something that is going on in music and has been going on. That's like kind of rollout shit that is keeping my name visible. Like Drake said, niggas call the paparazzi, to where you at so you can see my outfit. Like that is what the culture is right now, especially
Nah,
when it
niggas
comes
got
to
to be on
music.
the India Ari, bro. They got to be on the India Ari. I'm
You
sorry.
nobody buying no motherfucking Migos album and they looking like Music Soul Child. I promise that. Go ahead, Bushy.
Exactly, Shot. So I was gonna say exactly what you said. This shit is part of the culture. If you was around back then, like when Diddy and fucking Big would start rapping about Cool J and shit. Nigga, in high school, the girls had, like, niggas had Cool J sweaters on, and the girls had on Cool J goddamn dresses and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's basically like what the beginning of it was. Like, it's just part of the culture. Like, whatever we see on these, on TV and shit, like, that's what niggas gonna dress. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the culture of it. You know what I mean? And 70, I got some, all y'all know I got white friends, but yeah, my white friends don't wear that shit. Like, when I moved here, to around like predominantly like white people and shit, I had to really stop wearing like, my shit that I had like designer and shit, cause it's like, damn, these motherfuckers don't even wear this shit. Like, it's us as a mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt overdressed going outside with them, cause they got bread and they got damn wearing beat up shoes and shit. I'm like, what the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? It was different
But
coming
what was
from,
you watching on TV where you saw people wearing? Because I ain't seen no goddamn Hermes commercial or something. You saying shit was
no,
slick. What you saw? Talking about
no,
the
I'm talking
rappers
about like,
wearing it or?
and rappers, yeah, rappers.
Oh,
That's why I led with the Diddy
okay. All
and
right.
Big coming out with like wearing Coogee and shit. Like, they basically started niggas wearing this shit in rap. You know what I mean? And when niggas always, when we had that, when they had the argument of like New York fashion, starting fashion and, Southern niggas and shit, like Southern niggas been putting that shit on for a minute because we was rapping about that shit. Like, niggas had that shit on as well. And it all just came from that. But when you get around other people, like other, ethnicities and stuff, they barely wear that shit. You know what I'm saying?
See,
Like,
I came up. See, so that's the thing. So
Hold
my
on one
my
second, Hotel. Let
my
Doko get
fault.
it
Go
off,
ahead.
then we're gonna get to you. Doko.
Yeah, okay, so I feel y'all on the. I'm gonna go left a little bit, right? I think it's the time and place for everything, like Rashad said, right? Does look good, feel good, play good? Does that apply to little man with the J's on at first period and he can't fucking read?
why we always do this?
I'm just
No,
Nigga,
but
if I,
asking, right?
but but
It
like,
but
what the
matters.
But
fuck?
it
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 does.
matters. Yeah,
matters.
that's relevant.
I'm just
But
Look
Mushy,
asking,
good,
it
right?
does
feel
Because
trickle
good. Do
listen,
you
down to the
read good?
kids
Do
So
That's
you
though.
you
relevant.
want me to send my goddamn 6-year-old in school with some fucking kids on or some shit, my
no,
nigga? Like, if
no,
Need
I got
mush,
the
that nigga
money,
to
mush,
read.
But
mush,
see, you
But
mush.
you
Hear
going
me out.
to the
Read.
No,
extreme.
Mushy,
hear
You
me
going
out.
send
to
Hear
the
your
me out.
extreme.
six-year-old to school with some goddamn Spider-Man shoes and
Get
call
that
it a
nigga some
day.
little Vomeros. They not that expensive. Like they ain't gotta be McQueens, nigga, but they ain't gotta be Bobos either. There is a happy medium. What are we
Exactly.
talking about?
Also, right, and y'all know, right? And y'all know I
nigga, at
do the
6 years old, you just learning how to fucking read, my nigga. Like,
hold
that's what
on,
I'm saying.
hold on. You not
Hold on,
just
wait.
learning how to
At
fucking
Let him
read
let
6?
him
at
get it
six
off.
years
Let him get
old,
Oh
it
my
off.
my
nigga.
god. Yo.
You not just learning how to read at 6 years old.
Not
You
that
you
shit.
in
I
the
don't know.
you
Nigga,
first
K,
of
I
all,
ain't got no
bro, you in
kids,
the
K. I
first
don't know when
grade.
them niggas going. I don't know when
Mush,
them
you
niggas
in the
go to
first
school.
grade at 6 years old, bro, and you should know how to read. That's number one. Number
Yeah,
two,
all right. You right. You right. You
I'm just
right.
going on the time and place thing, right? I do a backpack giveaway every year, free haircuts, food, all types of shit. Bro, niggas is coming to the shit dressed to the nines, bro. And again, I understand it's a community thing. You want to look good, but there's no reason why you bring your baby to get a fucking free haircut and a free backpack and you got a Gucci bag on your purse, on your arm. I'm sorry. It just, leave the
Nigga, you
fucking
giving
bag
out a
in the car.
service, nigga. I'm bringing
Leave
my
the
kid
bag
for a
in the
free
car.
haircut.
No, leave the bag in the car, my nigga. We are all here for the same thing. Who are you trying to shit on?
But Hey, if a girl
That
got
is
a
a good mind.
pocketbook,
Listen,
nigga, you know
because
niggas goddamn stealing shit out the
It
goddamn
all
cars
goes
in
back
DC,
to the
my nigga.
mindset, bro. Well, I live in PA. Niggas ain't boosting cars like that, bro.
I
Um,
want to, and I wanted to ask because is this mindset a level of, like Doko said, just trying to shit on each other? Because we're not doing this. We don't see other cultures, and I hate bringing that up, but it doesn't
So
seem like
don't
it's
bring it
as
up.
prevalent, and where it seems like we want a one up on each other. I'm better
But
than you in this
you
aspect.
can make the correlation, right? And I'm gonna just use Mushy as an example. He said he stopped wearing certain shit around the white people, which I do too, because they don't wear that shit. There's no point of wearing that shit, right? So you're not getting no points on wearing that shit around them. But you wear that shit around the niggas. Why? Because that gets you points.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say shit on, but definitely to impress. You want to be able to set yourself apart from the fray by wearing the shit that you're wearing because you are living in a middle, low income area, and you know the clothes that you're wearing are considered designer amongst these people. And so you want to be able to show, it's called peacocking, the pause. You want to be able to show yourself, that you can afford or you have and all this other shit amongst people who don't have. And so while it can result in shitting on people, and I know people that might deliberately do it to shit on people, I really do think it's just like, again, to cope with the poverty that you're living in. But damn, Rashad, I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, I'm cool with that point. Y'all can go ahead.
Yeah, I
Oh no, I got it. So in the early 2000s and shit, I was a big Dipset State Property fan. And to Mushy's point about dressing like the rapper, bro, like I ain't gonna lie, it was much more affordable to dress like your favorite rapper. All I had to do was go to the fucking airbrush spot, get my t-shirt airbrushed with the Pink Panther on it, and now rock a fucking pink bandana. Now I look just like Cameron. You feel me? Like it was easy to dress like my favorite rappers back then. Niggas wasn't rocking designer shit like that. And of course, they'll have minks or whatever, but it was Tim's, Air Forces, Carhartt, Dickies. It was shit that, fucking thermal shirt. Like it was easy in '04 and
Paper
'03 to,
towel on your forehead.
yeah, like it was easy to dress like my favorite rapper from the early 2000s to about
Nigga, them throwbacks won't
2010.
cheap, nigga. What the fuck you talking about?
yeah, the
What was the
throwbacks.
cheat?
Listen, you had a few throwbacks. You was that nigga. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, but you saw the brands that I listed:
Yeah.
Carhartt, Dickies, the spray painted T-shirts and shit like that. Like you could get a fit off, my nigga, for $200, a whole fit. Air Forces was what, $80 back then. You
And it
feel me? Like,
wasn't nothing, Hotep, to go to the boutique store and get fresh. Niggas wasn't shitting on you.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like it's different now. These niggas is wearing nothing but fucking European. I seen a picture of these niggas in the auditorium. All of these niggas got fucking Alexander McQueen sneakers on and motherfucking helmet Lang and all. I'm like, God damn, son. Like, that's a $2,000 hoodie, nigga.
How do you feel about this, Kay?
Coming out the projects. That's what's killing
Yeah,
me.
coming out public housing, nigga. Like, what the fuck?
How you
Nigga,
feel
if your
about this,
lunch is
Kay?
free, if you get free lunch,
If you got a
that's
lunch number,
crazy.
nigga.
You know?
If you got a lunch number.
A lunch number? That's crazy.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, y'all sound a little
What was
hating.
your lunch number? I had a lunch number.
3424.
Yo, are y'all cool?
Y'all niggas is
Big
Hello?
something
free
else.
lunch, nigga. I grew up rough, nigga. I grew up rough. 3424 I went to every lunch too. My bad
Hey,
ass.
a lot of them niggas still be using that as their phone passcode.
Listen, that's how I figured out my social security number. We had to put our social security number in at lunch.
Oh,
What?
what is it? What is it?
Yo,
That's crazy.
that's insane.
Oh
Right to
man.
the
We had
scammer
our
hole,
initial and
nigga.
some two numbers. We had our initials and two numbers. And you go up to the lady with the computer, put your code in. That's it.
See,
Yeah.
look, we all grew up rough, nigga. Like, that's what come on, son.
Big V, what's the word? How you feeling? Big V once.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. What's the word, man? What's up?
Rashad run a tight ship over
All
this
good, baby.
Yeah, I know, right?
Strict than a bitch.
What I was going to say is, I think it's an agree to disagree type thing. Some people got it, some people don't. But, there was a time, like Hotep said, where, you could actually get like certain luxury things for the low. Now, not around that time, nobody was even into the Louis V's, McQueens and all that. You get a proper pair of Adidas, Reebok, or you know what I'm saying, or whatever was the hit back then, you was good, you was good to go. And another thing is too, I get what the other brother was saying about the when you take the students and when you take the kids to get free haircuts and stuff like that, yeah, you don't want to be flossing mad crazy because that will rub certain people the wrong way. Then they're gonna talk, and then it's a whole lot going on. And then, when you're doing all that flashy stuff to be like, especially through the internet, you basically telling people, hey, I got it, come and rob me. That's it. So
See,
that's
I
just
hate
my
that.
take
I
on
hate
it.
that mindset. I
I
hate
hate
that
it too,
mindset.
but that's how it is. That's
But to
how it is though.
but to the first point that you made, some people have it, some people don't. I think this statement, this study is saying that a lot of niggas ain't got it and they still doing. And then also
Right.
to the robbing shit, right? I think, listen, I love our people, but that is one of the craziest mindsets to have as far as if I am out here busting my ass or if I spent my last motherfucking dollar, I shouldn't have to not wear it or show it. Right? I hate when people be playing into that because it's really just like coddling criminality in a certain aspect in my mind of, you know,
Yeah, nobody deserves
yeah,
to get
I
robbed.
I
That's
I, I hate
crazy.
that mindset. But go ahead.
Yeah, I definitely
But I ain't
agree.
gonna.
I
I am
agree
gonna
with that
say,
too.
nigga, you
Nobody
not
shouldn't.
about to pull up.
Nobody shouldn't, and that's the thing. Another thing what Hotep was saying is like not to like when everybody should be able to throw that ish on, because that was how it is. It's like, yo, I see you, I'm inspiring you, you inspiring me. So, let's, we both, everybody is meant to shine at the end of the day. It's not like, oh, look at what he got on. He think cause he got that, he's better. No, if we out on something, oh, yo, I see you. I see you too. And yeah, keep doing what you do. That's how it's supposed to be instead of trying to be envious towards one another. Like it shouldn't be that way, but you know how it goes. That's all.
Rashad, why you close your blinds
Yo,
at
I
night?
get it, but listen, I get that point,
I
and
don't.
nobody should be able to.
That's
Nobody
bullshit.
deserves to get
Stop
robbed.
lying.
However, you not about to pull up to the Toys for Tots drive and you Ferragamo to the floor, Louis V. Like,
Thank you,
nigga,
Hotep.
go buy your own fucking toys, nigga.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Those Ferragamo belts were quality though. Go ahead, stalkers. What's the word? How you feeling?
What's up? I think y'all forgetting like a key point too. A lot of this stuff be the flea market special, and that's what you
Yo,
gotta you gotta
Mexican J's. Hey, yo.
you gotta tell like y'all be trying to keep up with each other, but Shawty got on, you know what I'm saying, the flea market special. Like that ain't Ferragamo. Like that's
Yo.
just bullshit.
She
But
got that
it's
next to the Egyptian musk.
exact
That's
like come on now.
crazy.
Wait,
Like y'all
she
Yo,
let's
not
be
fresh?
shit.
for
They can't
real.
wear Team J's?
Let's no, not even Team J's. A lot of
Nah, she talking
Them
about the
motherfucking
designer
Jordan
shit,
bags.
it
heels.
be fake bags. Like it don't
Yeah.
even be like it's real stuff. They be trying to keep up with the Joneses, but wearing flea market stuff. So you thinking Shawty at the Toys for Tot drive in a Gucci bag, but it's really a hoochie bag.
So you
Like
Okay.
mean to
But I
We
tell
don't
think,
see
me?
none of that shit on the
but
Wait,
site.
you mean to
hold
tell
on,
me that
Stalker though.
that
I
that
I
Gucci
think they
backpack
talk
that
about
looked like plastic, that ain't real? That's what you saying?
no, but hold on, shot. But I think like
That's tough for
this
Rashad.
study is
Relax.
this study is like actual like going to the store type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like on this study,
I know, but I'm
yeah.
saying
But
y'all
she's
be
not
trying to
wrong.
judge
These niggas be
certain people.
She
flexing.
not wrong.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
not
yeah.
Yeah,
wrong.
I
Yeah.
know, I
and
know,
certain
but
people and half
yeah,
of it be fake. Half
yeah,
of it be fake. Like
but yeah, I understand
Mama
that
might
stalker.
really need that. She might really
Yeah,
need that
yeah,
real bad.
yeah,
Y'all,
yeah.
I stay on East Atlanta, so you know how they get over
Oh
here.
yeah, yeah. They
Everything
getting
and
to it.
everybody be fake. If they could have fake Mercedes cars, they'll drive it. Like everything be fake.
Hey, listen,
Shit.
So
I had the felines that look like Pradas. Wake it up. If
Oh
you
my
cuff your
God.
pants over the
This
front joint,
nigga,
niggas don't know the difference. Stop it.
Nah. Nah. You was out
you
here on your
out of
hurricane
Listen,
control.
press?
You out of control.
niggas don't know
Definitely
the
had the fake
difference.
Evisu jeans.
If you look real fast, they look real. That's all I cared about. Just
I
look
see
real.
what
Definitely had
I
the
Niggas
see
fake
never
what
look
Coca Bottom.
fast. Niggas zoom right in on them. What are you
Listen,
talking
Rashad,
about?
did
Rashad
somebody
must
hold
look
on?
just
What
Rashad,
is
real
calm
quick.
wrong
Who
down
with
for
you,
real.
nigga? That is
Hey,
who gave you the
outrageous.
hold on, y'all? Who gave you the name Country Boy? Cause you was a country ass nigga, boy.
I
Athens.
thought it
He
was
is
county,
county. He
not
is no
country.
orange.
Yeah.
They saw him.
Nigga can't
They
read.
saw
Hold
him.
on.
He
Hold
is
on,
county.
They
boy.
saw him with them see-through forces,
Nah,
nigga.
he need to be
Yeah,
country
he
No,
need to
road
be
solo.
listen.
This is some
punched.
bumping
Listen,
shit.
I
Yeah.
got my first refund check in school. Well, I balled out. I went and got the fours, the Jordan fours and
And the
Air
see-through
Forces
forces, you're
fusion
nasty.
joints. I got them shits.
Niggas
I
lying.
got ass of Levi's. I got them fake ass
Nasty work.
Pradas. Listen, man, I was
You
that
got the
nigga.
see, you got the see
Not don't
through Air
forget your
Force
2 ounces
Yeah, I
of
One.
did
weed
get
that
two
you
ounces
didn't
of
sell,
weed.
nigga.
For real. Come on,
Nigga,
man. Listen,
diabolical
niggas
nigga,
had to do
yo.
what they had to do, man. Come on.
It was a quarter and a gallon, Hotep, you
Yo,
know.
you know this nigga only got 2 sevens, called it 2 ounces, nigga.
But to the,
And dumped it on the table like he
but
was
to,
that nigga.
Yeah, he thought he was El Chapo in that motherfucker.
but to the study though, for real, that's who they gon' market it to. You know what I'm saying? Like they are marketing to middle class people. You know what I'm saying? Because they want them to have that entitlement. You know what I'm saying?
Are
Self.
they marketing it or are we marketing it to each
That's
other?
what I'm
No,
saying. You don't see, cause when
nah.
if you
It's
go in some
we.
of them
Those
designer
luxury
stores, they
brands,
don't even want your ass in
They don't
there
want to.
if they feel
Yeah.
yeah,
like you
them
don't have a
luxury brands
certain
want
look.
y'all poor ass
Yeah,
to have
Yeah,
cause
sex with
like
hold
that
on,
so,
hold on,
stuff.
like
okay, hold on, cause I got that experience before. Like when I went to Soho, and we was outside, and I had on like the Fendi shit, and the security guard looked at me like, "What the fuck you want?" You know what I'm saying? Like 10 minutes before they open. You know what I'm saying?
because he
Like.
knew it was fake
No,
or it
no,
was
it
This
won't
legit.
fake.
nigga
What
had
No,
the?
on
no,
too much
it
Oh,
going
won't.
okay.
No,
on.
it won't fake it out. So the lady looked at me and she seen my outfit and she let me in. You know what I'm saying? So I went there and bought my girl like a pair of heels and shit. But I can understand exactly what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you're
yeah,
saying that marketing to the
How many
middle
times you
class. I'm
check
like,
the
no, they're
tag?
not. No,
I,
they're not.
Nah, they want y'all niggas to stay as far
as
away as
Hmm.
possible.
possible from
Yeah,
them
yeah,
stores.
yeah. But and then
Y'all
most
heard
of
what
that
Yeah.
shit
Tommy
come to
Hilfiger
like
told us?
as like they got this thing right now like can you be on TikTok like they got the dope boy fresh little trend and shit going around and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like most of that shit be them niggas too that be buying that shit. You know what I mean? And like Stalker said, other people is buying that shit from the flea market. So niggas going in there and they know these people can't what they do because when you go in Saks and Tyson Corner. Who you think in Tyson Corner? It ain't got, it's all them black people and them niggas that be in that bitch. Guess where they coming from? The trap. And they know that shit. That's all you see in Tyson Corner is niggas from the trap. So they
What
already,
about, cause
Uh,
I'm big
a
on,
mix.
a mix. Yeah, it's a mix. It's a mix. You know what I'm saying? But you can tell when you in Tyson Corner who the fuck in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's both. And we mixing in there together.
I'm big on just
So
like
you
walking
profiling
through
just like the
and
store.
I
Hell
don't
yeah,
know,
nigga.
a lot of random shit be inspiring me. And so like I will go, to the mall and look at shit. Or, one thing I like doing with my girl is just like riding to, through rich neighborhoods and shit like that. And just like thinking about houses and, property.
That's visual
Yeah, like
manifestation,
I do that.
Rashad.
So on that end, I can see it. And then just, maybe go get a piece. My girl all the designer shit that I have, she bought. I don't really like buying it. Right. But I do get, inspired by it, but I just be looking at it like, that's really not my bag. One, I don't really like labels. And then two, I be wanting life to really, get into a space in where I don't have to do it as like one-offs or a couple times a year. Like I really want to be able to do it. And so to me, it's like a fake feeling. Like
Yeah,
I
I ain't
don't,
gonna lie. I feel the same way, Rashad. I don't do entry level luxury, bro. I'm not about to get a Louis wallet and shit like that. Like I'm good on that. When I go to the Louis store, I want to be able to shop at the Louis store like I shop at the Nike store or I shop at any other store, bro. I'm good with that, having the fucking penny pinch and make sure I could get this one little item out of here. Like, nah, man, I'm good
I
on that shit.
mean,
I'll go where I
the
can afford to
shoes are
go.
the most relevant thing you can wear because the t-shirts bullshit. They Hanes basically you can call that bitch a Hanes t-shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Mushy. Half of that shit be
Yeah, it's
trash.
trash. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing that has value when you go in there are the shoes, basically. You know what I'm saying? Everything else, you don't really need that shit. And for one, you got to get your right size because them bitches hurt if you don't get it right. If you get one size, if you wear a goddamn
oh yeah,
42 or
Mushy got
something.
small McQueens.
No, I don't. I'm just saying, like, I had to get another pair of the YSL Chucks though, because them bitches was hurting. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I fucked up buying them. And I was supposed to buy two, but I ended up buying her a necklace. and ban them shits. So like if you do get a small pair, it's gonna hurt your feet. So it's just a lot when it comes
Them
to it.
European sizes
Yeah,
be
niggas
fucking
getting the
niggas
too
up.
small shoes just to have them,
Cause you
or
know some
I ain't no
European
Hey
case.
sizes
Like
man,
don't be going.
I've got a 9.5 when I
Nah,
supposed to got a 10
a
and 10.5
European
in them. You know what I'm
13.
saying? That's
Kay,
all.
don't
It's
act
like,
like you ain't been to the store and they got the last size and you want them shits, so you
yeah,
can
I
go
was,
ahead
well,
and
yeah.
sacrifice.
my sizes are
Shit.
always in stock because I wear kids sneakers.
Little
So
feet
I don't know
ass.
what y'all got
Tiny
Talk
on.
about
foot.
it, Queen. Talk about
Hello?
it.
Walk in that
Tiny
motherfucker,
When
feet.
you only
y'all
got
get
one
the
size left.
bitches who wear a size 14, I don't know nothing about
You don't
that.
know
I
nothing
don't know
about it.
nothing about it.
Grab
Crazy.
my strong foot. You got the little
The
foot.
big stepper. If you
Big
wear a size
stepper.
14, don't talk about a nigga paying your bills. You need to get
Yeah,
back
big
on
stepper is
defense.
crazy.
Not gonna lie.
Like, yeah, and I agree. Like, I can buy a goddamn fucking Levi's belt to hold my pants up, nigga. I don't give a fuck about them belts. I just focus on the shoe part. That's it. Like, that's it.
Man, niggas is tucking in the front of their shirt to show off the
Nasty. I
buckle.
seen a nigga tuck his
Nasty.
That is
jacket in.
nasty work.
I seen
I
a
don't
nigga
like
tuck
that.
his jacket in to show
Niggas
it.
think they a cowboy. Like, what the fuck you got
Nah,
going?
wait. Hold on. Did you
A
just say a
nigga
nigga
tucked
tucks
his
his
jacket
outerwear?
in
Oh
to
Yep.
show his
no.
belt.
No, y'all. The trend where they don't even buckle the belt no more. They just let it hang in the front.
They let it
Oh
See?
hang
my
Oh
god.
yeah.
like the girls used to do back in the day with the name belts.
No, them
Which one
bedazzled
of y'all had the
belt.
digital name belt? Out
Yo,
your church.
I had the name belt, and what's the belt that you could put the shit
Did you have
in?
the
What's the
marquee?
yeah, yeah.
You had the scrolling marquee?
Nasty.
Hey
Yeah,
K,
you know
hey we
K
K
a country
K
girl,
K
man. K a
K
country
K.
girl.
Yo,
I
Remy
100%
Ma
had the
fucked
belt.
the hood up with I'm conceited. I can tell you that.
That was your
Uh,
ringtone? Nasty.
My nigga,
hell
I
nah.
was the MySpace nigga. I was the nigga in the hood that did everybody MySpace pages, and all of the homegirls, they wanted I'm conceited
I'm
to
gonna
play
be
on their
honest with
MySpace
y'all down
pages.
south, and maybe Stalkers could chime in, but we wouldn't listen to motherfucking Remy. I wasn't at least. Remy? Fuck no.
No.
That shit some
All
bullshit.
right, not too
That
No.
much.
shit some
Not too
bullshit.
So
not too
I
much.
wanted to
Actually,
ask y'all,
during that era, we
especially.
was on Trina. We wasn't even on Remy.
Hello? Wake it up.
Wow.
All
Wow.
right, here we go.
Listen, I wanted to ask y'all, especially K in Stalkers. There was a post, speaking about jewelry and shit like that, and where she said that she be scrolling and seeing niggas flexing their jewelry and just put the cameras in their face and all. She said it gave off feminine energy. Uh, I thought that was weird, but then when I do be looking at niggas posts, I always felt like something was off. It,
It looked a little bit like how women be showing off their engagement ring, low key.
I always thought something was off, but then I felt like, damn, why cuz can't just love himself?
Let
Why
me
I'm
just say
judging him?
this. Let me say this. I feel bad for the men today because everything y'all do gets labeled feminine. I'm not on that train. I don't be trying to do it because I think it's just fucked up. Like, damn, nigga can't even get a latte and he labeled gay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
like
it's fucked up. It's
But I
fucked
ain't gonna
up. I
lie.
ain't gonna lie.
I like a little sassy in my man.
Wake it up. Come to
Like
the
Wow.
that's just
nail
Hold on,
shop
wait,
with
something.
hold on,
me.
wait. I saw on stalkers.
All right.
I'm
I
with
I
her. I'm
like
with
a
her.
little sassy.
hey,
Like
what
that's
do you mean by
okay.
that?
Come
Boo,
get a
you
manicure and pedicure with
baby,
me.
you just
Yeah.
got that haircut. Send me that picture of that haircut. I want to see it. I don't care. Like when I get
Nah,
my
I ain't
haircut,
I
gonna
do
lie.
that,
I'm gonna
stalk. I
flick up
do
the
that. I do
I'm gonna
that.
flick up the
yeah,
cut,
like
but
I
I
like
see the
that.
thing is, hold on, cause y'all calling getting the haircut and taking a picture of it sassy, and I don't like that.
No,
I
she
It's
do
said
not do
no,
not.
no,
that. That's
no.
not.
She said she like a nigga that do. Like when I
She
walk,
said she want that.
yeah, when I walk out
She
Nah,
there,
said she
just
like
don't
a
be
nigga
licking
that's a
your
little.
lips, nigga. You ain't
no,
LL Cool J.
No,
Stop
when
see
it.
Yeah.
when I
He's
say
sassy, but
sassy,
anyway.
yeah,
because they be saying that's feminine culture or sassy culture or something like that. Like I like that kind of stuff. Like I don't
Yeah,
consider
me
it
too.
feminine or sassy. To me, that's a man that appreciate himself.
Yeah.
Appreciate yourself,
I
King.
love a man with a skincare routine. Like, I love all that shit. So I'm not your target audience. But if
A
you're looking for something
yeah.
skincare
salacious,
routine.
Hey, I
Yes,
said a
yeah.
like
skincare
put me
routine. These
on
I
there,
niggas
like my
call me
men
every
motherfucker.
well
day with a shoulder
groomed.
knock.
I like my,
Wash your goddamn
I
face.
like
That's
my
my
men to be
skincare
well groomed.
routine.
I'm not going to
I
lie to
got that
you.
choco mask
Man,
right
shout out to
now,
the
nigga.
Gold
Like,
Bar. Shout out to Gold Bar Dow
Y'all
Soap, nigga.
washing y'all
I ain't got
ass
no.
with, are you
hey, hold
incarcerated?
on, what you doing? Hotel,
Yo!
nigga, it's some nature soap over there. You can
Nigga,
get like what the
I'm
fuck?
still Gold Bar Dow
Yo,
over here in
I
2025. Fuck
fuck
you
no.
niggas.
No, I
Big
listen.
Irish Spring,
You got to
nigga.
get the
Oh
little
no,
Boy,
you
itching
brush.
like hell,
hey, you getting
Irish
out that joint
Springs.
ashy as a bitch with the Irish spring. That nigga, that shit down in
Irish
jail.
Spring got black
That boy
pepper in
itching
it. It
like,
got
yo,
black
Yeah,
ain't
pepper
no
yeah.
in it
way.
You
though.
got to get the good skincare routine. You got to get the brush. Brush your face in the shower.
The
Exfoliate.
brush,
Then you got to put the toner on. Then the moisturizer.
the
Come on,
toner.
man.
Hey,
You don't want no
yeah,
blotchy ass skin,
Oh
bro.
nigga.
What
yeah.
is he doing?
I bet you right now now, Hotep, you cut your beard Underneath that beard, light as a motherfucker.
Oh.
I know it. I know it. Hey, man.
Oh
Yo,
shit.
Rashad, is you cool, nigga?
Oh nigga.
Hey,
Yo,
I thought we was niggas.
hey.
I thought
Nah,
we was
nigga. It
friends,
sound
bro.
yo,
like,
That
you
that's a
hey,
said
little
you
deep,
use the
nigga.
Irish Spring. That's
yeah.
kind of
It sound
hold
like you
up.
got hard. You
That's
got
a little deep,
your
nigga.
water hard as a bitch in your house with average springs, nigga. Like,
Real, what's the
Nah, I ain't
word,
gonna
Real?
lie.
How you feeling? Real, once.
Yo, yo, yo.
What's the
Damn,
word?
damn. I'm good, man. I'm good. My phone been messed up, so I've been missing these Jones. But nah, I just popped in. I heard somebody say she liked her man a little, what'd she say? A little
Sassy.
sassy or
Sassy. Little
zesty?
sass to
Little,
him.
little flex in the wrist. What you mean by that?
They referred to the men showing off their jewelry as like sassy behavior. And I said, I like that. If that's considered sassy, then I want my man to have a little sass.
Understood. Okay, okay, okay. I got
Stalkers, do you like niggas with middle fingers up in their pictures?
How old are we?
Hey, man. I'm just asking.
No, I'm not. I'm not in no
Look at
middle school,
K. Look at
no
K
high
with the
school.
hundreds. You like niggas
No,
like
no,
that?
no. I'm when she said how old are we,
Oh,
I
I
was
was about to
co-signing
say.
that. Yeah,
Because
that's kind of
at this
crazy. It's
point,
like
if you
nigga,
still doing all that,
yeah, like
now if you was
hell
now
no. That's
you got to
YN
have
behavior.
yeah. Now when some men when they get with their homeboys, they get a little crazy. Like okay, you might be an exception, but on like multiple pictures on your Instagram, your middle finger up. What are we doing? How old are
But
we?
that's not the same as putting your watch in the camera or putting your chain. You just got your nice little joint.
All right, what about the champagne bottle?
That used to be my bag. I can't
yeah,
lie.
that was
Yeah, I
me.
got
Yeah,
Mm.
that was
mad
me. We
That
been
champagne.
one,
That
that one is
mad
tricky.
Moet
That
pictures.
was
I ain't gonna
tricky because
lie.
what's the like? Is it an occasion? Like, why you feel like this is your flex? Like,
So there was a time where I was on some like I don't drink liquor no more. I just drink champagne type shit.
no, you
And so
poured it
I
on
was
your watch in the video.
nah,
I'm
I
about
ain't
to
do
say
that.
nasty
But
individual.
I would make it a point to always have a bottle of Mo like every Friday when I got paid. You feel me? And then I moved on to Bel Air and then switched back to Moet and shit like that. So my Instagram, like, it's full of just me holding bottles of champagne and shit. So yeah, I just wanted to know.
I'm not mad at it because at this point, it feel like you a collector. Like, that's just your thing. Like, it's not like you
All
trying to
right.
flex it for other niggas. It's when niggas start flexing for other niggas, it's where it get weird for me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm
That's
not
just
mad
what
at
goes
that.
on in the club, man.
Well, let me give you an example of what I think is sassy. I'm seeing the men showing off their lower belly in the gym with the crop tops. Now
I hate the
that,
crop top. I
Come
hate
on,
the
K. That's
fucking
not
crop
now
top.
sass.
that is
I'm with you.
sass. That's
Yo,
I
sass.
if your
am
shirt
with
is
you.
wider
Fuck
than
With
it is
no.
you.
long,
Now I ain't gonna lie. I see the men with the regular, just like a heavy duty tee, and they cut it off a little bit. I'm not mad at that, but I'm saying you
I'm
got
mad
your
at
shoulders out and you didn't cut it so we could see your stomach a little bit. Like that's like just take the
That's
shirt
what.
it.
off.
It's a little
But
rolled up.
K,
It's a little
Just take
rolled
it
up at the
off
But they
though.
bottom.
be
Just take
wearing
your
K,
shirt
hold
little
on,
off.
shorts
K.
too.
You
They be
ain't seen
wearing
that
little
picture of
shorts
Carl
with it. Like,
Weathers?
what is going
Put
on?
it in the jumbo.
That
I
was
don't know
the
what you're
trend
talking.
in the '80s. Will Smith
The
with The
'80s,
Rock.
nigga. It's
But
2025.
don't they say the
But how
fashion
does it evolve? Hold on.
recycle though?
But how does it evolve to sass though? If niggas was doing it.
Hell, Rashad, you asked for, you wanted to know about the sass. I'm giving you
Hold
the
on, wait.
sass. I
So
don't
if
want to
you
see
go
my
to
man with that.
Lifetime,
If you're gonna take off your shirt, cool. If you're gonna wear the little whatever the little boxy style shirt, cool. But I don't want your arms to be out. You cut the neck, you cut the shoulders off, and then you cut it up to show your belly a little bit. You might as well tuck that
What
motherfucker under your
happened?
bra and show your ass
hold,
too. I don't
hold on,
know. I
What
wait,
don't have
happened to
K.
the
time.
So
niggas
if
just
you
wearing
go
the
to
tank top? Like,
Lifetime
what
and a
happened to
nigga
just
in
the
the
tank
mirror
top?
doing dumbbell curls with just a little piece of belly button showing, that sass?
If he cut the shirt for it to be that way, yes. If it's show, no. But if he cut the shirt so it could be that way, that's kind of crazy.
Hey,
But
I
AK,
used to cut my
AK.
shirts. I'm not gonna hold you.
All
I
right,
used
so
to
I
cut
Yeah.
think
them shit.
like the niggas like Shad said back in the day, like at the Gold's Gym, that was their attire at the gym and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the crop tops,
They
the
was
shirt cut.
wearing like stringers and shit, but they wasn't like cutting it up, cutting the shirt up in the front. I don't know, man. I
Hold
don't
on,
I
wait.
know.
don't.
I gotta go find a picture of my cut shirt. Cause now Kaden put some smut on my
But the
name.
thing is, I was trying to give the men the credit though. I don't like how everything y'all do is labeled sassy today. I'm not a part of that tribe. I don't like that. I think that's fucked up
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do.
yeah.
I don't enjoy that. Come get a pumpkin spice latte with me.
Nah, you going too far.
Not the
Pumpkin
pumpkin.
spice latte.
Look at
Do
where
I look
niggas
like a
draw the
middle-aged
line.
white
Look
You
at where
boy?
going
y'all
too
draw the
far.
line.
Come get the ice white mocha with me. Y'all don't want to drink a
Hey,
latte? What's
now
wrong with
I'm with
that?
you, K. I'm with you, K. I'm an ice white mocha every
See what I'm
morning now.
saying? Caramel
But
macchiato,
yeah, give
something.
me
Nah,
I'll
put
at
my
Damn.
least
oat
get a
milk in there.
refresher.
oat milk. Listen, I need the coffee black. That's
Oh,
it.
okay. Well, I ain't mad at that either, honestly. That's the way we should
Mm.
drink it. But I ain't mad at the men having a little latte. It's okay. The men drinking matcha today and all that.
So I thought, listen,
You gotta get
I
your gut health right.
get your gut health crazy. I thought the ladies
Nigga
would
talking
think
about the
that
biome.
that would be a little sad. So I'm not gonna hold you.
Nah, I ain't mad
Because
at it.
even when I look at it, I do at some point because it is. I think men, we gotta acknowledge that we are trying to, flex for, you know, the pats on the back from other niggas. We just gotta keep it a bean. We got to keep it a bean, man. Y'all niggas be
No,
acting like y'all don't. Yeah, when y'all be having them bottle wars in the club, all that type shit. Come on, man. That be for niggas. That don't be for the hoes. We
I mean,
that's stunning
it's
culture
for the
though,
other
man.
niggas. You know what's so funny? I just seen a tweet the other day when niggas was talking about how niggas be doing their handshakes in front of chicks like six, six different times in the club, and I get it, doing it for the chicks and also for the niggas. You can do two things at once? The bottle war shit. I think that's the most ridiculous, dumb shit that you could ever do. Y'all niggas is buying these overpriced bottles and then pouring them out to show you that or to show that you don't give a fuck about how much you're spending. I think that is so
I,
fucking dumb. I don't give a fuck how rich
say I
you
could
are.
do this all day, fam.
But
Them the scammers that
but
be doing that shit the most though.
Check the jump, okay? I used to
But
cut
that
my
ain't what
shirt.
I'm
I will
talking
say,
about. See, that's what I'm
Yeah, you
That
did.
saying.
ain't it though,
No, that ain't
Shard.
what I'm
That
talking about. I'm
ain't
talking
it.
about the nigga cutting
Yeah, no,
up
that's
to they
acceptable.
cutting up to the camp to try to get it popping. You know what I'm
Like
saying?
they
That's
belly
like, all
button shit
right.
into something.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
It's hot outside. Oh yeah, those was the days. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't even know how old I was in this picture. Probably like 21 or some shit. 22. I used to get to it. I'm not gonna lie. What you say, Hotel?
nah, I'm just saying, I think that it's equally for both. Like, you want to compete with the other men for the attention of the women. So that's what I mean.
Yeah, I think a lot of times we be doing a lot of shit to get validation from other niggas, man. Not in a gay way, but it is like a stun on you. I'm doing more.
I don't know why validation has been demonized. Being validated and vindicated for the things that you do and say, it's a good feeling, my nigga. When we on spaces and a motherfucker give a good take or a hot take and a motherfucker be like, nah, I fuck with that, Rashad, or I fuck with that, like Mushy or whatever, like that feel good. Am I wrong? Like, niggas like to be agreed with.
Yeah, that's real. I
Like,
think that it gets to we live in this society and where everybody feels like all their thoughts are independent thoughts. They come up with everything they own. They're alone or they don't need nobody. They don't care how people feel. And so that has morphed into where we're at now of I don't need nobody's validation. I'm good. I'm cool. And it's like, no, I think a level of healthy validation from your peers or strangers isn't a bad thing. Listen, when I go to the farmer's market and I got out the car one day and it was two old ladies. She said, boy, you look so handsome. Listen, I couldn't stop smiling. Couldn't stop.
yeah. My girl better treat me better that day. I'm telling you, the old ladies is on me
For
today, and you need to be
real.
treating me as. Listen,
Yeah, I
Hey,
don't think
man.
Yo,
when
Ethel said I
are
when
look.
y'all
Look,
niggas
cool?
No, that's real. Because nigga,
Abigail and Ethel said I had that shit on today. You need to fucking
Abigail.
respect me.
listen,
Yeah,
Well, we talking about Henrietta and Henry Maida. We ain't talking about Abigail. But anyway, go ahead.
He
that,
talking about
Abigail.
that,
y'all don't know
Helen.
no
that
black
one little shit
Abigails.
right there just make a
Shit,
nigga feel
no.
good. You're like, oh yeah, okay, Miss Pearly.
That's
I see
But
what
the
you
that's
problem
doing.
is
beautiful,
when,
DJ.
okay, your man don't like them shoes, so now you're not gonna work. You get what I'm saying? We're not talking about like validation can be healthy. You guys are correct in that. But it's like once you start refraining from doing things that you actually want to do because your niggas ain't gonna like it, that's when it starts to be like, all right, I don't know. That's a little
Can I
Sometimes,
ask? Can I
sometimes,
ask the lady something?
sometimes your homeboys is looking out for
Yeah.
you, bro. That shirt is fucking ridiculous.
Can,
Like Rashad,
can I ask her
like
like
Rashad,
stalking a KL something like
that shirt is fucking crazy, nigga.
what
Like,
is mindset came from in the in the female women from these days, like all this like trying to put sassy on men and stuff, like you know what I mean, like say like last week when dudes was doing the YK knees dance in the end zone and shit, and girls was going on there calling them sassy, and then you got stuff like this, like where did it does that come from? You know what I'm saying?
I have a theory.
I'm the wrong
I
person
haven't
to
seen it.
ask because I'm not one of those people that label things that. So I don't know. I don't understand why regular everyday things are being called sassy. I
All
don't
right.
know. I can't answer that. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
Hotel, if you say
I
psyop,
I'm not sure either because
now check.
Hold on.
that's not the type
I
of
got a
man I'm
theory.
looking for. Go ahead with your theory. I don't know.
So they over the past, let's just call it a decade and a half, right? There's been an influx of what will be considered acceptance of a particular community, and black women in large part have been one of the main allies of this community and shit like that, because this community jacks the swag of black women. We know that they copy the mannerisms and they over exaggerate the makeup and all this other shit, you know what I'm saying, that black women have put out there culturally, socially, and all this other shit. So because these people are like huge fans of black female culture, they have been very accepting of these men, right? These particular type of men. And because of that, they forgot how, just keeping it honest, how homophobic they truly are. And so when they start to see similar behaviors in their gay friends and their boyfriends, now all of a sudden it's like, oh, you being sassy. I know that sassy is just the softer version of saying faggot. Like, I know that. Whenever we've been up here, especially back in the early days when we really didn't know each other like that, like last year when we was on Spaces, certain women on here will be calling us sassy and shit like that when we would give them pushback or to, give them some type of an argument or some shit like that. That was the soft way of calling us gay. And that's the reason why is because they may love their gay friends and they cool with their gay friends, but they don't want their men to even remotely remind them of those niggas. And that's what the problem is. So now everything is sassy. Everything, because you've been so accepting of that community. Now anything that you don't like that a man does is now considered gay, and it's just their internal homophobia popping out,
I
but they
don't
don't want to
agree with
accept that.
that at
I don't
all.
know.
But
Of
I
course you
don't want to
Might
don't.
be onto
argue it
something.
though.
He might be
yo,
onto
we
Nah,
had
It's
something.
on to
argument K. I
something.
that
want to
ain't
hear what you
it.
think.
I just because what he's saying is suggesting that all the women have internalized homophobia, and that's untrue.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
nah, Rich, I'm not doing this. We got to
Talk
move
to me.
on. I'm not doing
Talk to
this.
me. Talk to me.
No, 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 no. I'm not gonna do it.
Nah.
Talk to me.
This Sunday,
Y'all,
K, I don't think you be arguing on Sundays.
yeah, we vibing.
Yeah. No, I
We don't gotta argue,
no,
KL.
I
You know
don't.
you my
That's just
sis.
not a conversation I want to have because I mean I'm not trying to disrespect you, but that's very ignorant to just to me to
Oh,
say that.
KL.
I say
I
you
get what
can't
you're
put it
saying, but
I
I'm
on
was
just saying
everybody. You
it's
can't put it
ignorant
on
to say that.
all,
Oh,
of
well,
course.
yeah, that's why it's like we
I
argue.
think it is.
I'm not gonna say all
I
women.
think
I'm not gonna say
it
all
is
women,
select women,
but
and a lot of them happen to be the internet. You know the group.
it'd be the
You know the
internet. It's
group.
not all women.
Yeah.
Let me refrain. I don't want to take it too serious, but not all women, obviously. But I'm saying I have seen that coming up in the community over the past, like I said, decade and a half. And that's what I'm saying. So no, not all black women, obviously, but I've seen it. That obviously the women that are calling me or other men sassy are predominantly black women, and I've seen it.
I
Go
mean,
ahead, Levita. She was giving the thumbs down. Levita, how you feeling on this good Sunday? What's the word? Levita 1, Levita 2,
Child, you sit your drill sergeant head ass down somewhere. Yo.
Levita 3. Got to move on. Listen,
where she at?
she might be doing something. She up here though. She ain't came off mute yet.
Oh shit, Levita came up here for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Damn.
because of what you said. Yeah,
she
she
was
was
sending
putting
the
the thumbs
thumbs
Oh
down.
down.
God, man, I don't
She
care.
didn't. She
I
ain't
don't
like the. She
care.
didn't like the sass. She was sending the thumbs
I
down.
don't
Till
care.
Levita get with
Yo,
us.
sassy.
I wanted to bring this up. Put a post in the jumbo. A mother went to prom with her son as a date. Um, in a vacuum, is it harmless? No, it's still not harmless. I ain't gonna lie. I would advise this, but the pictures. If y'all just take a glance at the video, she said the real flex is your son thinking you are attractive enough to still take to the prom or some shit she said in that vein. And she said that she is raising a man that keeps his word because when he was 8 years old, he said that if his mom isn't married in 10 years, he'll take her to prom. What hit me was 10 years later, you still ain't married. But also, I don't. It seemed like there was more of it's something that she wanted to do with the pictures, with the videos, with the vibes. I thought it was a little cringe. But you know, I'm not one that has been prone to not tripping. So maybe I'm tripping. But I wanted to get how y'all felt about it and what do y'all think about this situation? Because to me, it was kind of weird. I'm not gonna hold.
The mothers are getting out of hand with these sons. I'm not gonna lie. It's getting out of hand. That's not your man. That's not your husband. He's not a potential partner that you're gonna date someday. Allow these children to be children. I'm looking at a lady on TikTok the other day says she don't like sleeping in the bed by herself. She make her son sleep with her. This baby is 8 years
The
old.
boy
Call
moms
the
are
police.
It,
never
the
been
boy,
Call
getting
the
yeah,
police.
yeah. The
allegations.
boy moms is getting out of hand. It's like you're using your kid for the comfort and love that you want from like a man. This is a child. It's nasty.
It's
We
disgusting.
gotta get away from this shit. This shit is getting out of hand. Now, bitch, you
And
is
at this
40
point, they feel
years
like it's
old at the
therapy.
motherfucking prom posing, bitch.
Now, bitch.
Go ahead,
Oh,
stalkers.
that is nasty.
It's getting out of hand. It's nasty, and every week it's a new boy mom on some weird shit. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I feel like they need to put them on watch list. We need a boy mom watch list because something ain't right with these hoes.
Yeah, it's turning into something. Y'all niggas
Yeah,
is dating y'all sons and it's nasty.
She
it's
literally
very
said the
weird.
flex is my son thinking I
It's
look good
not a
enough to take
flex.
it.
You
That was
weirdo asshole.
nasty to me. I'm not gonna lie. That was nasty. That you
Mm-mm.
even um see
And you make it
yourself.
his moment about you. Like
Yeah,
Right.
and it was like she's seen herself as being attractive to his peers.
With your
And it was
children.
like, ugh, that's not a good look. That I didn't feel good watching
I
that.
ain't gonna lie. Millennial parents, I ain't gonna lie. I'm a millennial parent, and in some ways we smoke shit when it comes down to certain interpersonal relationships with the kids and being more understanding and stuff. I think we are more understanding than the Gen X were understanding to
Agreed.
us,
Agreed.
but on the other side of that shit, bro, it be this. It's like you turn your kid into a peer. It's low key giving potential mate incestual energy. I don't like it. This is nasty. This is super nasty, dog. Like it's just like then y'all covered the football mom right the other
Yeah,
day. Like that shit. Like that's weird, man. Like what are you doing? And the only reason why this is even remotely as kind of acceptable is because it's mother on son. If this was father on daughter, and I don't even do the gender war shit because I think it's all gross. But like I remember this nigga posted a picture of his infant daughter talking about I love this little bitch, and everybody cooked him, rightfully so. It's like yo, what are y'all doing, yo? Like this is disgusting to me, yo. This is absolutely nasty, and it's certain we got to get back to certain traditions, like keeping a child in a child's place and stop being your child's friend. I think that's very fucking weird.
She posted up at the school like she at the club.
come on, man.
Like this is crazy. This
Like,
is
what can
crazy
is you dancing to the songs with them? Like, you know these
with
songs
these
too?
kids. Oh my
And then it
goodness.
was like the thing that she said. Oh, I guess like kudos to me for raising a man that keeps his word. It was like this guy was 8 years old when he said this. Like, and then 10 years later, you're not married. Like that is another thing, and where it's like we have to start looking, in my opinion, deeper into these situations.
Maybe,
There's a
and you know
lot of
what? You know
things.
why she probably ain't? Because she treated her son like that, and the nigga seen that shit and was
It
like,
lucky gives grooming.
"Yeah,
Like you kind of like
It really does. That's
trying
what
to
I'm
turn your
saying,
son
yo.
into
Like,
your man sort of thing. It's nasty.
My son is my king.
See what I'm saying?
yeah,
The bitches with the live,
I
love,
ain't gonna
laugh
lie.
on the
Boy,
wall.
mom.
That's crazy.
Hey,
Yo, do y'all see the video in the motherfucking comments?
no.
It's a mom. She charging her rose.
Oh yeah, in the car.
And
Yeah,
oh, what the fuck?
yeah.
Ah, man.
See?
Listen, it's a psyop.
oh yeah,
It's a
yeah." They've been talking
psyop.
about
This
that.
is a psychological
They've been talking about that
operation.
joint on TikTok, hotel. Right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna save
I
this.
just seen it. I was just scrolling
Yeah.
and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yo.
save this. We got one for tomorrow. Wake it up. Yeah, I just wanted to get how y'all feel. Lavita, you with us or
We
no?
got one for tomorrow. It's nasty.
Yeah, Lavita said. Yeah, I thought that was cringe. Prayers up. I think we see this a lot, and this is my theory. Pie in the sky may be crazy. Um, I feel like women raise their boys to be the man that they desire, right? As far as personality traits, as far as thought processes, and it's very specific to them, right? And so we hear what's the girl named Jasmine Brown, Cam Newton's son, girlfriend, and she's talking about what if she had a son, right? That is what came to my mind. Now Jonay and the other women, they took it differently, but I took it as she wants to raise her son to be somebody that maybe, you know, she desires, not sexually, not in you know, incest and nothing like that, but just like, you know, my son is my king type vibes. And when those men get older, um if and there's no balance with the dad, because your father provides you balance as far as being a man in general, and where it's more specialized when a mom does it when it comes to being a man. When those men get out into the real world, they don't have necessarily those skills if there's no balance. And so we get these, you sassy, or where are the men that we're used to, and, you know, y'all niggas ain't, you know, you feminine. And it's like, you know, they were raised by this type of stuff. So we get online and we see, you know, the tropes that the Mark Lamont Hill gives, right? And we always joke on Mark about being, you know, too much overcompensating it on the left hand side. But I swear to God, I tell y'all, when I be seeing, you know, niggas on the internet talking about, you know, niggas is incels and all that shit, red pill, I go down to their timeline and I just type in mom or dad on their page, and they never have their dad in their life. Never. And
Never,
so it'd be like
never.
these types of situations, and where that's what breeds, you know, the niggas that be getting talked about so crazy online. And but the correlation is never there. The correlation is never, you know, this is how he was raised from a single mom. It's just always, you a fuck nigga, and then it just stops right there.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like for me, it's not even because I when it comes down to these single parent households and shit, I never even blame the women. I always put the onus on the men because you're the missing factor, nigga. She stayed and raised the kid and you didn't. So I always put the onus on the fathers who left. You feel me? But with that being said, women cannot raise boys into men. Like they just truly cannot. They don't know what it is to be a man.
Can I
They
ask?
can't.
I agree with you. No, I'm with you 100%. I'm with you. But I wanted to ask you guys, I don't know if Rashad had this for another topic or if you guys were waiting for after hours, but it was something Joe argued that I thought was kind of crazy, like about like when a woman changes their kid's name, like that whole Sierra shit. Obviously, I feel like she was fucked up for doing that. But he said you should never do that, even if the dad is like is a deadbeat. Just because if everybody that came before the deadbeat dad were stand up men, you're kind of taking that away from them. How did y'all feel about it? Did y'all listen to that? I thought that was a wild thing to say. It's a,
I think that when you involve kids in your spitefulness, that's another level of just
absolutely.
nasty,
I'm
right?
with you.
And so I don't think, because somebody said in the comments, Sierra, you married Russell. You did, like, Lil Future didn't marry Russell. You married him. So y'all keep y'all shit, and it's beautiful, but don't involve the children because you just seem mad.
But Rashad, I'm with you. But what I'm saying is, away from that, Joe is saying that we, for the sake of the lineage and my legacy, even if I'm a deadbeat, I'm taking it off the future shit. This conversation had advanced from that, is what I'm saying. I'm with you on this. Sierra's nasty for that. I just don't feel like, what's the point? Like, if that child want to grow up and he felt like Russell played more of a part and want to change his last name, you let him do that. You don't do that shit. It looks nuts. But this is a conversation they advanced from, like, oh, women should never do that because what if, you know, the men that came before the deadbeat were all good men, and then now, because I'm a deadbeat, you're taking that away from our legacy, even though I'm one notch that, you know, changed. That's kind of
Yeah,
what he was.
yeah.
I thought that was fucked up to say. Like,
I get it, Kate. As a man, like coming from like Joe. Like I'm gonna probably try to put myself in his shoes. So they got the family plot. You know what I'm saying down there, and you know what I'm saying like when he was talking about it on the family reunion, he just seen a bunch of buttons and all that stuff down there. Like who knows how many buttons won't a piece what wasn't didn't live up to the name, but that what I'm saying he might have.
That's still a
You know what I'm saying? That's
name.
still their name. You know what I'm saying?
but what
So
I'm saying is that not a risk you take not taking care of your child? Like, you're more worried about the child's name than
no,
you
no,
are
no,
taking
no,
No,
care
no,
of the
no,
no,
no.
child.
It's like that, that's like
no.
as a man type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like and that's why he's saying that because like I probably couldn't be shit, but let my let my, like you said, let my kid redeem this, you know what I'm saying? Like, own this, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't have my father's last name, you know what I'm saying? And I do feel some type of way about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I want it so I can like honor him, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still want to add that onto my name. Like, as a 43-year-old man, I still want to add that. And my dad was there still, but me not having it, it still make me feel some type of way not having it. And all he's saying is like, he believes in legacy. Like, you know, he's a big legacy.
You cannot say you believe in legacy and you're not actively in your kid's
No,
life.
I'm talking about him.
You're
Oh,
more
yeah.
worried
Hold
about a
on, wait,
name,
one
but
second, one second.
that's what I'm talking
Oh, yeah.
about.
All right. So, yeah, yeah. So you got a point. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? But at his point is like, like, you know, in the hood, they're gonna be like, oh, that's little such and such. You always gonna be known as, all right, that's little, what's the name right there? You know, that's little mushy right there. You know what I'm saying? It's still gonna be you regardless. You get what I'm saying?
I think that
All right.
and stalkers, I tried to get you up here, but it wasn't working, so I sent you the invite. I think that some niggas players fuck up,
Yeah.
man. And I think that if that baby already has that name and you doubling back, I just don't like it. Niggas, every man is not going to be the most upstanding, best dad in the world, dad of the year type shit. Right? Because at the end of the day, we look at like parents, through a weird lens, in my opinion. Like, they are us, right? And we have shit that we have going on in life: mental, physical, emotional, trauma, hurt, pain, drugs, addiction. Like, we live like a life with all of that. And then some people, it overwhelms them. Some people, they can't get out of it, right? But cutting off the legacy, even though I'm not saying that not taking care of your kids is good, but I don't think that you should cut the legacy off because of these situations. And where, like I said, players
And
fuck up. You got a batch of
not
kids,
even
and you got three of them might be the
Players
best in the
fuck up
world.
is
One of them might not
reducing
be.
a nigga going 18 years without taking care of his kids. Like, players fuck up,
check
but at a
this out
point you're
though. Like
making a choice.
when it comes
Come
No, no,
on
no.
now,
I'm
Rashad.
not saying that
no,
it's
but at
not,
the end
and
of
I'm
the
not saying
day,
that it's
hold on, because
okay.
at the
What
end
I'm
of the
saying is
day,
that is sometimes that's how it go, but that shouldn't, uh, cut the legacy off, in my opinion. Right? There still could be redemption for the name because, like I said, legacy might be
And half of
important
you
to
niggas
people.
ain't got no legacy. And if the legacy was important, you'll be there for your kid. You can't be worried about. The thing is, we gotta be accountable for the way we choose to live and how it may affect other certain things. So why, as a mom that's been here for this kid, should I have to worry about a legacy when you're not showing up for your kid? You guys aren't making sense at all. You're more
Because
worried
she not,
about, and half of
because
you niggas ain't
he
got no
wouldn't
motherfucking legacy.
exist
What you
with
got, Jay?
but
he
she
wouldn't
not doing
hold
it
on.
out
Y'all
of,
got Jordans? That's the
she
legacy?
doing it out of
Legacy is
spite though,
not
Kay.
material.
That's what I'm
Legacy is
saying.
But
not material.
Rashad,
Even if you
you're
mad,
reverting back to Sierra. I'm not, I said we advance from that. I
no,
understand.
no, no, no. I'm saying
Sierra's
in
fucked
general.
up. Sierra's
No,
fucked
no,
up
no.
for
I'm
that.
saying, Kay, I'm saying in general, that mother, if that baby already got that father's last name, that mother going back and
Rashad,
reverting and taking it back, that's
let me
spite.
ask you this. Listen, my child is 12 years old. My child is 12 years old. You walked out on my child at age 3. I married a man. And for the past 9 years, this man has been taking care of my kid. And I got other kids in this house. You think I'm doing that out of spite by changing my kid's last name? You ain't been around for 9 years. 9 years, another man has stepped up and been taking care of my kid. Now, because I want to change my kid's name due to other factors, you're saying I'm doing that out of spite as opposed to I'm doing it out of uniformity. Maybe my child feels left out in this house, all these type of things. Like y'all are talking about the mama being spiteful. Okay, there are certain cases of that, but there are cases where I'm doing this because this is just the reality. At this point, that ain't your daddy. It ain't.
So, how I look at this is, I agree when it comes down to, deadbeat dads or whatever, and there's an actual man in the house who's actively taking care of that child. There should be a process between the mother and father and have a conversation and say, "Hey, I would like to actually fully adopt this young boy or young girl and I want them to have my last name. That's a situation that can happen, and I've seen happen all of the time where he's been taking care of this kid since he was 1 year old and stuff like that. So that's the only man he even knows in his life. Now, on the other side of that argument, so I want to let everybody know I do agree with y'all when it comes to that. But on the other side of that, the last name and stuff like that still doesn't change that boy's DNA. It still doesn't change where that boy or girl came from. That's still his father. You dig what I'm saying? So when it comes down to, men, not stepping up or not taking care of their responsibilities and stuff like that, yeah, you can change his name. And I said, I'm with all of that in certain circumstances, but just to do it, it still doesn't denote that that's still not my son or it's not his son or whatever it is. Like, so the last name and all of that is still very important because that's where that boy or where that girl comes from. That's the last name. That's how last names are created. Marriage, children, however it goes, that's that child's last name. And so to take that away wholesale, because deadbeat, not to sound fucking crazy, but there's different levels. There's dads who are literally never there at all. There's
Rashad,
dads who
I'm sorry.
I'm letting you know that there are different levels to this shit. So again, if there's just little contact versus no contact, there's a lot of contact, but it may not be the best contact, all of this other stuff, that's still that kid's father. And you still need to be able to acknowledge that, because at the end of the day, when you made that kid, there is no kid without that man. There is no child without that father, period.
Go ahead, Lavita.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. So Rashad, the funny thing about this Sierra thing, and I don't want to stay on her too much, but there are some missing pieces here. Number one, you cannot legally change a kid's name without both parent consent. So that's number one. Number two, and that's with the caveat of extreme circumstances, right? Say, for instance, the parent has given up parental rights. Well, then you can change it without their permission. So it's safe to say that though we were just put in the know regarding Sierra, this was not a new situation, right? He had been named. And let me also just say that it wasn't that she removed Future's last name. His last name is now hyphenated, hyphen Wilson. So he still has his dad's last name. However, the last name in the order is hyphen Wilson. So that's number two. Number three is, you guys, what I'm hearing a lot of is the talk of legacy and the talk of, well, it's the father, and we're saying cute things like players fuck up, right? But the fact of the matter is that likely uh, young Future had some sort of say in this as well as his father. And a lot of us are kind of putting the ego cart before the horse. Like, oh, well, he's mine. He's mine. So I should be able to have a say in what he doesn't. Truth be told, if you're a parent, these kids actually don't even fucking belong to you. They're their own individuals. You are there to guide them for the next couple of years and help them make the right decisions. But the fact of the matter is they are their own people. So that's number one. But furthermore, there is no inclusivity of, oh, you need to be considerate of the dad before you do stuff like this. Let me also just say, if we're talking about the Joe Button show, one of the things that was said was that, and I believe Ish said it, is let's not forget that the mom actually has all rights. For a mom to give any baby the father's last name, that's a up for y'all, because I don't have to do that shit. I don't have to name him your last name at all. And yes, that's fucked up. And a lot of it's, you don't want to think of it in that way. But the fact of the matter is, if you are not making the decision to be present to help me make certain decisions, you really don't get to come in on your anvil and decide that you want to make decisions about a household that you don't have take any part in. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, a lot of people are fighting for ego for Future. Yeah, but the fact of the matter is Future is the father of 8 kids, one of which is adopted. He adopted his second baby mother's kid.
Yeah, I think if we gonna speak on
Is his father
facts,
somewhere protesting? No.
if we're going to speak on facts, Future has been in and out of court getting custody and he has joint custody of his son, baby
And
Future.
and
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 so
joint
he's
custody also
continually
says that he gets to have a say in whether or not the name is going to be hyphenated.
okay. And so
Just know that he agreed to this as well.
with the name being hyphenated, you don't. And then
It's
also,
a
like I
change of
said,
name, Rashad. Any change of name to a child, especially if this child is being claimed by both parents, the only way that it's not needed permission is if the father has not signed the birth certificate. If the father has signed the birth certificate, you must get his permission.
I think it depends on the state, you guys.
yeah, it depends on the state because that's not true on every state. And then like I
And
said,
I just want to
hold on.
interject.
And Future fights for this child, and he said that he wants his child full time in interviews, and I think him putting in the work in the court to get that to have joint custody instead of throwing up his hands and saying whatever, fuck it. I think that it's clear that he wants to be a part of his son's life. I think him not coming on the internet and doing shit and speaking his piece like a young thug and letting things ride and letting narratives ride does him a disservice in the court of public opinion because of the content that he puts out as far as his music and shit like that. But if you look at outside of music and what he has done for his children, you can't tell me that a nigga who's adopting another woman's child and also has 3 kids that live with him currently not calling him a deadbeat, right? I don't think that that's how necessarily deadbeat works. I think
Well,
that
he
I
if
hate
you
actually
I
got
hate
a,
that I
hold on.
brought this up because I
He
wanted you
stopped
all to
signing the birth
focus on
certificate
not
in
Future.
Yeah,
2017.
KL. That's
But
why
yeah,
I
I,
I
wanted
I
to
think
didn't
that
back
want
to
to.
the
yeah,
I
general
brought this up
conversation.
not to talk about Future at
yeah,
all. I
true,
wanted your
true.
guys' take on what they were saying about a nigga's legacy after he decides to be a deadbeat. We don't. There's too many variables that we don't know about this Future and Sierra shit to me. So that's why I'm saying, and we know that a man is a known deadbeat. Why are we then worried about his legacy and the child's name when he don't even give a fuck if the child is eating whatever, got a place to
Exactly.
sleep? That's
But
my
that's
thing. Now, I'm
Because
not saying that
exactly.
that's
He stopped
Future because
signing.
I don't know that. I'm
And
not
I
saying
get
that.
that,
Because
and I
that's who
get
his
that, Kay.
father
But
is.
that's what I'm saying. It's like we're fighting more about the ego of saying that's mine, and I should have the right, even though I'm not involved, and I don't even know the daily situations of this kid. However, he's still mine, and I still deserve a say. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That don't make no
even
sense.
outside
And
of just
furthermore,
like
he
right,
stopped fighting for
even
custody in
outside of being a
2017.
father,
So stop
hold on,
that.
even outside of like being a, if I have four sons, right, and one of my sons is just fucking off his whole life, right? I'm not gonna be like, hey man, you know what? Let me change your last
You
name
no
because you
longer
ain't a
my
part of the
son.
clan. Like I think that
Yeah.
at some like we have to understand that
Well, that's
things
a
be
false
happening.
equivalent.
Very
Well, it's
false. Very
what I'm saying
false.
is whether
That was
you
bullshit.
are upstanding or whether you're not upstanding, the idea of legacy is important to some folks.
It can't be important if you're
If you
not
a
legacy
deadbeat,
I
cannot
don't
be
Yeah,
how
it's
do
think
you
not
that
gonna
important
care
if
take
you're
about
a
your
not
legacy
taking
future
care
to
of
if
your
you don't
child.
carry the
legacy don't
I
If
don't
kids?
matter.
think that
you're
that's
not
true.
taking care of your child, legacy can't be important to you, nigga. It can't.
Yeah.
I
Hold
don't
on.
think that that's one to one. A lot of us have dreams, hopes, and desires and don't work towards them ever, but we still feel the way and we wish we could do
Well,
it.
you can
It's a
feel that
lot
way,
of people
but
that
that's the
be in
thing. Then
situations
just
like that.
feel that way and just move along, nigga. You can't feel that way and then not do have your responsibility. That's the thing. We putting the onus on the mama saying she's spiteful and shit. Nigga, if you was around, you would have more of a say. So we can't do that. When it's clear that a man is not there for his kid, you can't then be saying, "Oh, we worried about a legacy," and then the nigga 9 times out of 10 who ain't worried about his child talk about a legacy ain't got shit but 2 pair of J's and a
But I think that a
toothbrush.
lot of times we also see K that CK. We also see that whether a nigga is involved or not, that these type of things happen. We just seen Brittany Renner. She talking shit about picking up the kid. The nigga be picking up his goddamn kid, and he send money, and you still
You
trying
moving
to
the
squash
Oh,
it.
goalpost.
So a
all
lot of
right.
times
You're
No,
we
moving
but
the
we
see
talking
that
We
about
whether
niggas
gotta.
that
things
aren't
happen or
doing
not,
shit at all,
it
that
still
aren't
comes to this
there.
situation. That's why we can say, damn, Sierra might be bitter. Sierra might
We
be
gotta.
crazy. She might be still doing this Brittany Renner
Hmm.
type shit.
Y'all just gonna go up for these
In my
niggas
opinion.
regardless.
Sierra
Hold
don't
on,
have a
hold
damn
on, wait,
reason
wait.
Hold on.
to
Let
Hold
be
on.
Machine
bitter
go. Hold
about
on,
shit.
1 second. Go
So
ahead, Machine.
so in my opinion, right? Because the conversation I think is a good conversation, but I think we're focusing too much on Sierra and Future, right? At the end of the day, I think we did a good job of explaining their dynamic. But I think to the main reason why this was brought up in regards to the whole quote unquote legacy conversation, right? The way I see it is, your last name is a part of it tells a story, right? It tells a part of like history overall, right? So, you know, and and again, ego aside, I guess I can get the argument that I think Joe was trying to say on the pod was, if you change your last name, you're kind of changing the way, like part of the history of like your family overall, right? Like we can't just focus on the deadbeat, right? The last name is past. The last name is more than the deadbeat father, right? That's kind of how I see it. And also to also add too, right? For a quick example, when I think of last name, I think of like, I think of Bob Marley, right? Because, Bob Marley's mom was 16 at the time when she birthed him, or hey, and she had intercourse with like a 36-year-old like English man who was just roaming around Jamaica, whatever, right? And his family got roots in Jamaica as well, right? So there's a whole bunch of white Marleys out there that made that very successful, that are very rich per se, and have a whole bunch of businesses and doing their thing in Jamaica, right? Bob Marley himself tried to connect with that family to like say, hey, I'm struggling, could I get some help? They turn him away. They're like, no, we don't fuck with you because you're not us, right? So I say all I to say, thank God Bob Marley's so successful, right? Because like he now took that, part of his history and changed it into something that's more, and so it's something that's like more, I don't know, just better overall, right? Because instead of taking what that was, his wife family who disowned him, who disowned him, right? And then now he made a whole pretty much new lineage of like successful Marlins. Like, I think that's beautiful to say, right? That's a what right? Of interest overall, right? So yeah, I get what everyone's saying, and I get what Kay's saying, but I think that I think if we can look past the deadbeat, the last name tells a story, and I think it's okay to just keep that in mind.
And that's another
Asking
point.
to
Like
look past the deadbeat is crazy work,
No,
but
I'm not saying
salute
I'm
for
not
that.
saying
It's
ignore it. I'm
No,
saying
no,
considered.
ignore.
It's
no,
not
Oh,
No,
Kay,
sorry.
because
considered.
Kay,
that
you
has
right.
to be considered. It has to be
Kay, you
considered,
right.
Rasheen. You
Kay,
can't
Kay.
look
So
past
wait,
it. When
one
we're
more
having
point.
this
One more point.
conversation,
I'm sorry.
when
One
we're
more point.
having
I'm
this
sorry.
conversation, you
I don't want to have
have
this
to
conversation.
include that. You have
No,
to.
I
Kay,
agree. No,
you
I
right.
agree.
You right,
One last
Kay.
point.
You
Which
right.
one? Which
Go,
one last point? Sorry.
go
10
ahead,
more seconds.
Rasheed. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. 10 more. Sorry. 10 more seconds. Because I forgot to say this. And I also want to say this too, right? Because even in my family, right, I have uncles. No, they've been roaming around, had a whole bunch of children all over this damn country, right? Even Jamaica. And the point I'm trying to say is also some of them kept their father's last name, some of them didn't. But but when we were able to like connect, it's a beautiful thing now, right? It's like, oh wow, I'm glad I met you. I'm glad knowing. Oh, come meet my grandma. Come meet so this and the third. I also have in-laws too, who again, who just because the last name, they're like, oh wow, you're part of our family. Now let's connect. You know what I'm saying? So I get what y'all saying. I don't want to ignore the deadbeat. What I'm saying is it's beautiful to know that with the last name, it could build more connection. It tells more of the story outside the deadbeat. Is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
exactly. Like
Hold on,
your
wait. Let Mushy
father's
go real
last
quick.
name is not just him.
Mushy had to say. Go
All
ahead,
right.
Mushy.
So Kay, you right about looking. Some people can't have your perspective too, but to Rashid's point is that's the crux of what Joe was saying. Like, if I'm a deadbeat, let him keep this name so it can be some type of redemption and tell a story like this where he came from. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like the button part about it. Like one button might have been some bullshit, but this button was. You know what I'm saying? Like what she said is a story of that. You know what I'm saying? Some people might feel how you do feel, which is legit. You know what I'm saying? It's actually legit. If you ain't here, then fuck it. We're gonna change his name, but as a man, like man coming from that, like as a man, I'm thinking with man brain now. You know what I'm saying? Like just let him have that name so he can, right my wrongs or whatever, and he can reset this, and this name can be better than what it was when I had it. You get what I'm saying? All
No,
right,
I
that's what
disagree vehemently.
yeah.
But go
I,
ahead.
I
Can,
understand. I
can I?
understand.
Hold on, wait. Let Stalkers go, and then
So he can right my wrongs, nigga. Is you cool?
Okay,
That's what he was saying
We
though,
grew up
Kay.
in the '90s. A lot of our dads wasn't around.
Oh,
I
Don't
just it's just
throw
factual.
the baby out with the bathwater.
Man,
Hold
this
on.
ain't
So
holes.
we
This ain't
grew up in
Madame
a level of
Corleone
where,
changing destiny.
families weren't connected, right? As dads was gone. I do think that there is redemption story, and I think that there's a level of selflessness. This isn't because you are adding to another man's
selflessness.
family, because the truth of the matter is their marriage, and I don't wish divorce on anybody, but that shit not no motherfucking guarantee on anybody's standpoint, right? You can get divorced tomorrow. And so at the end of the day, you're taking from a family in where, like Hotep said, no matter what's going on, this is my son biologically, right? Y'all niggas can do whatever you want to do and be fucked up tomorrow and hate each other. This still is my son. Now we got to go through a carousel of getting it changed back and shit like that. The shit is weird. Just at the end of the day, that's not Buddy's biological son. You can love that man, that little boy to your heart's content for forever and a day. But at the end of the day, that's still future baby. And y'all
You're
need to
not
bring
you're not talking to
guarantees.
me because that's not a point I was arguing, which is why it's like we keep
It
running
really
back
No,
to
no, no.
isn't.
that, and I understand it.
I'm
It's
bringing that
not.
up because that's the people that we know. But outside of them, that is still somebody else's child, and you're taking away from that bloodline and that lineage
Are you
and
taking
adding
away
it to
from
They
somebody
don't care
else's.
about none of that.
But
Lineage? But
who
you're not
is the
you're
mom
not
responsible for
taking
that, or
away
are
from it
you
from somebody who's
responsible
not even
because you're
claiming
not?
it.
But wait, yeah, is the mom responsible for that, or is it you because you're not taking care of this child? You don't care
It's
what
not,
you don't
yo,
care.
can I say something,
I'm
Rashad, please?
asking Rashad, please.
So what I would say is like like I said, it's selflessness, right? And where he's not taking care of the child, and we understand that because that's your scenario, deadbeat. There, legacy matters though, and you taking away from this family that is outside of little man that don't take care of his kids, and there might be generations of folks behind them, and it's essentially, especially if it's one, you're essentially taking and ending that and adding it on to somebody else's, and where that's not even your biological son.
Especially if it's a son,
Yeah,
But
right?
the
That's
that's.
what I'm
No,
saying.
responsibility
no.
and
The
the
sisters
onus of
have
that falls on the
consequences.
man who walked out, not the lady.
But what I'm saying is, Kay, if that father that stepped up, right, he's the best man in the world. That child is still not a part of your family lineage.
At all.
He's not by any
He's
metric.
Jon Snow.
By any metric outside of vanity, that child is not a part of that bloodline.
And
We can do a
on the
family tree.
inverse,
We can do DNA on your ancestry.com. Baby Future is not
But
going
it
to be
goes
under
back
Russell
to
Wilson.
it goes all back to ego though, because the child does not acknowledge the other person and they acknowledge the person that cared about him. At the end of the day, it's about the child and his well being and who is caring for his best interest. It's not
No.
about
yeah,
a
I
lineage, a
don't, I don't
bloodline,
think,
all that bullshit.
I think we're saying two different things.
Because if it was
I don't
about
Let
think.
that,
K go. Let K
you
go.
wouldn't have left. If it was about all of that shit y'all talking, why are you not present?
I
It
want
was
to ask
about that.
KL and Levita this question: if the father wasn't there, but the father's family was there, would that matter to y'all? The father is not in the picture at all whatsoever, but his mom is there, his brothers are there, the last
Grandparents,
name,
yeah.
Grant, all of them people are there. Would that matter?
I want to be clear. I would never do this. This is why I want to be clear that
Nope, they're
I,
too angry. They
I'm
no,
not
no,
This
no,
doesn't
saying
matter
that.
to
I
them.
didn't
no.
say. I'm talking
Hey,
about
hey,
the
dog. We don't
logic.
need
We're
that
not
shit
talking
today,
about your
fam. I ain't
personal.
gonna lie. We don't need that shit today, dog. Just get your point off when it's your time, fam. Stop with the bullshit.
What fucking bullshit am I doing? Fuck wrong with
I
you?
want to be clear, Hotel. I'm on the side of I wouldn't do this. I would not do this. First of all, I don't have kids, so that's number one. But I am on the side of I would never change. I told the story the other day. My sister, my older sister, she got a different dad from me and my younger two sisters. My mom would never do that, and my dad raised her. Like my mom would
That's cool,
never do
KL.
some
KL,
shit
hold
like
on,
that.
KL. That's not what we. I'm just saying we keep it on the theme. I know we ain't talking about our personal lives. I'm
No, I'm
saying
just saying, like I would never do this. But what I'm saying is, I can't say like if the role of the new person that's in my life has taken care of this child and he wants to do that and the child is for it, I mean, regardless of whether the family is there or not, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard for me
Yeah,
to
but you're
answer
missing.
that.
Sorry,
nah, nah.
yeah,
It's
but
hard for
That's
me to
bugging
you're missing
out.
answer
Hotel's
that.
point.
Wait, so go ahead.
What you
Go ahead,
saying,
Al.
Essence? What you saying?
I guess for me, if the family is still there and is like active, maybe they're stepping up in the place of the deadbeat. I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it. But if it's
Yeah,
like
that's just
Are we,
connection,
yeah. Like
may I
no
ask, are
connection at
we
all,
assuming, I'm sorry, may I ask if we're assuming, are we assuming that there is a stepdad who is in place while the father's family, the abandoning dad's family is there? Is that what we're asking?
yeah, sure. We can add him there for sure.
So if there is an active stepdad, um, to be honest with you, I feel like if my kid is of a certain age and asks and feels like, hey, everybody else in the house has this last name, I really love my stepdad and I, have that last name too, I probably would be like, you can hyphenate it. You probably can't drop your dad's last name out of respect for the family who has stepped up, not for him, but out of respect for the family who also shares that last name and shares love for you, you can hyphenate it.
So,
For sure. And
hey,
that's
hold on,
the
hotel,
point that I'm making.
hold on. But because to Lavita's point, we've seen videos out here where these kids that's graduating school or graduating college surprise their stepdads, you know what I'm saying, when they call their name and, you know what I'm saying, have their, you know what I'm saying, their stepdads
Change the
last,
last
yeah,
name.
take the last name, you know what I'm saying? So we've seen these instances when this kid get of age and they recognize that, they probably had the nucleus family, mom, dad, you know what I'm saying? Dad probably wasn't there, but this the man who stepped up. And at this age, I just want to honor him. You know what I'm saying? So it does happen. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't think KL brought this up, you know what I'm saying? Like on this, like she was just saying like the Joe's point, like the deadbeat part. So we can come up with these scenarios, but it's plenty of scenarios other that can come from it. Like I was saying, the parents being there or the kids being old enough, you know what I'm saying? And in this age, or at this point, like Lil Future ain't goddamn of age yet. So he ain't had that choice, but we are seeing other kids like get older, you know what I'm saying? And make that choice for themselves.
And more shit, I'm ultimately on the side of that. Allow the child to decide that. I wouldn't do that. I would not do that regardless of who's around or whatever. If the child wants to make that decision, then okay. But I personally am not for it as a parent, but I just also feel how I feel about, I don't give a fuck about a legacy from a deadbeat. I don't give a fuck. Because
Yeah.
like I said, Joe can make that point as Joe Budden who got all these whatever, whatever. But the Joe Blow nigga on the streets that ain't got two nickels to rub together, nigga, what you talking about legacy?
That's what I'm saying. But
What
y'all
you
can't
legacy?
do that.
Yeah, y'all
That's
focusing on
Kay,
not
I
how
don't
legacy.
that's
think
not
that
what
that
legacy
is
is. Legacy is not money.
it's not bread, and
Well,
then
what
also
is it then?
It's abandoning
it's
children.
it's a
It's
Legacy
line
story.
of
It's a
And why do
history.
so
I
y'all
need to
can
be more
imagine.
Yeah,
worried about it than the
abandon your
deadbeat?
kids.
hold on. So Kay, I think that even back in the day, I don't know, I don't have the history of my family in our last name, which I wish that I did, but it's just that, and knowing where you came from, knowing who you were a part of, being able to pass that down 100 years later. A nigga might look back, on me. Look at grandpa, great. This nigga used to be on Spaces. Like, just having that ability to say that,
No,
I don't think
Rashad.
that in our culture, no, but it's like
That was funny.
having that ability to
That's your
say
legacy
that,
of
because
Why
space,
you
a
gotta
lot
throw
of
the
nigga.
other
space of
Legacy,
true.
star?
legacy
Hold on,
though.
hold
Look
on.
at
A
the
lot of
legacy y'all
other
choose.
cultures really, really value that shit, and we don't.
Well,
And
why are we bringing up other cultures? I have to
no.
check out when we
What
do
I'm
that.
saying is, I wish that our culture valued
Well, we
that
could just
and
wish that.
bloodline
We
and
don't got to bring them
lineage
up,
and
guys.
legacy more
Yeah,
than what
because
we
then they
do.
wouldn't abandon their kids. You're
Do we
right.
not think do we not think being a part of valuing that is making sure that we're around for the people that we bring on this earth?
And
Is that
yeah,
not a part of legacy?
I do think that that
See,
is
all right,
true.
so we
I
can't
There's
we
two
know,
can't
different
have this
Kale,
conversations
play us
caveat
happening.
fuck
to
There's
up,
two different
bro.
Rashad.
I
conversations.
do.
Play us fuck up.
I have another caveat too, though, because say if you do have, a stepdad that's been taking care of you for 16 years, you could change your child's last name and still let them know about their real father's quote unquote legacy. They can still be aware of that. Just because there's a last name change doesn't mean that your deadbeat dad's legacy just disappears in the wind. They can still know their dad's
And what if
legacy.
the child wanted to disappear? It's a lot of things we're not talking
That's
about. I'm just
ne-
saying.
Nah, but
Yes,
that's
that's
the
but what
rarely
thing. When
the
y'all
happen.
get to
legacy is
talking
so
like this,
gross that you
That
don't even want
rarely
to deal with
y'all are
it.
happens.
minimizing the fact that there has been at least what 100,000, 500,000 couplings to get you to where you are right now. Like all of these different pairs had to pair up in history for you to be born today. And so again, legacy is much deeper than your father because your father has a father and his father has a father. So again, when we start talking about legacy and stuff like that, it's not just wealth that you leave to your kids, which is a part of it, or lessons you raising your goddamn kids. Because again, just like KL, I'm going to assume that all of the men up here are anti-deadbeat, just like all of the KL. I'm not going to say
Right.
all of the women, but KL said she wouldn't even do this to her kid. So we're not sitting here excusing being a deadbeat, but we're also, since we have that even playing field, then yes, there is much more to my last name than my father. There's much more to my last name than just, the relationship that I have with my pops. So
More
But that's
money.
where
again,
you're instilling. But the thing is, Jose, that's the thing. Everybody don't think that way. And if I have a child that is not concerned with all of that, I understand that it's very important to you. It may be very important to me. But a lot of these kids today only want to entertain the people that are caring about them.
Right, but
The
it's up to
people that
But
us.
are
But
that's
it's up to
taking
us to
us.
care
Like
us,
of
Kay.
you.
You don't think
it's
that
up
we
to
Huh?
share
us.
in
Yeah, to keep
responsibility in
history
that,
going.
Kay?
You said what?
You don't think that we share a responsibility in, to what Hotep said, letting these kids know that your last name and your legacy is more than that interpersonal relationship that you have with your parent right here. It spans back these types of years and
hundreds
decades
of
and situations.
years.
Like,
Well,
you don't think that's
well, we
important to? to
I'm not
instill.
saying it's not important, but I'm not going to beat that into my kid's head about a parent that's absent either. I'm not.
Yeah, because I'm not going to go do the groundwork for finding out your dad's genealogy and all the great stuff in spite of his abandonment to now come share with you. I'm not doing that.
Why
Yeah,
not?
that's not what we're saying. We're not saying that you need to
Because
go look that up, but I'm saying
it's
that
like
those things
this
are still
saying
there.
to
That's not
white
up to you to
people,
look up.
go look it up yourself. I'm not here to teach you that. You go look it up yourself. Listen, the father wants you to know, and he not there, then it's going to be his family's responsibility to teach you that, not me.
That's fine, but all I'm saying is that again, I don't want the discount the fact that this child wouldn't even exist without this deadbeat. That's a fact. So we can castigate him for being a deadbeat, but that child, which we all will agree is a blessing, a miracle, and all these other beautiful things that we talk about babies in reference to babies, it would not exist without that
And
man.
we
It
thank
But
would
him
that's
for
the
not
doing
thing,
that,
exist.
but we
Hope.
don't, but wait, but
If
we
he's a
thank him for
blessing to
doing
me,
that, but
but
we
not
don't
a
owe him
blessing
shit
to you,
else.
what's the
We
problem?
thank him for doing
I
that,
just
and we'll take it from here. We don't owe him not a
Right.
motherfucking
But
thing
if
We'll
you
else.
take
think
it
Hello?
from here, Jesus,
We will
K.
take it
you're
from
not
here.
staying around
What
for
else am I
nothing,
supposed to
you
do if
want me
you
to
ain't
recognize
here?
the blessing that you done ran off on. So is it a
Yo,
blessing?
this shit y'all got going. And I want to be very clear. I am pro having a dad around. Like I mean, I'm not on the single mom thing. I don't deal in that. I don't put that on the pedestal or none of that shit. But I am for, the cards that I'm dealt, I'm gonna make the best of them. Like, it is what it is. Like, if you walked out, I can't do nothing else. Now, I ain't saying go change the child's last name, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna hold all these responsibilities to my baby's dad's last name after you
I
done
think
walked out of here.
Well,
That's like number 10,000 on the priority list of me raising a kid without you being around.
And
hold,
even the thought process of putting your genealogy's triumph and legacy on this one kid's back, I'm not doing that to my child. It
Nobody
that
said
is
that. Nobody
yeah,
extreme,
said that.
Lavita.
yeah.
That's
Nobody said
extreme.
that.
is your
Nobody said
individual
that.
responsibility to worry about your legacy. My child will worry about his as he grow up and creates his.
That's why
He's
we
not
don't
going to
know.
be
That's why
worried
we don't
about
know our
your
history.
legacy. Your legacy is abandonment. How about that?
That's why we don't know our
We don't know
history.
our
Go
history
ahead,
because
Memphis.
white
Ooh.
people ain't teaching it in school, but don't put that on us, nigga.
No,
Hello?
I'm talking about
Oh, okay.
history as far as,
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know how far y'all can go back, but I can't go back pretty far. I
I
can't,
can go
cause I don't
back
know.
to
And so
my
for
great
me, that's why I said,
grandma's.
and I
But
think
then
that
but
was,
look, you know what? My granddaddy on my mom's side was adopted. That's crazy.
yeah, I can't
Yeah,
go back
I
too
could go
far.
back to
So for
about the
I can
me,
go
that's
back
what
as
I'm talking
far as
about
the
when we don't
1830s.
know. But let Memphis go. She had her hand up. I know her arm tied. What's the word, Memphis?
Listen, very spirited conversation you good people are having. And it's funny that you're having it because it's 2005. My 95-year old grandmother, we were speaking about her recently. We were talking about doing a family tree. And that prompted me to kind of have a conversation with my son about how many generations of family we have on my mom's side, which prompted a conversation about his dad's side. And I had to be honest with him and tell him, I don't know much, don't have much information. You can call your great aunties and they can kind of maybe fill you in on that. Um, and so I understand the conversation y'all having. It's extremely nuanced and emotional. Uh, would I ever change my son's last name because his dad ain't around? Hell no. Unfortunately, that's the nigga I slept with. That's the nigga who I had a kid with. The last name gonna be what it was. If he wants to change it later on down the line, that is totally his decision to have. It's not mine to make. I'm not hyphenating it either if a nigga come around and help raise him. It's not necessary.
Go ahead, Rasheem, then Kenya.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't want us to focus too much on the deadbeat. I know I said that already, and I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I get what y'all are saying, like the Vita and K and things like that. Like, no one is saying that we're promoting deadbeats, right? But again, I think if we're just keeping it real, if we're just keeping it real, right? We black, our last names are not even really our last names. Okay. If we keeping it all the way 100% real, right? But it's still up to us, right? To change what our traumatized past was to make a better future for ourselves right now. And I feel like we're all on ways of doing that, right? So again, it's not to say that, we're promoting degenerate behavior. At the end of the day, it's kind of what even what Isha just said, right? Like, look, if no matter what, like if I came from a line of I don't know, deadbeats, drug addicts, whatever, that's still my story. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of that, you can't just erase what already has been, right? So we can all learn from our experiences regardless of of what the past was. But again, it's not to say that we're promoting deadbeats. It's just again, I think it's okay to say this is who you come from. This is okay. You know, this is your story. If you choose to support it or not, and I think that's what, again, it just focus on what Joe is saying. I think that's the crux he was saying. Like the last name tells a story. That's it.
And I think that let me give them credit. Marcus said wanted to change the name due to I did the hard work. I'm the one responsible is where ego starts. I agree.
I'm about to say,
If
ain't the
that's
ego in changing
ego.
the name and trying to act like you didn't fuck that man?
I did everything. I did this. I did this. I did this. So you gonna do it out. That's ego. It's nothing but ego. Because
Dead
it
ass.
doesn't affect the child in any type of way. That child is still gonna be, biologically to that man that walked out. There's nothing that we heard the insurance bullshit. That don't mean nothing. None of that means nothing. It's really just strictly, I did all the goddamn work. So I'm gonna make all the decisions. I need to handle, like, fam, come on, man. We can't stop. That is ego 101. Go ahead, Kenya. What's the word?
You don't feel like bad now about your take now that we know they were just adding the last name on and they didn't change the name?
No, I still think that's
Yeah,
ass.
we're
No, we
past
give a
Sierra
fuck
though. No,
about
we're
future.
past the
Yeah, we
Sierra
We give
future
passed
a
now.
fuck
Sierra, but
Yeah.
that
future.
still was ass. I don't like that either. I don't like that either.
Oh my god! So your problem is so there should be no connection of the step parent to stepchild.
No one said that.
Hold on, does changing the name
They
increase
didn't
the connection?
change. They didn't
No,
change.
no,
His
I'm just
name is
talking
his
about in
name. They
general because
added.
I don't want to focus on Sierra. In general, stepfather, stepmother, right? Me having their last name makes us more connected.
It can do something for the esteem. Do you know that there's like studies done on children with no parent listed or no father listed on their birth certificate? It does affect the esteem of the child. Yes, it
Not
can.
saying it doesn't. What I'm saying is because you brought up connection. Me changing this last name, does that make us more connected?
It could. It could if that's how I view it
And so
as the kid.
we're gonna do this based on the possibility that it will.
If the I'm saying that I don't know, you there's so many assumptions in these conversations, and I think these are really the real conversations where it's like, well, everyone do what works for them, because nobody has had a conversation with any child to say, hey, how do you feel about taking on your step parent's last name? And you just might hear them be really gung-ho about it, and they might say, actually I wanted that, or actually no, that would make me feel better. And
That
then
I have a quick
and then
question.
what would you say?
hold on,
You would
Virginia.
berate the child and tell them that
No,
they're
I
fuck
think
ass
that,
kids
in
for.
my opinion, like I said, that's leading, right? Because I feel like this decision to do that should be an independent thought, right? Nobody leading you, nobody poking and prodding or planting a seed. I think that in this instance, it should be 100% independent thought. So we're going to live our life. My dad know my sister since she was 2 years old, and she still got um her dad's last name. And he raised her every day. How old is my sister now? She 5 years younger than me. How old am I? She's 29. And it's never been a situation in where, hey, let's change the name because my dad stepped up and this is the person that's been in her. No. And then she didn't come to that independent thought, then we just gonna keep it how it is. I don't think planting that seed in a young child's brain it should be beneficial to the situation, and changing the name don't make them closer. It doesn't at all. You still that
Says
other person's
you,
child.
God, but Rashad says you.
No, listen.
If that
Also,
child
let's
knows
not
that that's
forget. Go ahead, go ahead.
if the child knows that that's that person's that's their step parent, then no, there is no difference. Now if it's a situation where since birth, you know what I'm saying, or maybe 1 year old or something like that, they've been raising them and that's the only parent that they know in that regard, then yeah, but at that point the closeness will be coming from how he raised them, not the
Not
last
by no
name.
goddamn name.
Yeah.
What is we talking about? I've been here since you were a child. That's where
I'm
our
saying
closeness
that
and
the
relationship
closeness
comes.
is coming from the last name. I'm saying that the last name just might be like a symptom of the closeness. Because we're close, I want to have your last name.
If it's
You'll
independent
have
thought, I don't mind
instances.
it.
You
I have a hard time
independent thought. Oh,
believing
Rashad, please.
I have a hard time believing that a person who is fighting for custody in their child's life and showing up in their child's life outside of the internet, that child wakes up one day and says, you know what? Even though my dad does this, I want his last name. That's hard for me to believe. Hard for me to believe, dog. I'm just gonna put it
You
out
don't
there.
think custody things can be spiteful in nature? You think everybody's spiteful, but the Negro, right? You don't see you could never see spitefulness in a man's actions when it comes to his children.
Hold on, but how the hell would this equate to a man being spiteful? Where are we at right now? How does that equate to a man being spiteful?
A man fighting for
And you're
custody.
doing that thing again.
A
Okay.
man fighting for custody is spite?
It can
Even
Nah, we
still,
going
it
to the
has nothing
next
to do with
it
one.
the last name.
can
Nah, we
be.
going to the next
It
one. Go
can
ahead,
be.
Rasheem.
But okay.
Nah,
Just real quick.
nah,
Yeah, just real quick.
nah.
And
Stop
I
it.
think
Go ahead,
again,
Rasheem.
yeah, I think what you said earlier, and you kind of hit on it earlier, right? Again, if a child is of age and they want to change their last name, I don't think anyone here is arguing against that, right? If they have a connection with their stepfather or whomever, right? But I think but again, hearing the opposing side to the argument, it also kind of makes you feel like if a child is adopted and they say they want to figure out who their biological parents are we going to say no, they shouldn't do that because the adopted parents are doing all this good stuff and you know all these good things are going for a child? I think it's okay to say that they want to look into where they biologically come from. I don't think we should shame that child for wanting to do that. And it kind of seems, even though we're not talking about those who are adopted, but it kind of seems the argument's kind of saying that a little bit.
Noel, what's the word?
Yeah, Rashad. I just simply have a question. Since we have such a problem with the last name, do you see a problem with stepfathers adopting said kids? And we can assume that the biological father is there, but the mom has moved on. She's married. The kid has been with them, and would you see a problem with it? Like, do you see that on the same level as changing their last name?
Noel,
I just have it's an honest question.
Noel, this isn't a good faith question. That, in my opinion, that's dumb as hell. You just
It's
said the
it's
father's
it's
around.
not.
You said the father is around, but because I married somebody, then now this child is somebody else's legally because I remarried, even though the father isn't around. Like, stop it. Where are we at in life?
I'm saying, well, then it's the same thing. If they adopt if the father chooses to like fully adopt the child, or they change the last name, I don't see what the big deal
Ladies,
is.
that you married that man. That baby did not. You married him, not the child. Do whatever you want to do.
It's a
But
very
that
weird
child ain't
question.
married that man. And why are we so hell bent on involving the child in y'all marital affairs? We got to answer questions of if the dad is still around, but I'm remarried. I'm a had a what?
It's a very weird
Yeah, I
What
question.
are
hate to
we
turn to like a
talking
gender war
about?
thing.
That don't even make sense.
The whole subject is weird because
I
you guys
would,
are so
I would,
pressed over
I
Sierra
would be
finding the man and
tempted.
moving on, but
I
we
would be
we won't
tempted
go
to
We
end
we're
there.
up
not
in
talking
jail.
about
I'm not
Sierra
gonna
though. That's
lie.
the thing.
I would be tempted to end up in jail if my baby mama married somebody or got into a relationship, and now that you are happy and living in bliss, now my kid ain't mine no more. Even though I'm still present, like where are we at in
Fucking
life?
idiot shit we talking about right here. What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
I hate to turn to like a male versus female thing because I also hate the gender war
I
conversation.
really
But again, I
wasn't trying to
think
do that. I just had something to
what's
say.
happening here. No, I know that, but things happening here. I think again, I hate to repeat myself, but we got to look past the deadbeat. Like we got to look past the deadbeat. Okay, we're talking about a story. We're talking about a story here. The name is a story, and the name should build connections.
Yeah,
She on
Lil
your
Mama don't want
ass.
you to talk, Rasheem.
Yeah, she on
Lil
your
Mama don't want you to
ass.
Do
talk.
all of Future's children have his last name?
I don't know.
Because what is it?
They
Is
I
it
don't
was
know
it like
anything.
nine?
distinctly remember.
I
Is
I
it
thought y'all
nine
know
distinctly
children?
everything
remember
about y'all
KL.
king. I thought you guys knew
I think
Future's
that there is a
diet.
difference, but we're not even
We
talking
gotta
about
get on
that
future.
because
That's the
if it
thing.
if it
KL brought this
happens,
up.
if it happens right and the baby is born and off the rip, mama like, hey fam, nah, we straight. Which I don't think that they would because at the end of the day, future's future, right? So I don't think that they would necessarily be like, nah, don't take the last name. But even if it happened, I think that is totally different from retroactively being upset with how the relationship has went or the co-parenting situation has went. And so now let me go to court and change this shit. Those are totally different things.
Whether okay, so that's your stance. Whether the father is in the life or not, you feel like don't change the kid's name.
Yes, that's how I feel. Especially a son.
Oh yeah, no.
A
She,
little, a
she
little,
ain't heard me.
a girl. I mean, her name, God willing, gonna get changed anyway,
So he can be a
right?
So if the
deadbeat
female got married
and
and anyone change the last name too, I'm for that too.
Kenya, we could keep the
To be honest with
deadbeat
you.
name because of ego misogyny. You heard
No,
it
I
here
think
It's
that
live.
y'all.
just
I think
it's
that
just because of
Yo,
what he said.
brother,
He
yo.
said
like I
especially for the
said,
boy. What?
changing
I
it,
pray y'all heal.
looking in
I
the
really
mirror
do.
and saying, you know what, I did all of this, so I'm going. That's ego. That's ego.
Oh, Bookie, whoever said I need to heal, I don't have my mom's last name. Maybe you guys
Yeah,
do need to
this is
heal. I
turning. This
don't
is
have
turning
my
bad.
mom's last
I don't know where we at.
Yeah, I
If you
don't
don't
know
like the
what y'all
comments,
talking about.
don't respond to them.
Yeah, this is turning to a
Yeah,
mature
yeah,
conversation into a immature one fast.
yeah. You don't like the comments, don't read them. But yeah, I think
That's
that
interesting. I mean, that okay. I guess maybe if I was a man,
No,
I
it's
would judge
very
better.
interesting.
I would understand better.
No,
So
Kenya, it's the same thing about men and its legacy. But I'm like, you make $20 an hour, you don't have anything to your name, you don't have a legacy. But they just want a boy to run their
Yeah.
with
legacy,
the legacy,
to pass down a red couch and a PS5. Please,
All right,
I
okay,
The reason
hold on.
why
I got
we're
a
not
question. All right, I got a question. I got a question. So why? Okay, and again, I hate to turn to gender wars, right? A lot of women get divorced and keep the male, whoever they marry, last name, right? Do you have issue with that or
yeah.
no?
No.
Okay.
it
If the
depends
man
on
doesn't,
what it's
if
tied
Because
to.
because
It
because y'all divorced for
depends.
a reason, right? So if we're talking about deadbeat people, right? The woman divorced the man for a reason. She still decided to keep the man's last name. That kind of adds to the conversation a little bit that we're talking about, right?
I mean, it depends on what it's tied to because sometimes it's tied to things. But
No, but she
other than
divorced
that,
him.
I
She
would
divorced
I
him
would
though,
get
right?
rid of it,
If y'all
yeah, I'm
live
not gonna lie.
together,
My
Okay.
it's a lot of
mom,
other
my mom
things.
kept my stepdad's last name even after the divorce. I think she got like felonies under her real last name, so but she just kept it. So she get pulled over.
what?
When she get pulled
well,
over, it ain't
damn,
running the first
I
name.
didn't
hey,
think that far, but
Kenya,
damn. Well,
you came from
Hey,
no litter
Kenya, what
soldiers.
the hell can you say?
Kenya,
That's why she
you
kept the
came
last
from
name.
no
So
litter soldiers,
it's a
dog.
lot of reasons.
and
When
Shorty
she
was still.
ducking the law, she better run for it, nigga. Like,
Listen,
what the
I ain't
fuck?
gonna lie. Larsa Pippen, change your fucking last name. What we doing?
No,
We gotta get
I
some
And
think
I'm
order
R.
saying
around
if
Kelly's
this
they
wife,
got
motherfucker.
that dude made
assets and
he got
That's
businesses and
Kevin Hart
houses
wife and change her last
in their
name.
Yeah,
name,
Kevin
So,
so
hey,
Hart
he
wife
Shy,
can
talk
just
about she
Shy,
building the brand. What brand?
hey, Shy, can I ask this question though? Why do y'all compute legacy to money?
Because they don't
Thank
Because
know
they
what the
think
you.
fuck
everything
legacy
is
is.
money.
They have no idea
okay.
what
Well,
legacy
what
I don't
is.
know what
legacy are
world
you
you live
passing
in.
down? Are you passing down
It's
a
not
teddy
just
bear?
money.
You're passing down a blanket?
No, they're passing down everything. No, they're passing down because you're saying that regardless of the father's
And
involvement,
this is why women's last names are the ones that get changed.
regardless of the father's
I think
involvement,
that's what it is. Yeah, sorry.
One second,
Go
let
ahead.
her hit.
what would be the legacy that is so important to keep for the guy that walked out on the
All right, so right, hold on, what is Rashim, right? Rashim said it before.
Hmm.
It's, and Hotep said it. It's the story. Like when you go into this, like when you do your, what's it, the ancestry thing?
Ancestry,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it tells you a story of like who you are, what this person did. Like and when you go on ancestry, it tell you the story of your people, who got married, where they lived at, yada yada yada. It doesn't tell you how much money they has left behind. Like I did my ancestry. It don't tell you that my grandma had a motherfucking $1 million policy or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It tell you where they came from,
Tell
where
a
they
story.
originated at. You know what I'm saying? It's your story. You know what I mean? It's not
Tell
about money when
story
it comes to
time.
legacy. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
now it's not
Even
about
though
money.
like my uncle
We never said it
has
was.
my
I'm
uncle
not
has
saying poor people can't have a legacy, but typically, they're rich
Poor
in
people.
spirit and character. I want to know what
The
is the
passing
deadbeat
down
rich
legacy
so
in?
I
comment
say so
came
What is
so
from
the
Kenya
something
so
of
deadbeat
Kenya so
that
rich
your
you're
in? Because
passing
it's
something
not
Yo,
money.
down.
one mic. We talking in circles now, so we about to get up out of here. Noel and Kenyon came late to the party. Now we got to rehash the
yeah.
same stuff. Go ahead, go ahead,
My bad.
go ahead, Bushy. Oh, ADK. Matter of fact, ADK. His hand went down.
Yo, what up, Rashad?
What's the word? How you feeling?
I mean, I'm chilling this Sunday morning. Football's back, man. Football's back. So we good. Look, I just wanted to offer my a view on the whole future thing with the name change thing as a person that's not only been through a name change, but had to change the name of his son. I tend to skew the view on when you do a name change for the most part, at least in my experience, whether, the parents wanted it or not, I'm operating on the perspective that the child brought this conversation. Cause when you go, like when I went and I took my son, the judge is going to ask you, hey, why do you want your name changed? And ask you questions, not to determine if you get it or not, but to, almost make sure, hey, you ain't been coerced into changing your name here, etc. I mean, I had to do it when I was going to be adopted, didn't get adopted. My social had my adopted name. My real life name had my real life name. Wasn't until I went to go get a summer job at 15 that dad broke down the story. And I was a grown 15, had to go and sit in front of the judge and say, I want to change my name. I've been with my dad all my life. My name's always been this name. I don't know that name, yada, yada, yada. My son had to do it when me and his mom was dealing with issues in the beginning, and she didn't tell me he was birthed and put her name as a last name, and I had to go years later to change his name, and my 7-year-old had to go to court, and the judge asked him, why do you want to change your name? Why do you want your dad's name, etc.? So I just skew on the side that I'm going to assume that little future, same thing, and decide I want to add on my dad's or my stepdad's last name, etc., and keep it moving that way. Now, cool or not is up to them, but I'm assuming that conversation is going to be had. But I just want to offer that opinion on actually going through a name change and typically what happens in those scenarios. Like, you can't just file the paperwork and say it's cool.
Did they ask how much money you'll be passing down to your son?
Did
They did not.
no
They did
no
not
but
ask anything about that
Rasheed, when
moolah.
you were changing
Okay.
when you went to go get your name
Now
changed,
that's somebody else.
you
That's not me
didn't
That's
changing my name.
care.
ADK.
Now.
You didn't care
That's
about you didn't care about the legacy when you were changing the name.
Uh, so to that part, King, I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, I did want my son to have my last name, as I felt that the child should have the father last name for the most part. And then again, at the same time, me and the mother, we had talked about it before. We just had,
No, I meant
again, she
I
goes,
meant for you because you said your last name was changed when you were 15. You went to go get it changed.
well, my name had always been the name of my dad. I didn't know about this other name. It was just tied to my social. So I never knew about the other name until I went and it was like, your name, your real name you're telling
Is
me doesn't match what's on your
Oh, so
social.
you wanted it changed to what was on your social?
Well, no, I
He wanted to
wanted to
go back
change
to
to
his
what I
daddy name.
always known. Like what was on my social was Michael Ross Johnson. That's not my name. My name is DeAndre, whatever. So I
Okay.
had to get it
Okay.
changed to match, get my social changed to match my real name, but I had to go get a legal name change because legally on my social it's Michael Ross Johnson.
So you said that you wanted to change your name back to your daddy name.
Well, I wanted to, well, yeah, the name I've
We
always
got
known.
him.
I never
Legacy
knew about
lives. We won.
Oh my God, bro.
legacy do.
Legacy lives.
Kenya, I just wanted to be known.
We
I
got
still
him.
haven't gotten an answer. All I've
We
heard is
out of
we want
here.
to pass down story times. All
I mean, well,
right.
that's the
Listen, if
kid.
But
y'all
it's
think
I
that
did want to
the
everything
pass
last name's a
equates back
back
to
the
story.
story.
bread, got another thing for you. Keep living, more will be revealed. My grandpa told me that. That is legacy once again. We winning. Hey, listen, this has been another
With
episode of
that
Things
being
of That
said,
Nature.
this has been another episode.
Episode 172. Repost to space, repost to space, repost to space. Follow the folks, follow the hosts, follow the crazy ones up here that said some crazy shit today in this space. I definitely appreciate y'all pulling up on this Sunday, man. Fist in the air for y'all. It is always love. Subscribe to the Patreon. The Patreon is in the jumbo. There is a free tier. There is a $5 tier. There is a $10 tier because the podcast is coming fast. Can't wait. September 26th, September 26th, September 26th. Me, Kenya 10, Jonay on the production, the Nature of Things podcast exclusive. We also got Discord links, man. We also got the community. We hosting this space through the community. I am very excited for the things to come, man. I appreciate y'all. We here tomorrow, 12 p.m. until the next episode. We out.